The wait is over.
Righto, buckle up.
NRL is back.
Wow.
Friday night footy.
This is going to be a cracker of a game. Can't wait for this one.
The continuous call team.
We've been gone for so long.
Shut the gate.
But nothing now can keep us down. Yeah, we're back on track and we're on attack. Can't hold us back. No.
Oh, don't argue.
David Morrow.
He hits it hard. He hits it strongly. He hits a hole and scored the opening try.
Mark Riddell.
How good is it? They've been grinding away. It's game back on.
Josh Morris.
Great anticipation there. Saw the offload, saw the arm free and got in between it. Big play.
And Mark Levy.
That's a brilliant tackle. Give yourself a pat on the back. Stand up, take a bow. He knows how important it is.
The continuous call team. Thanks to Maccas, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Dodgers, weaves, dives, scores, try.
Tonight, Penrith Panthers
Intercepted by Cleary. The crowd will rise as one here. He's got a heap of face and scores another Penrith Panthers try.
versus Brisbane Broncos.
Reynolds puts it over the top for Cobbo. In the end, the ball comes to Ricky. Ricky offloads to Reynolds, and Reynolds will score under the black dot.
And now, right across Australia, Mark Levy.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this, folks. The footy's back and the continuous call team returns for its 37th season. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2023 NRL Telstra Premiership. So much to look forward to this year, including the addition of the Dolphins. We've got big-name players switching teams, coaches already under pressure, some injury concerns at several clubs, and already a Golden Point thriller to kick off the season. I'm sure the drama will continue tonight here at a sold-out Bluebet Stadium, where the reigning premiers, the Penrith Panthers, tackle the Brisbane Broncos. The Mountain Men attempting to become the first team since the Parramatta Eels in the early 80s to secure 3 straight titles, but they'll have to do it without the likes of Viliami Kikau and Api Coruscant, who are no longer at the club, while the Brisbane Broncos are relying on the experience of Adam Reynolds, who's in the paper today, declaring he wants to break their 19-year premiership drought. It's also worth keeping an eye on Selwyn Cobbo and Jerome Luai after the Queenslander labelled the New South Welshman a grub. There's obviously some bad blood between them, and it dates back to last year's State of Origin series. Now, having a look at the weather, it's been hard to read throughout the afternoon. We've had sunshine, then the dark clouds roll in, and I've got to say, bad news for Josh Morris. Those dark, ominous clouds are hovering above at the moment, so we might get a little bit of rain, but let's hope it holds off. We'll have the team news coming through very, very shortly. In fact, here it is right now. Nothing to report. The Panthers line up 1-17. The 18th man is Zach Hosking, and for the Broncos, they're also, as per the program, Dean Mariner is the 18th man in jumper number 18. Good luck to the officials this year. Our referee tonight is Gerard Sutton, Ashley Klein assisting him in the bunker, and David Morrow, Mark Riddell and Josh Morris are standing by to call it for you. We'll also keep an eye on the match in Wellington, where the Warriors are playing the Newcastle Knights in the second half. We're all locked up at 10-all. 8 minutes gone in the second half, 10-all the score, the Warriors and the Knights, as we take you around the grounds. While last night at CommBank Stadium, Harry Grant, if you don't mind, he scored the match-winning try for the Melbourne Storm in extra time to break the hearts of the Parramatta Eels, the Victorians winning the match by 16 points to 12. Now, it's been 5 months since we've spoken to you on the wireless, so we'd love to hear from you throughout the night on 131873. You can shoot through an email at either 2gb.com or 4bc.com.au, where you click onto the feedback icon, and make sure you send through a text as well. They're always welcome. 0460 873 873, and we've got some prizes to be won throughout the night and right across the weekend, including an exclusive continuous call team show bag, which I'll tell you more about throughout the night. Without further ado, though, let's welcome the continuous call team, starting with the man who's knifed the big man in the off-season for his co-commentary duties. Mark Piggy Riddell has elevated himself into the comforts of the air-conditioned broadcast box. Piggy, a very good evening to you.
Yeah, very good evening to you too, Mark, to you, David, to Josh, and to our listeners. I didn't knife him in the back.
Oh, please.
I didn't knife him in the back. We just had to lighten his workload. We're a bit worried about his age. That's with the man sitting next to me as well. Lighten the load.
The age?
Big man's age. Because of his age, we had to lighten the load on him, make sure he can get through 2 days a week.
Can I ask you a very important question?
Yes.
Do you think he's listening?
1,000,000% he would be.
He'll be waiting for every little stumble.
Yeah, no, look,
love you, big man.
Hey, great to be back. What better way last night? Wow, what a game. We spoke about it earlier on your show, Levy. The Melbourne Storm, just taking it in Golden Point. We heard from Coach Brad Arthur, the Parramatta Eels, talk about the Eels side probably not taking their chances late in that game when they had the opportunity. I think there was the Sevo kick on play 1, and they also turned over possession through an error late in that game through Dylan Brown. So, all in all, a good start. It's going to be another cracker tonight. You mentioned it, Penrith Panthers, back-to-back premiers. Can they go? The three-peat hasn't been done in such a long time. Coming up against the Brisbane Broncos, who, they had such a great, strong start to the season last year and just fell away. So, looking forward to it tonight. It's going to be a cracker. I'm not on the sideline. I'm in the box.
You're energised.
I am.
Wow.
It's round 1.
I'd be energised too, ladies and gentlemen, if you saw some of the business ventures he's entered into in the off-season. We'll be talking about that later. Don't you worry about that. Well, folks, one of the newest members of the team, and he made his debut with the continuous call team last year, is Josh Morris. And I tell you what, the sucking up to the bosses has paid dividends because, Piggy, he's been rewarded with a full-time contract. He played over 300 games, represented his state and country. J Moz, a very good evening to you.
Good evening, gents. It's great to be here. Manners go a long way, Levy. You should learn that.
Righty, gloves are off now.
No, I can't wait to get out there tonight and get down ground level, hear the contacts again and miss it for just that 1 or 2 seconds until I see a big hit and then realise that I don't miss that game anymore. Last night's game, what a start we had. Golden Point. It just goes to show the quality of the Melbourne Storm side. They had injuries throughout that game, and whoever came on did a job. What I was happy to see was Bronson Garlick make his NRL debut. A bloke I know, I spent a lot of time at the Bulldogs with, and he plied his trade in reserve grade and played over 150 games. So to see that perseverance pay off and for him to get out there and what a memorable win, a Golden Point win for your debut. It just starts off what's going to be a wonderful season. Can Penrith get the three-peat? Can the Roosters be injury-free? Can South finally get that premiership? There's so many storylines to this year, and we've started off with a cracker, and tonight's going to be no different.
Well done, Josh. Great stuff from you. I do have to out you, though. We carpooled out to the foot of the mountains, Josh and I, and as soon as he got into the car, he asked me whether I had an umbrella. He asked me whether he could bring a jumper.
That's what a sideline eye does.
Now, I'm really concerned about you two.
Why?
Because, Piggy, I noticed you out the back. See, in the car on the way out here, I gave Josh the ground rules on what the sideline eye's responsibilities are.
Yeah.
Injuries, you get up off your backside, speak to the trainers.
You stay in your seat and you wait till someone walks past and then you ask them.
Whoa. See, this is what I don't want. I don't want the bad habits of you infiltrating J-Moss. Okay?
Well, you got to know the floor managers like TC, and then you just wait for TC to come over and say, this is what's doing, it's beautiful, thank you.
One of my pet peeves for Piggy, and please don't do this, at the end of the game, the other radio stations that cover rugby league. No, hang on, just stop. No, just stop.
We've already had a discussion about this, and Josh is on my side here.
No, because there's one thing that really infuriates me, right? Because at the end of the game, you want to get reaction after a win or a loss. Every other radio station in Australia's interviewed 5 players, and Piggy finally gets his first.
Well, we don't want to tear our hammy, do we?
Now you've started as well.
Mate, we're just polite. We wait. We know what the players have gone through, and we're like,
listen,
we better just hold off here.
Listen, 2GB didn't get the number 1 in the radio ratings by being polite, okay? You've got to get out there and you've got to get the people you want to speak to.
We'll see how we go.
Speaking of polite people, let me introduce this man, ladies and gentlemen, back in the saddle for a 187th season, calling the greatest game of all rugby league. David Thirsty Morrow, a very good evening to you.
Hello, Mark. Hello, Josh. Hello, Darryl. And I did miss you this afternoon, especially when you walked into that Leagues Club and the top of the list on the big honour board there, Penrith players to represent Queensland, the top of the list, Darryl Broman.
Yes.
And that you were and I will always be remembered, Darryl.
He's not dead.
I thought you were about to break into a eulogy then.
Thinking of you, mate.
I didn't say he was.
He's back tomorrow and Sunday.
Oh, no, he will be. And won't he have something in store for you two? He won't miss.
How's your off-season been, Davey?
Well, as often as things happen, it went in two halves. I mean, it's often, like 50% of it I spent probably out of the state. Like cricket tests.
I thought you were going to say out of it.
Well, what type of state were you in?
You might say the same thing. like cricket tests in Brisbane. I went to Fiji.
That's what I mean.
I went to Melbourne Cup Week. I went to magnificent Gundagai for the Snake Gully Cup. So I had a good time. And then after Christmas, of course, we had the magnificent test match in Sydney, which was basically washed out, but did find a few restaurants we hadn't been to for a while in Sydney.
Yeah, don't worry about the cricket, Jim. We found some restaurants.
But look there, so it was good to run into it, especially this year, because it was the first year we actually had got to the cricket ground for day one of a test match where everyone was allowed in. So for about 3 years, finally, and because the first day of the test match in Sydney, for those, especially older people, they realise it's not so much, you go to watch the cricket, of course you do, but it's also a day of reunion. You see people you haven't seen for 3 or 4 years, catch up. So it was really special to see so many people I hadn't seen for a long time, and I just basically relaxed, and I mean relaxed. I haven't really moved much from, as my wife said, from the front chair. I've been sitting there looking out, coming in back.
Have you been watching the ads?
Looking at what?
Oh,
Yep, got a few ads. Haven't had the ads in the front yard for 3 years. Yeah, they're back. They won't be for long. I think my pest man will be along shortly.
Great stuff. Well, Piggy.
Yes.
Given the big man is not here with us tonight, it falls on your shoulders to welcome our sponsors. Who are up on the wall behind you. So I'm going to let you take us through the sponsors. And the very last one, the clock sponsor this year, Josh and I are going to give them a big rap because we're exclusive to this particular sponsor. But anyway, you run us through the sponsors.
I'm going to go through it. First of all, we've got our naming rights partner, and we love them, McDonald's.
Yes.
And you know what round one signifies? My drive-through habits of an evening going home, straight through McDonald's drive-through. I can't wait. I pass about 5 of them on the way home from Piermont especially. Yes.
But you have got company tonight.
I do.
You want to go through all 5.
Yeah, I think Harry will want to go through all 5. So we've got them. We've got the interactive studio. McDonald's are sponsoring us there as well. The match preview. You know who that's for?
Who?
That's for McDonald's as well.
We love Macca's.
We love Macca's. Now, Levy, our Who Will Deliver player to watch. You know who that is?
Who?
McDonald's.
Jesus, sales department have been busy.
McDelivery. Can you guess which one sponsor that is? McDelivery Try Assist.
McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Oh, genius.
And then we've got, we love this sponsor, Harvey Norman.
Oh.
Harvey Norman are sponsoring our replays. So the replays will be for Harvey Norman. We've got the Captain's Challenge for Harvey Norman. Yes? The Captain's Challenge for Harvey Norman. We've got the player of the match. You know who that's for?
Who?
Harvey Norman.
Well done.
Harvey Norman. And then we love these people. Our wagering partners, Bluebet.
Oh, Bluebet.
Sully and the gang, Duncan. Thank you very much. And they're back again, ladies and gentlemen. Our tough tackles for Ram Trucks. That's a tough tackle, Ram Trucks. Our Friday scoreboard at Lowe's. We've got Lowe's back on board as well. How good's that? The first try scorer. Now, the first try scorer sponsor is Telstra Broadband KO. So it's great to have them on board as well. And finally, Levy, it's the one you mentioned earlier. I'm just going to slow down when I say this one. Sponsoring The Clock. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, The Clock. You can introduce it, Levy.
Makita.
Makita are on board, ladies and gentlemen. How good's that?
Well, you see, Piggy, Josh and I are exclusive to Makita. Makita Power Tools rule the outdoors.
They do.
Josh, unfortunately, doesn't pay for his, whereas I do.
Oh, he's learned quick. He's learned quick.
He loves a ride. I love Oswald Road. I love Makita.
Hey, look, I spent 5 months on the tools as a chippy, and Makita is a lot of the tools I use. They're very quality. I've never had any issues with them, and they're good around the house.
That's good use of the English language. They're very quality.
Look, I was going to pick him up, but I thought it's not my place to do so.
Rule the outdoors.
I will say this, Piggy. Davey, myself, and Josh popped over to the Panthers when we got here at about 3 o'clock for a bite to eat.
Yep.
And the North Sydney Bears were over there, the New South Wales Cup team. And I sat down, and Josh obviously knew a few of the players, but I was eavesdropping on the conversation. You should have heard him. Oh, geez, I've been on the tools, boys. It's a tough life in retirement. Mate, you play golf 5 times a week.
Oh, what about that? Hey, what about that? He's been doing the little quiet practice on the side, right? Been 3 and 4 rounds a week. So he goes and plays a competition round a few weeks ago.
I told you that in good trust.
Okay, I won't tell him more.
No, that's one thing he needs to learn. There's no secrets.
No secrets in here.
Anyway, I dare say at some stage Josh will tell the story.
Yeah.
If not, someone who played in that magnificent day
I'm
when
sure one of the listeners will
he
call
cleaned
in.
up on the golf course will tell us about Josh's incredible round of golf where he had 12 shots knocked off his handicap.
Needs to be an investigation, doesn't
Well,
it,
no, it
David?
just shows you that practice makes perfect.
Well, like I say, big thank you to all of our sponsors for joining us again in 2023. And earlier in that New South Wales Cup game, Penrith 18 defeated North Sydney 12. And while we're going around the grounds, let's update things in New Zealand at Wellington. And isn't it great, boys, to see the Warriors back at home after the sacrifices they've made? It's the Warriors 14 leading the Knights 12, and there's still 25 minutes left in the second half. 14 points to 12, the Warriors lead the Knights. Now, there's been an avalanche of text messages that have come through since we've come on air, and keep them coming. 0460 873 873. Your emails are welcome as well. 2gb.com or 4bc.com.au, where you click onto the feedback icon. Buddy, champion and mate, buckling up for another year from North Queensland. Weekends are back to normal. Uncle Davey, number one caller from your family member up in North Queensland, Davey.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you for everyone. Got a photo of him last night that obviously his wife took, and he was...
We're allowed to talk about this on air.
This is after 10 stuff, isn't it?
It could have been one of his 3 daughters. But, mate, feeding him, no one could see the television. Brett was that glued watching Parramatta.
Give himself a rap.
No,
Wow.
mad Para fan.
Wolfie and Glenda are listening in Perth. G'day, boys. Mark, Piggy, Josh, and my old mate Thirsty. Welcome back. Thank you, guys. G'day, Mark. Your friend Richard from Campbelltown here. Well, didn't take the businessman long to get rid of the entertainer and legend. Does this mean he'll be a 80-minute player? Big man, we all miss you. Oh, look, we all miss Darryl, but he's still going to be a part of the show. He's a very important part of the show on Saturdays and Sundays, but obviously we've got all of the new blood, so to speak, filtering through the ranks, and we needed to find an opportunity for the likes of Josh Morris and Boyd Cordner and Alana Ferguson, and Darryl will continue doing what he does best on Saturdays and Sundays, entertaining the fans, as he likes to say. I bet Piggy is really going to miss those cold, windy nights on the sideline now that he'll be in the box with comfy chairs and hot food from Chris at Redcliffe.
Oh, Chris, mate, you couldn't have said it any better.
What time are the pies coming down to the sideline too, just quietly?
Oh, no, no, I'm not going to. Josh last year, I'm trying to think who was it? Will Bottom. Taking Josh Food down to the sideline.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Cups. 10 years, 11 years I've been doing this. I've never got one bit of food, one coffee, one drink when I was down on the sideline. Got to put up with you, gooses, eating your ice creams at half time at home bush. Yeah, because I can hear you can't even speak properly.
Gooses. They're geese, you goose.
So I never got anything, so I don't think Josh should either.
Guess what, Josh? Andrew will be down, or Luke. Somebody will look after.
Oh, Andrew will go down because he's a
And
man.
we got stuff here anyway.
Listen, don't go throwing your weight around just now that you're in the big man's chair.
Can I
okay?
just make one more comment?
No, you
before
can't.
We go
We're
to
off
break?
to a break. We'll come back with plenty more Friday night football.
Congratulations on another delicious meal, hun.
Yeah, look, it's a great result and full credit to the bok choys.
You put a lot into meal prep.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected tonight's performance?
Oh, we always give 110%, both on and off the stove. I guess we were just the hungrier side tonight.
Thanks for chatting, and good luck with the rest of the seasoning.
Yeah, cheers, babe.
Get 12 months of KO Basic with a new Telstra home internet plan. It could change your life. For Telstra personal customers taking up a new home internet service, roll on to KO Basic standard month-to-month fees after offer, unless you change or cancel. Must sign up via Telstra.
Well, Aussies love having a crack, and our mates at Bluebet have a ripper for you to kick off the footy season. For the first 4 rounds of the NRL season, place a head-to-head bet on Bluebet, and if your team leads by 6 points or more at half-time, Bluebet will pay out your bet straight away. Lead by 6 at half-time, you'll get paid, so why not have a crack and download the Bluebet app for iPhone and Android from the app stores today. Bet Australian this NRL season. Bet with the True Blue Aussie bookie. That is Bluebet, proud sponsors of ours here on the Continuous Call team. T's and C's apply. See the website for the details, and remember to always gamble responsibly. Gee, they look after you, don't they, at Bluebet? So what are you waiting for? Log on to the website and check it out, bluebet.com.au, or download the app for the iPhone or Android. And remember, gamble responsibly.
Oreo fans, imagine your favourite things about an Oreo. Supersized and deliciously frozen. Oreo cookie sandwich with Oreo cookie pieces. The ultimate frozen treat. What more could an Oreo fan want? Grab one from the ice cream freezer today.
NRL fans, Stan's had cameras following Master Coach Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins as they build a brand new footy club in the Stan original documentary series, Dawn of the Dolphins.
I wanted the challenge, I wanted to do the job.
Stan gives you unprecedented access to history in the making.
And I know if I fail, it's going to cost a lot of people their jobs.
Witness their journey in the brand new Stan original documentary series, Dawn of the Dolphins. Premieres Monday, only on Stan.
You're listening to the Continuous Call team on Sydney's 2GB. Thanks to Macca's, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Friday night football with the Continuous Call team. Great to be back, and great to have you back with us on 2GB, 4BC, 2CC and network stations across Australia. Crowd building. They love their footy here at the foot of the mountains, and very rarely do we have any empty seats here at Bluebet Stadium. And having a look at all of the people filter through the gates and make their way around to the eastern grandstand, it's fantastic. Even down near the bar area at the southern end of the ground, we'll see the teams coming out shortly for their warm-up. But a really great vibe and great energy out here at Bluebet Stadium for this game tonight between the Panthers and the Brisbane Broncos. Back around the grounds, 13, make that 23 minutes left in the second half. 14-12, Warriors lead the Knights. 14 points to 12, Warriors lead the Knights. Still 23 minutes left in that second half. In the meantime, let's do this.
And now on the Continuous Call team, find a winner thanks to Bluebet. Bet same game multis with Bluebet, the True Blue Aussie bookie. Gamble responsibly.
And I'm glad this man is back with us too, because he's our betting man, and we love bluebet.com.au, our betting partner in season 2023. I speak of Duncan McRae. Hello, Dunky.
Team, all the listeners, I hope everyone's well. Yeah, welcome to 2023. Can't wait for the footy tonight.
Mate, are you looking forward to this season ahead? I mean, we've got an expanded competition with the Dolphins. We had that cracking game last night. You're a footy fan. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it all, Mark. I think the salary cap's really bit in this year. The Panthers have been sort of, with losing Appy and Kick-Out, sort of brings them back to the field a bit. And the great signings at the Bulldogs, the Seagulls, and we're watching the Warriors here tonight with their new crew. So it's all even across the board, and can't wait to get underway.
All right, mate. Well, what are the Bluebet punters doing on this game that Davey will call tonight? The Panthers and the Brisbane Broncos. Where's the late money?
Yeah, $1.25 the Panthers, Mark. They've been short all week. $4 the Broncos. They were $4.20 for most of the week. Just a bit of money late, and the start's 12.5 for the Broncos for tonight's game.
All right, now, through your generosity at bluebet.com.au, we're going to try and raise some money again this year, boys, for charity. And our charity partners are the Family of League Foundation, formerly Men of League, now Family of League, and Dementia Australia, given that, Roy Simmons, who's a dear friend of Darryl's and Davies and the Continuous Call team, he's raising money for Dementia Australia at the moment. So, boys, we've got $100 to spend, and Piggy Riddell, you've come up with the same game multi.
Yeah, tonight, Duncan, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go Penrith to win into Stephen Crichton and Selwyn Cobbo for any-time try scorers.
Yeah, the Pigmeister, $8.50 there, so let's hope we're banking something for round one, and away we go again.
And Duncan, am I right in suggesting that you'll be rejoining us a little bit later on tonight, I mean after 10:30 on a Friday night, to have a look at the racing as well?
I told our media team, Mark, this will be on a trial basis, so we'll see how we go.
I was going to say, we're not going to expect you to be dribbling, are we, later on tonight?
Yeah, well, as long as Way Too Young doesn't get on with you, it'll be good, mate. So
Turn yourself on there, Davey.
When they told me, I thought I bet $1 million it's been pre-recorded.
No, Davey, I'll be actually driving out to pick my daughter up from the Harry Styles, so I'll be awake tonight, so it'll be good.
Have you been singing Harry Styles music all week, have you, Dunky?
My daughter left in a feather boa and a very short skirt, so I was a bit concerned. I said, I'll be picking you up.
Good on you, Duncan. We'll check in a little bit later on tonight. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, team. Take care.
There he is, Duncan McRae from bluebet.com.au. You can get around the True Blue Aussie bookie. Bluebet, download the Bluebet app today. And what's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. 131873 is our number. You can email us at 2gb.com, 4bc.com.au, and plenty of text messages coming through, 0460 873 873. Our man Willow's listening, Piggy, Davey and Josh. He says, boys, let's get some donuts delivered down to the sideline, J-Moz. It'll be life-changing for you. Now, there is a great idea.
Oh.
Donuts delivered to our sideline eye, Josh Morris.
Sounds outstanding, doesn't it? Piggy, what do you reckon?
Yeah, great.
There is a problem. There is a problem, though.
Yeah, what's the problem?
There is a problem. Just pull that microphone up near your mouth there, Josh, too, so we can hear. There is a problem for our player interviews later on tonight. Now, as we know, Josh is a twin. His twin brother Brett is an assistant coach at the Roosters.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to run you through some of the prizes we've got this year, but I've actually spoken to our man Graham earlier today from GDK Signs and Graphics, and he's going to get a shirt made up for our sideline eye on a Friday night as the rain starts to fall.
There's a bit of karma there, I reckon.
So on the shirt, Piggy, on the shirt, it's going to, because the players out there when they get interviewed, they're not going to know whether it's Josh or Brett.
Great, yeah.
So it's going to say 2GB sideline eye. I'm Josh Morris, not Brett. What are your thoughts?
I love it. I think it'll work.
Then there's no confusion.
No confusion whatsoever.
So if you go out there tonight and you get Nathan Cleary, he's going to look at your shirt and go, Josh, great to see you, mate. And not Brett.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, done. What size? Large, extra large?
Give me a large.
Give it 6 months, you'll be in an XL.
If I keep getting donuts, I'll be in an XL.
Stay here with us on a Friday night.
But can I ask you this, boys, about the season in general? We've got the addition of a new team in the Dolphins, and that's, I suppose, the one team that we're really looking forward to seeing this year. Piggy, you and I had a conversation about it earlier on Wide World of Sports. Josh, I might bring you in first. Wayne Bennett is a genius. OK, they don't have the marquee man, but they've still got some experienced players in their roster at the Dolphins. Are they going to be competitive in 2023?
Short answer, no. I think their forward pack is good. I have questions over their halves. They're quite young. The young fella's making his debut this week. Are they going to be able to execute the attack under pressure? The outside backs, they probably don't have the depth there either. But Wayne Bennett coach sides, if they compete high, they can find themselves in the contest, and if sides take them lightly, they will get beaten by them. But I just don't think they have the depth. I think they've got the young players. They'll make plenty of debuts this year. I can't really see them getting out of that bottom four.
Well, they're still spending money, Davey, aren't they? I mean, they've signed Thomas Flegler for next year. They've also signed Herbie Farnworth for the Broncos, so that adds a bit of bad blood between the two teams this year. What are you expecting from the Dolphins?
Well, much the same as what Josh said. The inexperience in the backs is not going to help them. But, of course, I look at the forwards, and I just wonder whether...
quite good.
Quite good, but how many of those forwards will be able to play 27 weeks, or how many games it is? 24 weeks. And the older guys, the Bromwich brothers, Kafusi, I mean, great players, and I remember Wack used to have a saying, the older you get, the longer the distance between your good games. And these blokes, they've been around at the tough school. And I just wonder how often they're going to be able to produce the goods and together, because for them to win games, those three have got to perform pretty well.
He's bought them for an obvious reason. They've come from the Storm system. They know how to develop a good culture, and that's what you need when you're first starting out. You need to have players that drive the culture. So that's what they're there for. They are probably getting towards the back end of their careers, but they're still consistent performers week in, week out, along with Mark Nichols as well. Yeah. He's a consistent performer as well. But like you said, are they going to be able to do it all year? And if they get 2 or 3 of them injured, well... there goes a whole bulk of their experience.
Piggy, we had Jared Wallace on this week on Wide World of Sports, and I sort of threw the question at him. I said, everyone keeps saying you guys don't have a marquee player, and he sort of bit back by saying, we've still got a quality roster. and they're going to start filling those positions in the team more and more as the years continue on. But the most important thing for the NRL is that we need the Dolphins to be competitive. They need to get the fan base on board. They need to get the sponsors on board. We can't just have another team making up the numbers, can we?
No, you're right. And look, I've got to say, the players that they've signed with this week are quality, so they're going to add to that next season. It's going to take them time. With the way that they've done it, how they've only had really 12 months to prepare and sign players and whatnot. So, and we were sort of talking to Gus off air after it, and he was saying, the amount of players under that sort of top 25 to 30 that they've gone out and signed from other clubs and identified those young players, they're going to filter through over the next 12 to 18 months. So if you've got that experience with the guys you mentioned, Bromwich and Kafusi and whatnot, and then you are able to bring these young ones through, then over the next 12 months, 24 months, you're going to start to build a decent side.
Do you think if Munster signed with them, we'd be talking about them a little bit differently?
100%.
Of course, yeah.
Because he's the difference in a team, isn't he? With someone like Munster. And I think if he did sign, then you may have seen another couple of signings from a couple of other players go, okay, well, Munster's going there, I'm going to go there as well.
Well, we'll get the inside word. Christian Wolfe, the Dolphins assistant coach, will join us on the show tomorrow for a chat. Now, let's go around the grounds, Davey. We're checking a possible try here, are we, to Kalen Ponga?
No, it's no try. It's just an amazing tackle from Nickel Klookstad. Ponga, one-on-one, he's managed to hold him, turtle him, and then enough troops arrived. It was just one-on-one. Now, I know you're strong enough to do that. I know how strong you were.
No, that takes some serious skill to get in between him and the ball and then hold him up. Kalen Ponga that close out.
Gee, I reckon that's one of the tackles of the year, and it's in round one.
14-12 score remains. Warriors lead Newcastle 14 points to 12, and there's still 12 and a half minutes left in the second half. Let's get back to these messages that are filtering through. Daniel says, it's back, baby. Welcome back, team. Have been waiting for your return. Hope you all had a great break and looking forward to a big season of rugby league. Thank you, Daniel. Always love reading out your messages right across the weekend. Great to have you back, boys. The year can officially begin. Plenty of gibber and fun, along with some expert footy chat to be had in 2023. I've got two words to say on this balmy March Friday night. Buckle up. Yes, buckle up is back. Also, to Buller from Fiji. Yes, it's Waisaki, David Morrow's personal barman here, wishing him all the best for this season. I hope the great man has come off the drink and is primed for a huge season. Yes, thank you, Waisaki.
Yes, I am, and to all of those questions. Our great mate might be back in Australia too, by the way, Phil Friss. He's been on a Cook's tour of the world in the last 6 months. I think he was going to be back in time for round one.
Well, I hope so. I haven't had the customary email or message from him as yet. But
I've got a few photos here, like a couple
I've had a few texts today.
Really?
Leave me alone, Phil Friss.
Who was the person who gave out our mobile phone numbers?
Who do you reckon?
Daryl. Thank you very much. On the way to the break, there's no better place to be during the footy season than down at your local. Pubs are more than just a place to get great food and drinks. They're a place to connect with the community and join in on the banter. The pub's a place to celebrate wins and mourn losses, to watch away games with the home crowd and watch replays of big wins again and again. Every pub has a rugby league table of knowledge, a self-appointed super coach, I think Davey can attest to this, a Tigers, Para or Souths fan who reckons this will be their year, or a former great local player who could have been anything. Hotels also sponsor thousands of local sporting teams, raise money for countless charities and support live music. You can join the conversation this footy season by getting down to your local. Piggy, have you got any of those sorts of people at your local pub?
Oh, they're everywhere,
the table of knowledge?
Just go into any local pub and you'll find them there.
Do you stir them up?
No, I don't say anything to them. I just have a quiet beer with them.
Have you brushed the Ocean Beach Hotel too, by the way?
Oh, yeah, look, I've got to say I have. Down the Marina Tavern these days. Let's just say it's a nice spot.
In other words, you keep it in the place in operation.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
We'll take a break. Friday night football here at the foot of the mountains. Rain continues to fall. The Panthers warming up at the southern end of the ground and the Brisbane Broncos at the northern end of Bluebet Stadium. It's Mark Levy, David Morrow, Mark Riddell and Josh Morris. We are the continuous call team.
NRL fans, stands had cameras following Master Coach Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins as they build a brand new footy club in the Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins.
I wanted the challenge. challenge. I wanted to do the job.
Stan gives you unprecedented access to history in the making.
And I know if I fail, it's going to cost a lot of people their jobs.
Witness their journey in the brand new Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins. Premieres Monday, only on Stan.
Now, it's been a long and highly publicised road for the Dolphins to make it to round one of the National Rugby League, and this Monday, Stan is taking you behind the scenes of what that journey really looked like in the Stan original documentary series, Dawn of the Dolphins. Dawn of the Dolphins is a rare glimpse inside the mind of Supercoach Wayne Bennett and will give you an exclusive look at the thrills and challenges ahead of the Redcliffe Dolphins' inaugural NRL season. In this three-part series, you have unprecedented access to the Dolphins' journey from securing the successful bid to the 2023 kickoff, including the pressures and expectations facing the new club. The Stan original documentary series, Dawn of the Dolphins, premieres Monday only on Stan, so make sure you tune in. You can register now via Stan and watch Dawn of the Dolphins.
At Flower Power, after years of helping Sydney-siders create beautiful gardens, we realised we could do even more. After all, why have a beautiful garden if you can't sit outside and enjoy it? So we're discounting all our outdoor furniture by up to 20%, from hanging chairs and garden benches to lounge and dining settings. That's up to 20% off beautiful furniture that will complement the garden you've worked so hard to create. In-store and online for a limited time at Flower Power. The garden people.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
The continuous call team on 2GB. Footy's back on the menu. And with Macca's, dinner's sorted. Dine in, drive-through or delivery. I'm loving it.
Great to have you with us. Friday night football. The two teams are out there warming up as we speak. Little Alan Langer out there as well. Little Alfie in the blue trainer's shirt as well. And I'm sure we'll be inundated with complaints about Alfie all year long. Why is he on the field so long? They're just the rules. He's allowed to be on there when the attacking team is in possession of the football, that being the Brisbane Broncos. Just on rules and everything else, boys, there's no new rules as such, but there's a few amendments to some of the existing rules around grounding of the ball, operation of the 18th player rule, intervention of the bunker in foul play. I think the one that we're probably going to see most of is the operation of the 18th player rule. So injury assessments, if you fail, it used to be 3. It's now down to 2, Piggy. So you would think in a contact sport, a gladiatorial sport like rugby league, we're probably going to see that more and more.
Yeah, we're going to see that a fair bit, I recken.
It almost happened last night for Parramatta.
Yeah, we'll see, because, you know, and being down on the sideline and whatnot, it's pretty, I won't say it's common, but it's, you know.
You get players, two players in one tackle go low, they both
gone.
Get split.
No. That's going to happen. So I think we are going to see, where the teams reassess who's the 18th player or whatnot, because, there's a huge chance that they're going to play a part in the games this year.
I agree.
Did they mention it all yesterday whether a doctor can rule immediately that a player's out? Now, say that. Say you're absolutely out on your back. You can't move. You're put on a stretcher, taken off. You've still got 15 minutes, don't you, to pass the test?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is, say last night Penrith went down with 10 minutes to go.
But the decision to fail an HIA can be made inside that 15-minute period. So if you're knocked out, then obviously the doctor will say, well, there's no chance of going back on. So you can activate
categories.
the 18th there.
Categories.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting last night when it came up, when Penrith went off, because the winger had already gone off, hadn't he? And the Lumi. So they were talking about it then. Will this bring that new rule in? But I've
got to say though, Davey, I spoke to one of the club doctors during the off season, and he ran me through some of the questions that get asked. I reckon I'd fail them without an HIA. You've got to say the alphabet backwards.
From the time I started to the time I finished, they got a whole lot more in depth, and they're a lot harder to pass these days. That's for sure.
I think if you pass it, it's a miracle you're back on the football field from the questions. 0460 873 873. Let's hear from Jerome Luai, who was labelled a grub this week by Selwyn Cobbo. Here he is, the Panthers playmaker, with Jonathan Thurston on 9.
Back-to-back premiers starting 2023 season in front of your home fans. How good?
Yeah, this is where we want to be. To start the year, it's going to be a long year, but we can't wait to get it kicked off.
Where have you seen the Broncos threats for tonight?
Yeah, they've been awesome in the trials. A lot of youngsters, and the individual carries are really strong, so our tackling is going to have to be on tonight.
No worries. Well, all the best for the year and tonight, mate.
Cheers, Thursday. Have a good one, bro. See you later.
Yeah, Jerome Luai with Jonathan Thurston on Nine's Wide World of Sports. And let's keep getting you some reaction and preview tonight's game between the Panthers and the Brisbane Broncos. Kevin Walters, here he is with James Bracey and Brad Fittler previewing the big game.
Ready to rock and roll tonight or not?
Ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, the vibe is good. I want to talk a bit of history soon about this ground, Kevin, but when it comes to the draw, a bit of a hospital pass for you guys. The Premiers on their own patch, but I know you're a glass half full kind of guy. What's the approach been to this one?
Oh, just getting our season off to a good start. It's been a long slog for all the clubs, and we started probably earlier than most, given our end of last season, but that was last year, and we learned a lot, I believe, from the back end of last year and how we finished the season. So really important for us tonight to get out and put into practice a lot of the things that we have practiced over the pre-season.
As we're chatting, it's just starting to rain.
Yeah.
Does that change anything?
Well, it does. The kicking game for both. I worry about us, I worry about the Panthers. We've got a very good kicker in Adam Reynolds, and also Ezra Mann kicks well as well. So yeah, we've got no problems there with the rain.
There is in the background Adam Reynolds. He didn't play in a trial match. What was the reason for that?
Oh, just getting him ready for round one, basically. It's a long season, and I don't think Adam's played a trial in about 4 years. So a bit like you in the trial, Freddie, you never used to play too many. He's a game player. He's a match day player, and it's match day today. So we're fortunate to get him out here tonight.
A bit of talk about this Penrith side, Kevy, that they might come back to the pack this year. Your thoughts?
We're not got any news about that. That's news to us. You know, they're a good side, well coached. We come here tonight with great expectation of our own team, more than anything else, and we just need a good performance tonight to get us out of the blocks for the season.
Mate, Penrith are dealing with a few players leaving. You've also, in the news this week, there's a few players leaving the Broncos. Yeah. What's it like coaching a team where, you know the player's not going to be there at the end of the year, and is it confusing?
It's not confusing, no, Freddie. That's the modern footballer, I guess, with the way the transfer is and signing of contracts. So, yeah, we've adapted to it. We're looking forward to these boys. We know that Herbie, in particular, and Flegg will give us good service this year, and they're off to another club next year.
Kevy, before we let you get out of the rain, some history on this ground. You two, head-to-head, 4 times at Panthers.
Grab me by the collar all the time, and then sidestep me and attack all the time. I'm building with you. That's what came into my head when I drove in here this afternoon, Freddie. It's been a great battle here.
You would run out, Kevin and Alfie would just be cheap. Well, they'd just be chipping at you. 2 minutes in the game, they'd be running past you. You go, oh, they got me again. They got me again.
Didn't run past too many here, I can tell you.
I can tell you 2-2 between you two, Panthers, Broncos.
There you go. They were always good battles, I remember that.
Yeah. Well, let's hope you get a win tonight for your fans and your sake too, Kevy. Great to catch up as always.
It's good to get the footy back on, boys.
Yeah, Kevin Walters, the Brisbane Broncos coach, ahead of this game between the Broncos and the Panthers. No changes to either side. They line up as per the program. Back around the grounds. 5 minutes left in the second half. Warriors 14, Knights 12. 14 points to 12. The Warriors lead the Knights. We're off to a break. Back with plenty more Friday night football.
NRL fans, Stans had cameras following Master Coach Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins as they built a brand new footy club in the Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins.
I wanted the challenge, I wanted to do the job.
Stan gives you unprecedented access to history in the making.
And I know if I fail, it's going to cost a lot of people their jobs.
Witness their journey in the brand new Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins. Premieres Monday, only on Stan.
This Monday, Stan is taking you behind the scenes of the NRL's newest club in the Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins. Dawn of the Dolphins will give you an exclusive look at the thrills and challenges ahead of the Redcliffe Dolphins' inaugural NRL season. It'll also give you a rare glimpse inside the mind of Supercoach Wayne Bennett. In this 3-part series, you have unprecedented access to the Dolphins' journey from securing the successful bid to the 2023 kickoff, which is happening, of course, on Sunday when they take on the Roosters at Suncorp Stadium, including the pressures and expectations facing the brand new club. The Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins premieres Monday, only on Stan, and of course the NRL's last new team was the Titans in 2007. It's a brand new era.
Sally's Liquid Nails Original has an upgraded formula, and it sounds like this.
All done, mate. See you tomorrow.
Strong with no string and less run-on, there's less mess. So you can get the job done quicker. Sally's Liquid Nails. If it's Sally's, it works.
Big man, summer is my favourite. And I know why. Because all the summer favourites are back at Lowe's. Like essential polos, only $12.95. Plus every type of short you can imagine. My favourite Hawaiian shirts, tie-dye tees and shorts. Plus this summer's new hit, party shirts. There's heaps of fun designs to choose from in bright colours and prints. There's summer ranges across all departments, including big men's available now. Check out the summer favourites back in store and online at Lowe's.
You're listening to the Continuous Call Team on Sydney's 2GB. Thanks to Macca's, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Wade Egan scores a try for the Warriors with 5 minutes left in the second half. It's Warriors 20, Newcastle 12. 20 points to 12. Warriors lead Knights with 5 minutes left in the second half. 2GB.com, click onto the feedback icon. You can text us as well, 0460 873 873. And, of course, our Queensland listeners, 4bc.com.au. Tiffy's listening in Victoria. Good evening, boys. Tiffy down here in Vic. Man, I'm ecstatic to hear you back. Can't wait for the weekend with all the banter and fun. I love you, boys. Well, we love you too, Tiffy. Thank you very much. Lovely to hear from you. Dave's at Mermaid Waters in Queensland. Welcome back, boys. Piggy in a warm commentary box. Josh doing the hard yards. It sounds like a training night at Cogra Oval. I like it. Craig's listening at DY. G'day, Levy. Welcome back to you and the team. I think it took maybe 10 seconds for the bagging to start. If the big man was there, it would have only taken 2 seconds. So you're off to your usual tricks. Good on you, Craig. Thank you, mate. Keep them coming. 0460 873 873. Well, we've heard from the Brisbane coach. Let's hear from the home side coach. The Panthers mentor is Ivan Cleary. Here he is with Brad Fittler.
Ivan, World Club Challenge, not your conventional start of the year. How was the experience and what did you get out of the game?
Yeah, it was definitely different. We didn't play great, but I was really happy the way we hung in. It was a tough game. We only had 3 harder games all of last year, according to the numbers. So in terms of first game, getting everyone into the season, it was good. Obviously disappointing though.
It feels like when I read the media that there just seems to be trying to put the pressure on the club even more. You're turning to Jack Gibson. They're talking about players leaving. They're talking about they just feel like they're trying to clamp in on the Panthers. Do you talk about that, and what's the reaction of the players?
No, we don't really talk about it. I guess if people are talking about us, I guess we're doing something right. So, I don't really worry too much about it. We just try and get down to business, and if we win games, everyone's happy.
Playing against a highly talented team, the Broncos, what's the key tonight?
Yeah, definitely talented. Really good roster, very strong athletic team. Probably teamwork. Early season, we just got to get the basics right, fundamentals, control the ball, kick well, tackle well, and get through this game. And I think if we play as a team, then it'll give us the best chance to win.
Good luck.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, Brad Fittler having a chat to Ivan Cleary, the Panthers coach on Nine's Wide World of Sports. 2.5 minutes left in the second half. In Wellington, Warriors 20, Newcastle 12. 20 points to 12. The Warriors lead Newcastle. Just on the Panthers, Piggy, the loss to St Helens in the World Club Challenge. Is there any cause for concern tonight?
No, not at all. I don't think so. Look, some of those players that played in that game, it was their first hit out for the season. And you could probably tell a little bit there. As he said, they did really well to hang in there. They have lost a couple of players, as have many of the teams, but I think the players that are slotting in there, they'll get some time to find their feet. They've still got class right across the park. Cleary's there, Luai's there, Dylan Edwards, who was probably one of the best players last season, still there. You name it. The list goes on. They're going to be one of the teams to beat this year.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Hey, team, will you guys be pretty more of the buckle-up stickers this year? I'm keen to get my hands on one this season from Dan at Bargo. Well, Daniel, I see your buckle-up stickers and I raise you this, the Continuous Call Team show bag. Because, boys, we've got the Continuous Call Team cooler bag full of goodies to give away this year. 1 cooler bag, 2 stubby holders so you can share a beer with a mate, 2 hats, 4 stickers, including a buckle up with the Continuous Call Team bumper sticker. All thanks to My Sports Tape. MySportstape.com, supporting rugby league and sports clubs throughout Australia. Partner of Parramatta, Penrith and Newcastle and the Blues. They sell sports tape, sports medical, sports kit and first aid. Ask us how we can support your club. Go to mysportstape.com, and of course our man Graham at GDK Signs and Graphics. And Biggie, we're going to give one away after full time tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait, Levy. I've just had a look at the little show bag there, the 2GB show bag. I've got to say, I'm very partial to a stubby holder. I collect them. Serious, I collect them.
McDonald's Coke at the end of the night anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're talking.
Look, and just for those people that would be familiar with the original Continuous Call Team show bag, given the day and age we live in, I can't put the G-strings back in.
No,
I'm sorry.
I
just want to apologise in advance. In the world we live in, I don't want to end up on the ABC or on the Daily Mail or wherever.
Was it one size fits all?
Well, apparently.
Well, what's wrong with that? It's 2023. Anyone can wear them.
I used to put them on my head and walk down the corridor with them on. Ray, I've made a mistake. Get that thing off your head, you idiot. Anyway, so looking forward to giving away a few Continuous Call Team show bags in season 2023. All right, boys, let's lock in your tips for the first time in 2023. We do that for McDonald's. Score a quick fire 40. What about this? 40 chicken nuggets and Cajun dipping sauce from Macca's. Order via McDelivery in select locations. T's and C's apply, available for a limited time. Who will deliver? So not a player to watch this year. We're going to go with a who will deliver, the player that will deliver, and a first try scorer as well. Thanks to Telstra Broadband KO and Telstra. It could change your life. Get 12 months of KO Basic with a new Telstra home internet plan. Head to telstra.com for all the details. Josh, we'll start with you. A tip, who will deliver, and a first try scorer.
Penrith to win. Clive Churchill-Millers, Dylan Edwards to deliver. And first try scorer, I will go Isaac Targo.
You got one job, Josh. Tips. By the way, you can go down the sideline there.
Penrith.
Thank you very much. You can go down the sideline there.
Thank you.
He got here at 4 o'clock. He goes, when do I go to the sideline? I said, not yet, champion. 5 before kickoff. Then you go downstairs. Enjoy the wet conditions.
Will do.
Mark
Yes.
Piggy Riddell, your tips. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, look, I'm tipping the Penrith Panthers to win tonight. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Stephen Crichton for the Penrith Panthers. And Levy, the player who will deliver tonight for McDonald's, the player to watch, Nathan Cleary. In these conditions, I think he'll kick him off the park.
By the way, whoever invented McDelivery deserves an OAM and a medal. How good is McDelivery when you've had a few schooners the night before, you don't want to leave the house and you get on McDelivery?
And what about when you get the knock on the door?
Oh, mine just leave them at the door.
Oh, no, they leave them at the door, but they still knock. And it's like, yes.
It's arrived.
I wonder where Piggy was going from.
What are your tips, Davey, on tonight's big game?
I think the Panthers will win. Their record here is just unbelievable. Very hard to beat. My first try scorer, the player to watch, he's a champion for Penrith, the champion for New South Wales. He comes from down near Temora, and he's a damn good footballer. And you all know who he is, Liam Martin.
Liam Martin. Thank you, Davey. Full time in that game in Wellington. The Warriors have kicked off the season with a win, 20 points to 12 over the Newcastle Knights. 20 points to 12. The Warriors have beaten the Newcastle Knights. Bit of Neil Diamond here at Bluebet Stadium. The Brisbane Broncos have made their way back into the sheds. The Panthers are on their way back in. So we'll take one last break. When we return, all of the action. Friday night football. It's the Panthers and the Broncos.
Congratulations on another delicious meal, hun.
Yeah, look, it's a great result and full credit to the bok choice.
You put a lot into meal prep.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected tonight's performance?
We always give 110%, both on and off the stove. I guess we were just the hungrier side tonight.
Thanks for chatting, and good luck with the rest of the seasoning.
Yeah, cheers, babe.
Get 12 months of KO Basic with a new Telstra home internet plan. It could change your life. For Telstra personal customers taking up a new home internet service, roll on to KO Basic standard month-to-month fees after offer, unless you change or cancel. Must sign up via Telstra.
You've been injured through no fault of your own and need legal advice and representation. We understand that, and we understand that you want to ensure that you receive the maximum compensation for your injuries. You need the best legal advice and representation from the lawyers with over 50 years' experience. Call Bryden's Lawyers today on 1-800-848-848 for a risk-free, no-obligation assessment, or visit brydens.com.au to book an appointment. Bryden's Lawyers, we do support you when you need it most. Terms and conditions apply.
Big man, summer is the perfect time to get outdoors and try a new activity. So it's the perfect time to check out the latest fishing and outdoors wear range at Lowe's. The Angler's Edge range has a variety of fishing polos, shirts and shorts, including unisex adult, big men's and kid sizes. Plus there's a great range of outdoors wear, including the Traders Countryman shirts and jeans. There's men's and ladies shirts, cotton rich, perfect for the outdoors. So check out the fishing and outdoors wear range at Lowe's.
Congratulations on another delicious meal, hun.
Yeah, look, it's a great result and full credit to the Bok choice.
You put a lot into meal prep.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected tonight's performance?
Oh, we always give 110%, both on and off the stove. I guess we were just the hungrier side tonight.
Thanks for chatting, and good luck with the rest of the seasoning.
Yeah, cheers, babe.
Get 12 months of KO Basic with a new Telstra home internet plan. It could change your life. For Telstra personal customers taking up a new home internet service, roll on to KO Basic standard month-to-month fees after offer, unless you change or cancel. Must sign up via Telstra.
You're listening to the Continuous Call Team on Sydney's 2GB. Thanks to Macca's, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Well, all is in readiness. Friday night football with the Continuous Call Team. Our very first game for 2023. And I've got to say, folks, to see all of these lovely messages coming through via the text line and via the email, it means a lot that we mean so much to you. And it's going to be great to have your company over the next 7 months as we cover the greatest game of all and have plenty of fun right here on the Continuous Call Team. And for those people just joining us, yes, the big man is back with us. He'll be with us on Saturdays and Sundays. We don't want to overwork Darryl Broman this year, so there's no excuses when he comes in on Saturdays and Sundays with his head down towards the floor. Levy, I'm very, very tired. I'm pooped, Levy. Not anymore. Not anymore. And that goes for you too, Piggy. Don't you come in on Saturday?
No, well, I get it.
Being the main man.
I freshen up on a Saturday. Bit of a spell.
Oh, freshen up. I know what you'll be doing. Jibber juice. Jibber juice.
No. I'm playing footy tomorrow.
What?
Playing Masters tomorrow.
Oh.
We can investigate this later, I'm sure.
There needs to be an investigation.
Yes.
Well, another man who played a bit of footy a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Josh Morris, who's made his way down to the touchline. Let's set the scene, find out what the atmosphere's like. Josh, down to you.
Yes, the atmosphere is awesome. They've just finished playing Sweet Caroline, so we've had everyone come across from the club. They've all started singing it. They're all ready to go. They're ready to see a Panthers victory. There's a little bit of dew on the ground from the rain. Like Shane Flanagan said, there's a full coverage of grass across the field. So great conditions for football. I'm very excited to see the Panthers come out tonight and start their premiership campaign and their defence of it.
Great stuff. Hey, Josh, how did you pull up after that Masters tournament a couple of weeks ago?
There were some muscles that hadn't been used for a while that were quite sore, Levy, I'll tell you that much.
So is that good a trip, eh?
Oh, Piggy's
Well,
produced
he's one
a
of the
pearl.
best already. The wife didn't come over, unfortunately.
Oh, Piggy's produced a pearl. Where to from there? Unbelievable. Keep them coming. 0460 873 873. We've got people listening to us all over the place. People enjoying, the warmer weather before we get into winter. Usually Piggy and Davey, we have people sitting in their man caves and in their sheds around the fire listening to the football, but there's probably no need for the fire because it's a pretty mild night in Sydney, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful conditions. I know we did have a little bit of rain, as Josh mentioned, but it was a beautiful, nice, warm day today, and conditions were nice tonight. I reckon they'd still be out the back, Levy, still in the man cave, maybe got the fans on about 2 or 3, and the TV on, ready to rock and roll for this big one tonight.
Now, Piggy, as a former hooker, I want to ask you about Mitch Kenny, because Api Coruscant's made the move to the West Tigers. We know he's a quality footballer, but he's got to really take that next step and play an important part in this Panthers football side.
Yeah, he does. I feel a little bit sorry for him, to tell you the truth, because they haven't even started their campaign. They started tonight, and already people are questioning him. It's going to take time for him. He's changing from a half a game player into the starting 9. He's got a big job to do in this team, but I think we've got to give him time, and I think he can really make that jersey his own.
And Adam Reynolds, Davey, I touched on off the top of the show that he's in the paper today declaring that he desperately wants to help the Broncos snap this premiership drought, which dates back 17 years. Here he comes as he leads the Broncos onto Bluebet Stadium. Let's hope he stays fit and has a big year for the Broncos.
Well, I was only saying earlier to some of the boys in the room, I said, if they happen to have a good year, the Broncos, he's the Dally M medalist. Because, I mean, nearly every game they win, he'll get 3 points. Because it's on the back of his kicking game, his passing game, everything he does. And I know not every side's a one-man team. But the Broncos, they've got a lot of good players. But if he's on song and gets them going, we saw it last year. When he wasn't right, when he was injured, they weren't the same team. When he was on song, they were in the top 4.
Well, there we go. Hell's bells. You know what that means, folks. The Panthers are on their way. Out comes the Panther. The Broncos take up real estate at the southern end of Bluebet Stadium. And out they come, led out by Isaiah Yeo and Nathan Cleary, the co-captains for this unbelievable football side that have won the last 2 premierships. Could they become the first since Parramatta in the early 80s to make it the three-peat? Back to back to back. They'll be kicking us off with the Brisbane Broncos defending the southern end of Bluebet Stadium. Our referee, the experienced Gerard Sutton, and a big good luck to all of the officials this year. It's over to your commentary team of David Morrow, Mark Piggy Riddell and Josh Morris. Thirsty, it's all yours as the Panthers take on the Broncos.
Yeah, when you think about 3 in a row, your Parramatta did it 81, 82, 83, but, you know, during my lifetime, except the Dragons' great run, South won 2, lost to Balmain, then won 2 in a row. Manly won 2 in a row. That great East side that Arthur captain won 2 in a row. East Simpson won 2 in a row. The Broncos have won 2 in a row. There's a number of teams and clubs. Canterbury won 2 in a row with the big man. It's not easy. It's not easy. But there's the start of the season here at the foot of the mountains, and Big Payne Haas catches it, and he picked up, and he's driven into the turf heavily, about 13 metres out from his own goal line. And the crowd, I mean, Josh was saying earlier, he said, gee, they haven't come in early yet. I said, an hour from now, Josh, you won't be able to see too many empty seats on the far side, because we've been here a few times in the last few years. And the big thing about the Panthers is they support the club, and then they come over here and support the team, as Carrigan works it back now with the Bronx, and he's tackled about 30 metres out on the goal line at the Howell Oval end of the field. That's the southern end. It's played to Walters. Walters throws a dummy. Then he goes back to the centre of the park. He wished he'd passed the ball as he ran into a solid tackle from Martin and Yeo. Played the Ezra Mam. Away it comes to Reynolds. His first kick in general play. It goes to the far side of the field, and it's taken over there, and they start to bring the ball back and bring it back as Taruva, and he's tackled about 30 metres out from his own goal line. Looking forward to his season too, but see, we just saw the excitement machine in reserve grade 2 for Penrith. Gee, they've got some kids coming through.
Yeah, they do. They do, Thirsty, don't they? You know, we've been waiting for Taruva to get an opportunity. Unfortunately, it was through injury, through Taylor May in that World Club Challenge. He's out for what looks like a long period of time. So Taruva on that left wing tonight gets his chance.
Now they go back to the right and down the centre. Here comes Big Leota, and Big Leota charging down the centre is only 45 metres out. They move back to the left as the ball comes away in the centre of the park. Yo, darting back off his left feet, gets back to within 31 metres of the line. Last tackle, little chip bomb from Cleary. It's coming down on the far side, and 2 men going for the ball, and it's been a great take on the far side. Jesse Arthurs, what a catch, under pressure, quite legally under pressure, and the 2 men hit terra firma at the same time. I don't know how both got up the way they did, but it just says how fit they all are.
Yeah, it was a great effort, wasn't it, Thirsty? It was a nice kick from Nathan Cleary. He swept around the back of the ruck late in that on the last play, got the kick in, but as you said, Arthurs, he got up high, he was able to defuse the bomb. The Broncos now with the football up over the 40-metre line.
And you hear the referee that they are going to indicate a player held slightly earlier than they have in the past, so that'll be good to see whether they can or not. Not an easy assignment, that. Ball comes away to Reynolds. Up goes a high testing bomb. Here's getting underneath it. It's allowed to bounce by Dylan Edwards, and luckily for him, it bounces and bounces and bounces, and it would have finished up on the trotting track if it hadn't basically run into the back fence.
The Thirsty was one of them floating torpedoes from Adam Reynolds, and Dylan Edwards, as you said, he had a lot of time sitting underneath it. He allowed it to bounce. He took the risk. It went over the dead ball line, and they get a 7-tackle set.
And Taruva took the ball back and took the kick very quickly to 7-tackle kick. But I'll tell you what, I reckon there was a Penrith player about half a metre in front of him when he took the tackle.
Really? Yeah.
That's why I went, ooh, I just thought they might be called back, but he wasn't. they normally get them to play it again. It's not a penalty like it used to be years and years ago. And, gee, they're moving the ball quickly, the Panthers, to the left side of the field, and they've got it only about 38 metres out. They'll play the ball. Kenny sends it back to Cleary. Cleary runs the line, opposite up to Yo. Yo keeps it alive back to the right side. Here it goes to Crichton. Crichton tries to burst between defenders. They're both equal to the task. They put him down over here. Mann was one. The other one on this side of the field was Farnworth. Away it goes to Cleary. Short pass to Leota. Leota takes it ahead. He's only 12 metres out. Last tackle coming up as the ball is played again. They'll go back to the left side of the field. It was a slowish play, the ball. Here's the chip bomb. They're all coming for the ball, and Jackie Arthurs comes from nowhere again and saves the day for the Broncos.
Yeah, he got really good protection on that occasion. It was a nice kick over the top from Nathan Cleary. His Broncos teammates got around the football and protected Arthurs, but a nice catch on the ball, and the Broncos make their way off their own goal line.
Gee, it's been a frenetic start to Josh Morris on the sideline.
Yeah, the pace of the game is just like last night to start. Both teams going at it. No errors at the moment. It seems that they're kicking to Jesse Arthurs. Maybe that's one of their plans for the night. I'd also be interested to see if they keep kicking to Taruva to keep To'o out of the game.
And there's a kick from Billy Walters, and they're looking for a 40-20. As you heard the referee say, inside the 40. It ran along the touchline, but Dylan Edwards, gee, he did well. He ran along the touchline, protecting the ball from going across the touchline, and when the bounce was good, he picked it up.
Yeah, he just got in between, didn't he, Thursday? You're 100% right there. Got in between the ball and the touchline. He heard the referee call it. There's a potential 40-20 for the Broncos, but we just know he's just all class, Dylan Edwards, and it was that on that occasion.
As Luai goes back to the left side of the field, and he's tackled around the legs just short of the halfway. I'll get up and play the ball. The ball goes back, and it's 6 to go, as you heard the ref say, and then running one way, running the other. He's running in and out of holes, and then back into another defender is Edwards. He's tackled 40 metres out, back to the left side to Luai. Luai's ankle tapped. He gets up and has another crack, and the referee says play on. And then he's tackled 30 metres out, back to Cleary on the right, and they're charging onto the ball. Big Fisher Harris, that big long stride. He's brought down. He's only 22 metres out as Kenny goes to the left, then back to the right to Yo. Taking it ahead is Leota, and the Leota is tackled 15 metres out. Here come the Panthers, 0-all it is at the moment, and the ball goes back to the left side of the field through the hands. Fisher Harris charges. He's taken. Good defence on the far side. Carrigan was there and two others. One of them was capable. Ball goes back to the left. Quick hands. It goes across on the far side to Luai, and out of the line. Great tackle. Katoni Staggs was...
Yeah, you're right, Thursday. Katoni Staggs. Brilliant tackle. Had to come in and shut it down. The Panthers had stacked that short side on the last play. Cleary went down there teaming up with his halves partner in Luai, and Katoni Staggs comes outside in, shuts the play down.
But they didn't really show much. I mean, both times Luai got the ball as if he stood there, but there was no space in front of him.
I thought a couple of the plays as well where the Yo just tipped it onto his forwards. They could have played out the back, but it wasn't to be.
So what have we had? We've had about 6.5 minutes play. That's on the Makita clock. And, of course, the score at the moment, thanks to Lowe's, is 0-all. And that's between the Brisbane Broncos and the Penrith Panthers here at the foot of the mountains. We're at Bluebet Stadium. Back to the right it goes away to Reynolds. He puts a kick in. It's a high kick. I tell you what, there's some pressure on young Taruva this time. He takes it, and he in turn is absolutely poleaxed by Staggs. Wow.
It was a fair shot, wasn't it? They really got some pressure on him, and you understand it. Josh mentioned it as well. You keep kicking to young Taruva. Hasn't played a lot of first grade. They put him under pressure tonight, and they keep the ball away from To'o's side of the field. So Brian To'o's got to go looking for a carry instead of catching it on that play.
And the ball comes away to the right side of the wheel to Martin. Martin's out here on the right wing. He gets it back to Edwards. Edwards is streaking downfield. Away it goes to Crichton. Shut the gate. Crichton scores an absolutely brilliant try. That is world-class rugby league, and Crichton, who's one of our try scorers on our bet tonight, scores the opening try. Piggy Riddle doing a dance in the background. I don't know what that is. Fair dinkum. That is straight out of the top drawer.
Oh, wasn't it good footy from the Penrith Panthers? They shift the ball from their own end out the back to Cleary. Crichton plays a part. He passes to Liam Martin. Liam Martin downfield. He's able to find the fullback in Edwards. Edwards still with plenty of work to do. He's able to find Stephen Crichton looming up on his outside, and Stephen Crichton, he becomes our first try scorer tonight for Telstra Broadband KO and for Bluebet, our first leg of our charity bet. Stephen Crichton in for the first try.
Josh, can you tell me where Tor'o is? Because he wasn't on the left side, he's not on the right side. Maybe he's looking at the ball in the centre of the field, but he was nowhere out here.
Yeah, I think he was in the centre of the field there. We saw Liam Martin out playing on the wing. He's done an excellent job there, and like every good fullback, Dylan Edwards, Johnny on the spot, and then gets the ball to Crichton to score. We got our one leg up. Let's hope for some more luck.
We really do. Gee, that's a cracking try.
Yeah. You're right, Thursday. To'o, he went in field, and we were just sort of mentioning it. Josh mentioned it first. To'o went in looking for a carry. They actually played out the back of him, to Cleary, and shifted the football to get the initial break from Liam Martin. And what tends to happen in teams when they're getting back behind the ball in those first few plays, if their winger goes in field looking for a carry, the likes of the back rower and the centre will adjust and they'll pull out a lot wider. And that's why we saw Liam Martin looming up and running down the sideline. He pulled off the football, was waiting for his winger to come back and take his spot.
Well, there we are. It was a great start. I went looking, I thought, well, maybe Tor'o's injured because I haven't seen him. Here's Cleary. He's 20 metres out, 11 metres, 7 metres in from touch. He moves in, he strikes it as sweet as a nut, thank you very much. And it's on the low scoreboard. The Panthers leading by 6 points to 0. And you know what, Piggy? Yes. You're listening to the continuous call team.
Macca's, dinner's sorted. Dine in, drive through or delivery.
Well, what a start.
It was out of nothing, wasn't it? Looked like we're going to have a To'o carry or something like that. We're seeing the vision here of the Penrith bench, the replay for Harvey Norman. They're all excited. They're on their feet. The crowd are on their feet. The first points, they go to Penrith.
Reynolds gets us underway for the first time, kicking down to that end of the field. Taken by Edwards, offloads to Leota. And Leota comes charging back into the fray, and there's three of them there. Billy Walters is one of them. Carrigan's another. I'll go back the left side. Fisher Harris works it back the centre, coming as Ricky, and so too as Walters. 20 out from the goal line. Ball played back to the left side of the field. Garner works it back to within about 20 of the halfway line. Interesting to see what season he has. He's a good footballer playing a very good side. He might even get better.
Yeah, I think he just needs time. Just give him time to sort of build his combinations with this Penrith Panthers team.
Gee, I like the look of Edwards. He's just another little run, but it's just a dodge and a wee pig, and all of a sudden he makes 10 metres. As the ball is fed to Cleary. Cleary belts it down the other end of the field. And again, great bit of work across there by the backs on that side of the field. That time it was Jesse Arthurs again. It's 500 goals now for Nathan Cleary in the NRL with that goal. I think he only needs one try to be 50 too.
Yep.
Ball goes back to the left side of the field, and there's Oates. That's his first run. Martin came in. I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was a human lawnmower the way he tried to tackle
Cut him down, didn't he? Old school. Around the legs.
Ball is played almost on the halfway line. They go back to the right side of the field. Carrigan gets away to Reynolds. In turn, it goes to Cobbo. He floats it over the top. It goes to Arthurs, but it took half an hour to get to him. It was a big Harbour Bridge pass. The defence has got there. He's done well, Arthurs, to avoid being put into touch. I thought for a moment, with 5 men tackling him, he had to finish in touch. A kick from Reynolds that isn't great, but in the end, Edwards does well there. He says, I've got to either get this on the bounce or let it go, in the hope that it goes dead. He had 15 metres to worry about whether it... You know, sometimes people say, oh, that's going to go dead for certain, and it stops.
Yeah, it pulls up short. I think you're right, Thursday, and I think he did the right thing there, Dylan Edwards. He's had a great start to the game. I know we're only 11 minutes into it, but he's been very, very busy. He's been under pressure as well, and he's answered.
The crowd aren't happy. Thought that was a penalty. Little flick pass from Fisher Harris. Out the back door it goes to Kenny. Away it goes to Luai. They go from the right side to the left side. And now Leota says, look, fellas, there's only one way to go. It's down the middle. Straight and hard. Now they go back to the left side again as Edwards goes to Luai. Quick hands gets away to Garner. Garner takes it over the halfway. He's tackled about 30 metres, should say 40 metres out. 10 in from touch. Jared Sutton puts his arm up and says, that's The last tackle, kick from Cleary. It's high. Again, they're coming through quickly. Oh, gee, for a moment I thought he was going to pluck it out of the air. Taruva was flying through to put pressure on Cobbo. Cobbo somehow caught it. Now it's a penalty for a steal.
Yeah, penalty for a strip there on Selwyn Cobbo. I think Fisher Harris involved. Wow, what about Taruva, the kick chase? You thought he was going to take it, but Cobbo was able to hold on to the ball off the back of that. As we see the replay for Harvey Norman, wow, he just misses the ball. Cobbo gets to his feet, keeps going in the tackle with Fisher Harris. Referees ruled the ball's been stripped. They get a relieving penalty, the Broncos.
Hold for the foot, starting beyond.
I love Taruva, but gee, that was spectacular stuff, Josh. This is what, 12 minutes into their first game of the season, these players?
Yeah, he was moving so quickly then and launched himself in the air there. Cobbo came up with it, but it's just interesting to see Cobbo's carries, and at the moment it seems like they're getting 2 or 3 Penrith defenders in, and they're trying to hit and hurt him at the same time. So those comments earlier in the week have definitely stirred up the Panthers.
Especially that left side where Luai plays. As the ball is fed back to the centre of the park, and Payne Haas. This is a good run from Haas. He got the ball about 32, 33 out. He's going to play it 22 metres out, and he had pressure on him the whole way. Ezra Mann goes back to the left side. Lovely little run from Capewell, the former Panther. He won a premiership here a couple of years ago. Last tackle. Ezra Mann goes to the line on his own, and he's taken a metre short of the goal line. Last tackle.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure that was the right play there. The benefit of that was that they turned the football over a metre off the Penrith Panthers goal line. Ezra Mann, he spotted some space on that last play, decided to run it. Unfortunately, he was pulled down about a metre short.
As they quickly move the ball to the left again, the Panthers underneath their own goalpost, and Garner is tackled 20 metres out. Luai goes back to the right. Going for a run now is Edwards. Edwards has taken the crossfield. He plays the ball, and the ball comes to Luai. Luai goes for a gallop round the left side. Luai puts on the little step. He almost gets through. He's only just tackled from behind. 8 metres short of the halfway. Now Taruva up over the halfway line. He's still going. He's tackled 42 metres out. 15 in from touch. They lead 6 points to 0, the Panthers. Ball fed to Cleary. That's thanks to Lowe's. Up goes the bomb. Oates is coming with the ball, and so is Martin coming for him. Martin's got him, so is Crichton. And there's another defender got down there as well. And Corey Oates plays the ball outside his own goal line as it fed across to Capewell. And Capewell's tackled 30 out from his own goal line. 15 in from touch. Referee's found another penalty.
Yeah, not getting off the tackle player in time there, the Penrith Panthers. So that's back-to-back penalties for the Brisbane Broncos coming out of their own end. It's going to give them another chance to make their way downfield and put some pressure on this Penrith side. We haven't seen them really have too many play the balls inside the opposition's 20, but you'd think they'd get in a couple of occasions here.
It's one of the things this bloke's always been brilliant at, Reynolds. He measures his kick for the touch for the penalties. You know, and 95% of the time he gets maximum out of them. Gee, he takes a lot of pressure off his side with his kicks for touch.
Well, just an extra 10, 20, 30 metres makes a difference, doesn't it?
Especially for you forwards. But, I mean, it does. I mean, I remember when he was at South, the number of times that he probably saved him a full set of 6.
Yep.
Ball played down back the open side. Talking to Reynolds, he's got it now. He offers it up to Cobbo. Cobbo comes back on the inside. He's knocked over about 18 metres out. In centre field. Trotting Club into the field. He'll play the ball to Walters. Walters gets it, throws a dummy, goes on his own, and then he's thrown into the ground by the shirt collar. Out of jumping half. Cobbo goes on his own. Cobbo's knocked over, close to the goalpost. He'll play the ball right under the northern goalpost. He gets up slowly, plays it to Reynolds on the left. Reynolds will go to the line. Oh, goal! Crichton went for an intercept, and guess what? He's missed it. Farnworth grabs it. Farnworth scores the easiest of tries.
Yeah, it's a nice play from the Brisbane Broncos on the last. As you said, Thirsty, the Penrith Panthers right centre, Stephen Crichton, he looked for the intercept. We've seen him do it on the big stage, but on this occasion, they run it on the last. He shapes to kick Adam Reynolds, then throws the long ball to Herbie Farnworth. Farnworth, he finds himself in space. He cuts back off that left foot and goes over for the Brisbane Broncos' first try.
Yeah, I know Crichton's good at it, but gee, Josh, that was a bit... how's your father? I think it's the best way to say that.
Yeah, certainly. That's a high-risk play that close to the try line. It's a great battle between these two young centres as well, and they're one try apiece now, so makes for an interesting rest of the night.
Well, it was a good pass and he ran into the hole, but it was an easy hole to run into in the end.
Yeah, once he got it, you're right, Thirsty. There's plenty of space around him. Off the back of that is the Penrith Panthers have conceded 2 penalties piggybacking the Brisbane Broncos out of their own end. That was off the penalty for holding down on about the 20 or 30 metre line. And then off the back of that, inviting Broncos down that end of the field. Adam Reynolds on the last play shaped a kick through the long ball, and he's able to catch Penrith, and Herbie Farnworth goes over for the try.
He was flat-footed, I think, Crichton, wasn't he?
I think he just had vision for the ball, and that was it. And Adam Reynolds, who's got plenty of experience, he just beat him.
I just held his pass back on just that fraction. Here comes Reynolds. He's on the scrum line, moves in, kicks the goal, and it's all level. It's 6 apiece. It's 18 minutes gone, and that's on the Makita clock. And the low scoreboard, 8 at 6 apiece here at the foot of the mountains at Bluebet Stadium. It was weird just to see him fly out of the line, Crichton, like that. If he'd taken it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've seen him do it on the big stage, haven't we, before?
Changed to that grand final a couple of years ago.
Boys, just something I noticed. Adam Reynolds, after he kicked the ball, he gave the kicking tee to the ball boy and said, go and give it to someone in the crowd. So the ball boy went over here, and a little fella down in front of us got the Adam Reynolds kicking tee. Isn't that nice?
Well done.
You know what he's like. He's, oh dear, look at this.
Josh's umbrella's going up.
You've got an umbrella down there, Josh.
How's it look?
That doesn't look heavy here. It just looks like it's a little misty rain.
Bit better than the bloke next to you.
Yeah, there's a bit of arguing going on there. But these new 2GB umbrellas are the grouse.
Anyway, it's raining here. That's the upshot of what we're talking about. 6-all the scoreboard, and it's the Broncos bringing the ball back to win about 8 metres of the halfway line. They'll go back to the left. Cobbo in and amongst the forwards again as he ambles up, and then when he gets to the defensive line, he just has that skill to put on a little shuffle. He must be hard to tackle. So one of those players that you get there and all of a sudden, when you line him up, he's not there.
And he's strong, Thursday. I think he's got the footwork. We know that. And he's so strong, he's so hard to handle. And, playing in this fullback role, he's only going to get better.
As the ball kicked down the other end of the park, and Penrith have got it now. Edwards brings it back. Teeming rain, 6-all the scoreline. This is going to be a game that's going to be... Well, it's going to be mistakes. And Penrith have made 2 mistakes conceding penalties, and they've paid the penalty for it. Ball goes back to the left, and here he is again, Dylan Edwards. He's like one of those perpetual batteries. He just doesn't stop. Ball goes back to the left side of the field, and they bring it back towards the 40-metre line in the Broncos territory, almost in centre field. It's played. They go back left side. Luai has it. Luai pumps it high in the air. There's no pressure back there. It's going to be a pretty easy one to catch. And they've got the ball, and they're going to be playing the ball 10 metres out in their own goal line.
Yeah, the kicking game you speak of there, Thursday, on that last play. Not a lot of pressure on the Brisbane Broncos back 3, but it's going to come into play. It always does when you've got 2 genuine number 7s like Reynolds and Cleary, but now that the rain's falling, teams are going to tighten up their attacking play. The kicking games become so important for the respective teams.
And now a little dart out of dummy half. I think he thought there was an opportunity there, Ezra Ram. He got Polak near the halfway, but he managed to slip a pass away, and he's got the ball back from Billy Walters. He puts it down onto the foot, does Ezra Ram. It's a foot race for the corner. The ball's loose in the in-goal area, and Herbie Farnworth, I think, has got a fingertip and touched the ball to score a try.
I think you're right, Thirsty. I think you're right. We're just having a look. Yeah, it's a try. What a try. What a moment in the game. There wasn't much happening for the Brisbane Broncos. I think it was Billy Walters who was darting in and around that ruck area. He shaped the kick, cut back through the middle of the ruck. He's able to find Ezra Mam. And Ezra Mam, what about the footwork? He leaves Nathan Cleary clutching at straws, comes to the fullback in Dylan Edwards, puts the kick through, hoping Herbie Farnworth will win the race, and he wins the race, and that's the Brisbane Broncos' second try of the night. Herbie Farnworth second, and the Broncos take the lead.
Well, it was interesting because it was Ezra Mam who actually gave the ball to Billy Walters, and he thought that was the end of the section. But it wasn't the end of the section, was it, Josh?
No, not at all. And when you play the Panthers, you have to come up with something special to get points off them. Their structure in defence is one of the best. You get an offload there, you get some second phase play, come up with a kick, and then it's just a race for the ball, and Herbie Farnsworth wins. What a try.
It was a great try, and we're just waiting for it to be officially awarded. I think it will be. I've got no doubts it's a try. And it came out of nothing, the kick. There was a couple of people here and the Broncos fans thinking that perhaps Mann, who put the kick in, was taken out by Dylan Edwards. But I think Dylan Edwards' chance and he beelined for the ball. I think both of them ran into each other. I don't think that I guess he did interfere with him, but I don't think he interfered with him illegally.
No, he ran into him there. Look, they would have had a look at it. I'm sure they would have had a look at it, but it doesn't matter now. Herbie Farnworth, he won the race, and the Broncos are in.
Irrespective of what Dylan Edwards did in his mind, he did the right thing. He turned and watched the ball, kept running. If he also knew that a little step to the left might well take the running away from Ezra Ram, is there anything wrong with that if your eyes are on the ball and you're making a beeline for the ball? I mean, anyway, not any difference. It's 10 points to 6 in favour of the Broncos. 11 metres in from touch. 14 metres out. Here comes Reynolds. There's the kick. It's high. It's straight. It's there. And they lead by 12 points to 6 on the low scoreboard. And that's, let's have a look at that clock. Just gone up. No, there it is. 18 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the first half on the Makita clock.
Yeah, just having another look at the Harvey Norman replay. It was a really nice little offload, wasn't it, from Billy Walters to find Ezra Mam. He used some nice footwork to beat Cleary, summed up the situation nicely as he was running towards Dylan Edwards, able to see there's still 20 metres of space behind Dylan, put the kick in, hoping Farnworth would win the race to the ball. He did that, and the Broncos, they're in front, 12 points to 6.
Well, the thing was, the man who was chasing with him was Torto, and I think one of his own teammates said after last year's grand final, he's as slow as a wet week. Well, I don't think it's quite that bad, but he's not an out-and-out sprinter, Torto. He's built like a brick outhouse, but Farnworth, we do know, has an abundance of pace. And that's where they want it. So here they come again. The Broncos have got the ball, and amazing what happens when you get some possession, Piggy, in the opposition half. As the ball is fed back the left side of the field, and Capewell works it back to within 6 or 7 metres of the halfway line, 20 metres in from touch. He'll play the ball to Walters again. He'll go back the open side. He finds Haas. Haas crosses the halfway. Good run from Big Train Haas. He's tackled 45 metres out. He plays the ball to Walters. Jeez, he was almost one of those play the balls you think, did he do that correctly? Big kick downfield, and Taruba does amazingly well. He's caught that ball as Katoni Staggs came at 1,000,000 miles an hour and collided with him at exactly the correct moment.
Yeah, it's a fair battle on that side of the field, isn't it? For the Brisbane Broncos, they're really testing out young Taruba, and down the other end of the field, the Penrith Panthers, they're testing out Jesse Arthurs. Both these sides going at each other, but again, Taruva with a nice catch.
And now the Panthers keep it alive at the very last moment as it goes to Edwards. Away it goes to Garner. Garner's got an opportunity over on the left side of the field, but he's hammered into the ground, back towards the halfway line. 20 in from touch. Away it goes to Edwards again. Edwards goes one way. Edwards goes the other way. Edwards is, he's everywhere. But at the moment, they need him. So last tackle, as you heard from the referee. There's the kick from Cleary. It's high. It's coming down about 10 metres out. Cobbo takes the ball. He gets away from one. He can't get away from 3 more Panthers, who are prowling and prowling and prowling. And in the end, they take him across the touchline. Great tackle.
Yeah, they like that, don't they, here at Blue Bet Stadium? Oh, it looks like there's a little bit of drama. Oh, they're all involved. They're all running over.
Kenny and Reynolds, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, Reynolds and Kenny.
You couldn't really call them bantamweights. They're a bit heavier than that, but in the context of rugby league world, they are bantamweights.
Yeah, we're just having a look at the Harvey Norman replay. Geez, they did well. 3 and 4 Penrith Panthers players involved in the tackle to get Cobbo over the sideline. Not sure what Adam Reynolds was reacting to there from Kenny, but there must have been something from the Panthers hooker.
Well, it was certainly Josh Reynolds is the one that came across and did something. Adam, I should say. See, Josh was at the ground last night to really cheer on young Garlic.
Yeah.
Obviously a great friend from Bulldog days, I presume, Josh Morris.
Yeah, very good mates. And as I said, he spent a lot of time at the Bulldogs with us, and it was great to see him get his debut last night.
Anyway, here's the Panthers on the back of that But I suppose you could almost call it an error from Cobbo, but he decided to take the opportunity. Here goes Fisher Harris. He decided to take a little narrow passage down that short side, but the Panthers got there in numbers. They go back to the right to Cleary. Cleary throws a dummy, goes on his own. He's almost knocked over. He gets up and has another crack. Referee says play on. The ball goes away to Fisher Harris. He tries to go over the top. He turns his back on the opposition when he gets to Carrigan. He's tackled close to the goal line. Kenny back to the left side. He goes to Cleary. Cleary gets the pass away on the left side. Tango, and he tried to get a pass away. The pass goes to Round, picked up by Luai. Luai's got it. Luai's tackle, a metre out from the goal line. Last tackle, ball is fed to Kenny. Kenny gets it away. Through into the gin goal area it goes, and from nowhere Cobbo gets the ball. He falls on it. In fact, it's Stagg who's got the ball. Staggs has been fallen on. Now, what did someone fall on him illegally?
I think he might have got clipped, Thirsty, as he went to retrieve the football from the kick from Nathan Cleary. Have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. Cleary puts a little kick in behind the line. Staggs comes to clean it up. I think he might have copped a Taruva stray arm. We have another look at the corner post cam. Just a little tap. I don't think there was too much in that. Looks like penalty will be sufficient. Yeah, just a bit of a hand across the face.
Yeah. And it's a penalty. That's 3 penalties to them, isn't it?
Yep.
But again, the kick... They look rattled again, even in attack then, Piggy, when they went to the line.
Yeah, they even on that last play, they had about 4 players stacked down that little short side, and I know they almost manufactured a try off the kick, but just as we see a break in play.
Katoni's got to go for a head check.
Katoni Staggs. Well, if you're going to stay down when you got a knock in the head, I don't mind this. I mean, irrespective whether he did or he didn't, but he did look up and he went...
Wait until...
This is what a lot of people are saying. If you're going to try and win your side a penalty by doing that, you've got to go and get an HIA.
Have the test. Make sure you're okay.
Yep. I mean, I think it would stop some of the... There are a couple of players, shall I say, that certainly Russell Crowe could use them as movie extras.
Looks like Keenan Palacios coming onto the field, Thirsty, for Stagg. So the bit of a reshuffle. Capewell looks like he's going over to that right centre position.
Yeah, gee, he can't handle anything like that, can he? What about that State of Origin series in the centres? He's an unbelievable, freakish player, Capewell, I think, Josh Morris.
Yeah, he's just a genuine footballer. You put him in any position and he just excels. I was lucky enough to play with him at the Sharks and just saw how talented he was. Came to the Panthers, won a premiership, and now he's doing good things at the Broncos.
Now, under a bit of pressure is Reynolds as he pumps it high in the air. Back over the height of the grandstand it goes. Taken on the full by Edwards. Edwards runs one way, runs the other. I was about to say to you, Piggy, at the play before when Tungo just threw the ball on the ground behind him, there's like, what are we doing here? What have we got set up here?
Yeah, they just look a little out of sorts, and it is round one, and everybody's still sort of working on their combinations as they...
Penalty.
They needed that, Penrith.
I don't think I've ever seen Gerard Sutton get a standing ovation, but he just got one here.
I think that's their first penalty, isn't it, for Penrith tonight? And what are we, 14 to go before half time?
I think they need some WD-40, Penrith.
Bit squeaky?
Yeah, I think so.
You can use WD-40 for lots of things.
Can you? What?
You should go through them one day.
I don't think even a 6-hour stint on a Sunday you wouldn't have time.
Really? That good a product?
I reckon you should use that as a topic one day.
You used to use them on your hips, didn't you?
I'm
not anymore, Levy.
I'm certain if you ask someone the uses of WD-40, it's a bit like that day you said, how do you make the perfect boiled egg? All comes away to Yo and a one coach. So Cleary, little chip kick into the in goal area. The Penrith player's gone dipsy doodle, but I think he slipped over. No contact with the Broncos player and racing across and cleaning up. Cobbo's done a great job to save his side on this left side of the field.
Yeah, I think Stephen Crichton may have bumped into a Brisbane Bronco player there, and I won't say dive, maybe a small one, trying to get a penalty. He knew he wasn't going to win the race to the football, but the referee wasn't having any of it.
So the Broncos at the moment, and they lead by 12 points to 6. That's on the low scoreboard as the ball goes back to the right. They're going to play the ball about 32 metres out. Excuse me. First game of the year. Throat's a bit rusty. Maybe I need some WD-40. As the ball gets quickly sent across to the right side of the field, and some great defence by Penrith. Tungo, he forced an error, and then they couldn't do anything. They couldn't put their kick in, the Broncos. And you can see just on the odd occasion, round 1, Piggy. Yep. You know, by round 10, that'll be perfected.
Yeah, you're right. I think, they'll be disappointed there. Their finish to the set has been so good tonight. Adam Reynolds' kicking game's been good. Well, they're saying, I think they may have wanted to challenge at the Broncos, but the 10 seconds was over, the referee Sutton said, so Panthers football.
Well, here comes the player. What did he get described as today? I think he got described as the best 15-minute player in the game. Spencer Leniu, who's off to the Roosters.
He can build some momentum, can't he? He's got great leg speed.
Ball comes to Yo. Yo gets the ball away to Sorensen. Sorensen works the ball back to within 30 metres of the southern goal line. And the referee said, held. See, once you say held, aren't they meant to all pull apart? Flegler kept going there. Not that I don't blame Flegler, because he finished up being on a one-on-one situation. As they bring the ball, Penrith comes streaming down the centre. The ball goes back to the left side, away to Cleary. Cleary, short pass on the outside to Garner. Garner's taken a two-man tackle on that far side. One of them's capable. I presume the other coming in is Jesse Arthurs. There's another player there as well, was Reynolds. Tungo, away it comes to Cleary. Cleary puts a kick into no man's land, hits the goalpost, picked up by the Panthers, and the Panthers have scored a try. I think you'll find through Liam Martin. He just has to have got the ball down. The ball hit the goalpost, the big bumper bar sponsored by Oat Milk, bounced up, Martin picked it up. Now, did he get it down?
Yeah, I've got question marks over did he get it down, and the reason I'm saying it is because it looked like he tried to continue to play on Liam Martin after the ball rolled out of his hands. And we're having a look at the Harvey Norman replay. So the ball comes back to Liam Martin.
Liam Martin takes possession of the ball.
Cobbo's there to do his best to try and stop a try. Gets underneath him. Liam Martin spins. He's over the try line
at this stage
and loses the ball.
Liam Martin knocks the ball on. We have a decision.
No try.
No try. So a missed opportunity there for the Penrith Panthers. They haven't had too many tonight. They'll be disappointed in that. He probably should have scored it.
Yeah, I thought he might have almost got it down initially, Josh, but he didn't.
Yeah, look, what about that kick from Cleary? Pinpoint, hits the pad, gets a ricochet, Martin picks it up, and Cobbo's in the right spot at the right time. Does enough to unsettle Martin, and then he coughs up his lollies over the try line.
So still 12 points to 6 in favour of the Broncos over the Panthers. 10.5 to go on the Makita clock in the first half. That's the low scoreboard, by the way. And of course, we haven't really had too many things. The replays, well, what replays? We haven't really needed a replay for any tries that are concerned. We just saw one then for a no try, another penalty. Penalties are now 4-1 to the Broncos. Yeah. Harvey Norman, of course, bring us all the replays.
It was a late call, that one, Thirsty. He penalised them for offside.
Well, maybe one of the touchies called it.
Yeah.
I think they're ruling on some of those things because McDonald's just about sponsor everything else on the program, don't they?
We love McDonald's. What about that 40-pack? That's brilliant. That'll fit nicely in the centre console going home tonight.
Till the young bloke says...
I'll be fighting Harry for the barbecue sauce.
I just had to say, when Harry says they're finished, Dad.
And sweet and sour.
You haven't even got to Engadine. As Haas brings the ball back. Here's a great opportunity, though, for the Broncos to extend the lead before half-time. They're 30 metres out. Ball goes to then from Reynolds, away to Carrigan. Carrigan's knocked over. About 22 metres out on the goal line. Northern end of the field. Pakes is out there at acting half. Through the hands it goes. Ezra Mam. He threw a pass that was both forward and knocked on.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed with that, Brisbane. Another opportunity off the back of these penalties. Penrith have been giving away in the first half. Just wasn't on there, the pass, too close to the line. In these conditions, when the ball's really slippery, it's early in the season, he just gets a pass here from Ezra Mam right at the line. Cleary's there, waiting for him, as is Liam Martin and Flegler. He just can't control it and turns over possession.
Yeah, it's not Flegler's fault, was it? It was a
he just got
pass.
Put on the pass, yeah. For the big guys, they're running at pace, and you put a pass like that on right at the line in these conditions is always difficult.
It was forward anyway.
It was.
I think. We were right.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm not sure whether Touchy willed on it. Now the crowd want a penalty again because Crichton wasn't allowed to get up and play the ball. As a Martin comes for a gallop. He'll play the ball 30 out from his own goal line. 20 in from touch, open side. Yo has the ball, quick hands and in the centre of the park. Here he comes. Lenny Hughes. He's a great meter reader. Back within 10 of the halfway as they move it back to the left side. Taking it ahead is Fisher Harris. He's tackled up on the halfway line. Ball fed to Yo. Yo decides to go straight down the centre again. So 3 runs in a row, straight down the centre. That middle line between the 2 black dots. Ball fed to Cleary. Cleary pumps it high in the air. Corey Oates coming from the ball. Cleary's flat on his back. He looked up at the referee, but I don't think at any time did he suggest there was a penalty.
Now, as his New South Wales teammate Payne Haas just steaming at him on the last play, just knocked him over. There wasn't much in it, but Payne Haas did the right thing. He got plenty of kick pressure on Cleary. That's what you got to do in these big games.
Cobbo brings the ball back and he's tackled about 38 out from his own goal line. 7.5 to go in the first half, and it's the Broncos leading by 12 points to 6. That's, of course, on the low scoreboard, and the clock brought to you by Makita. As the ball fed back the right side, and they go one way, then they go across the Haas. Haas seemed to have overrun that. It's just a cry forward, but that might have been an optimistic cry forward from a variety of Penrith supporters.
He's done well tonight, Payne Haas. Already carried the football for well over 100 metres.
And that's a little kick downfield from Reynolds. Edwards looked at it, watched it, looked at it and said, that's got spiders on it, so I'm not going to try and touch that. It goes into touch, and so the Panthers get to play the ball from 10 metres out from their own goal line.
I didn't mind it from Adam Reynolds there, the kick on the last play. He gave his big forwards an opportunity just to suck the big ones in, get their breath back and get ready for this defensive set. It's been a big effort from him in this first half.
Saruva has the ball. He'll play the ball to Kenny. He offloads the ball then to Tungo. And he's tackled about 11 short of the halfway line. 20 in from touch. They'll go back the open side. It goes away to Edwards. Edwards hits and spins, but he can't get away. He was trying to hit, spin and turn and go back to the left side, but they had hold of him and he wasn't going to get away from them. Ball fed to Yo. And back to it goes to Cleary. Cleary throws one out the back door to Crichton. Crichton tries to go between Farnworth and another, Ezra Mann. And he's tackled 39 metres out. 15 in from touch. Last tackle. 6 more. Gee, that's a huge plus. Coming close to half-time as Lenny who has the ball, and he's tackled about 30 metres out now from the Broncos line. Here they come again, the Panthers, on the back of that advantageous call they got and taking it into the headline, and a good run by Yo. He's only 18 metres out. They go back the right side. Cleary has the ball. Cleary throws a dummy, goes on his own, taken by Ricky and Flegler. He's not far away. Ball goes away then to Kenny. Kenny gets it away and towing hard onto the ball is Sorensen. Sorensen's tackled a metre short of the goal line. He'll play it to Kenny. Kenny gets it away. It's fed to Cleary. Cleary floats it over the top. It's intercepted by Corey Oates. And he's immediately tackled. Immediately claimed and tackled by Edwards. 22 out from his own goal line.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that Penrith. Nathan Cleary looking for the one over the top. Not sure it came out of his hands 100% the way he wanted it to. And Corey Oates, we know he's a big man. He's able to jump up and retrieve that football. Disappointing finish to the set there for the Panthers.
See, Josh, it looked like shelling peas for Corey Oates taking that intercept.
Yeah. No, look, the Panthers look a bit disjointed in attack in the opposition 20 there. I don't know whether it's the weather or it's just the time spent together, but yeah, they're certainly not looking their sharp selves as they usually are.
Well, of course, it was the weather against St Helens that saw them get beaten. Now a little chip and chase from Reynolds, and the ball falls into the hands of Tungo. Tungo has to show us his hurdling skills as he comes back to a tackle player and also a defender. And he manages to hurdle both of them. The referee thought there might have been an injury there to one or two of them, maybe 3. There's a number of people down on the ground at the moment.
Yeah, Adam Reynolds clutching at his ribs at the moment, down on the ground. He got taken out after he put a little chip in over the top. Let's have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. Well, I don't think there's any dramas with that. Tungo jumps over. Oh, that's what it might have been. Isaac Tungo goes to, when he retrieved the ball, jump back over the top, and I think he might have clipped Adam Reynolds accidentally.
Well, he'll play the ball, won't he? Is that what they're ruling? Not ruling a penalty, are they?
He's okay there, and then, a bit of... Yeah. No, he's all right. He's back to it. He's tough, Renato. He'll be right.
Boys.
He's from Redfern, Davey. He's tough.
What's he ruling here?
Up here, boys. Up here. Make sure you hold there, Iso. Nice, go. Form up.
Well, so, I didn't see any knock on.
I've got no idea what that ruling's for. Adam Reynolds put the kick in over the top. It's retrieved by Penrith. We've got a scrum in the middle of the field.
I've got no idea what that ruling is. No idea whatsoever. So anyway, the Broncos now get a great opportunity to go on the attack.
There wasn't a knock-on from Tungo?
Oh, I didn't see it, but I mean, we saw him leap and we're more worried about the injured player, so maybe he hit the deck and then knocked it on and we didn't notice it. As the ball is played to Pax and away it goes out now through the back line. It goes to Reynolds. Gee, he did well to catch that. It's fed to Ricky and Ricky's tackle 10 metres out and he'll play the ball right in front of the northern goalpost and he walks forward off the mark 3 metres, but he just took the defenders with him. Is coming for a gallop now is Haas, and Payne Haas is held up about 2 or 3 metres, make it 5 metres out on the goal line. He'll play it Pakes. Pakes sends it on, taking the ball into the line, and they've almost got there. Look to be Carrigan, and he'll play the ball around about 10 metres out. Ball goes back the open side. It comes away to Reynolds, floated past end of Farnworth. Little kick into the in-goal area, and I'm not sure that Edwards hasn't had an air swing here as he tried to knock it dead, and luckily for him it bounced 3 more times and went dead.
Oh, wow, he's lucky there. He went to clean it up. It was a nice little kick in behind the line from Herbie Farnworth on the last play. The ball bouncing around in the in-goal. Edwards went over the top of it. But as I said, lucky for him, the ball goes dead. Penrith now with the football.
And a 7 tackle set too, Pig. As the ball goes back to the left side, and Lenny brings the ball back, and he's tackled on the halfway line on the Makita clock. 2 minutes 40 to go in the first half. I'll go back the right side. It comes away to Edwards. Edwards offers it up, bringing the ball back now is Sorensen. So they're going to play the ball about 40 metres out. 6 more, says the referee. See, they're having some opportunities here as the ball goes back the left side to Luai. Luai gets it away. Quickly it goes to Taruva. He came down and then he came back on the inside. Great cover defence then from the Brisbane Broncos. And across on the far side, it was Jesse Arthurs and Capewell. Luai, Cleary offers it up then to Yo. Yo runs to the line. Yo throws the dummy. He runs into Payne Haas and another. He's tackled about 22 metres out. They're closing in on half-time. It's 12-6 in favour of the Broncos. Ball goes back to left. Coming for a gallop is Sorensen. Sorensen works it back to within 10 of the halfway line. The ball will be played right in the centre of the field. He'll play it to Kenny. Kenny goes back the left side. Cleary. He threw a dummy one way. Then he keeps it alive on the outside to Luai. And Luai's easily met there by Capewell and another. And the other happened to be Ricky. 9 metres out. Ball goes to Kenny. He does a 360 pirouette. Then he does another 360. Then he offers it up to Edwards. Edwards goes one way. Edwards goes the other. Edwards is almost through. He's tackled a few metres out on the goal line. He'll play the ball close to the line. It goes back the left side to Cleary. Cleary puts a grubber kick in. Flying through. Garner, did he get there first, or was it knocked away from him over the dead ball line?
Yeah, he's not sure, Garner. You're going to have a look at this one.
Luke Garner doesn't ground it, and then the ball goes dead off Broncos.
He's not sure. He got straight to his feet. His Penrith teammates asked him. On the Harvey Norman replay, Cleary with a nice kick in behind the line. Garner comes flying through.
All players for the ball.
Oh, I can't see him get a hand on that.
No, just check to see whether Luke Garner gets a hand to the ball.
Jesse Arthurs, you say, they come across, yeah.
Jesse Arthurs has got there and knocked it dead.
Yeah, no try. Jesse Arthurs has knocked it dead.
Yeah, but we're just checking to see whether Garner actually touched it, which of course would be a knock-on in the in-goal area. It's huge in the context of how we restart the action.
I can't see him. I can't.
Just be ready for Luke Garner. The ball's then knocked dead by Jesse Arthurs. We have a decision.
Line dropout.
Here it is. Blinky's made his decision.
Minute 15 on the clock to go, so it's a huge call.
Well, they're going to have the line dropout, and the Panthers will have the ball. They have the 6 to go and all that again. But again, their attack. It's almost like they haven't met or trained or done anything together since last year's grand final. I mean, they might have had a longer time off. Don't forget, a lot of them went to the World Cup with different teams. You know, then they had the World Cup challenge. They might not have had that much work together. I don't know, but they were a bit like this against St Helens. and they're a bit like it again tonight.
I'll signal time on when you're going, Adam. I'll signal time on when you go.
So there we are. It's looks like it's pouring down here again. Oh, it's only light rain down the other end where Josh is. There's a grubbing type dropout by Adam Reynolds, and picking the ball up on this side of the field and going for a gallop now. Does this can go over on this side?
Release time!
Or is it?
No, it's
Torto, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hardly seen him in the first half.
Thirsty Katoni Staggs, he's back on as well, so he's past that HIA.
Well, that didn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Here they come, the Panthers, as they take the ball. Just knock on.
I heard him call backwards, and then he's obviously got a call from somewhere else. There was a knock on from the Panthers, so it looks like we're going to go with a Brisbane Broncos scrum feed here, so it's just not happening for the Penrith side tonight.
Well, as Lenny, I think, is his ping. It's just been one of those. Well,
the shot clock.
It's not.
Shot clock, so you'll have to get
See, originally he thought the ball had gone backwards, and then one of the touch judges said, "No, mate, I think it's gone forward."
Oh, boys.
So we're about to see the last couple of plays in the first half,
Shot clock off.
and the rain is now teeming down again. 10 seconds to go in the first half, and the Broncos have it 22 out on their own goal line. They lead 12 points to 6, by the way. Closing it on the Makita clock to ring 0-0. There it is now. There's the siren. There's the referee about to blow up half-time. Well, he has. So off they go at half-time. Penrith led early after one of the most spectacular tries you'll see this year to Stephen Crichton. Cleary converted it, and then 2 tries to Herbie Farnworth. One a cracker because Crichton went for an intercept, and the other just some really good staying alive sort of football, I think you'd call it. Billy Walters, Ezra Mann put a grubber kick in, and Farnworth wanted it perhaps a bit more than the winger Tour. Maybe just had too much pace. Anyway, half-time it's 12 points to 6. And at the moment, you'd have to say that the Broncos thoroughly deserve a 12-6 lead. In fact, the scoreline might actually flatter the Panthers. The Broncos should be further in front. Anyway, we'll leave that up to the 2 brilliant experts we've got to discuss at half-time with Mark Levy. Half-time, Brisbane 12. Penrith 6.
Thank you very much, Davian. Earlier tonight in Wellington, the Warriors have kicked off their campaign with a 20 points to 12 win over Newcastle. And if you haven't caught up with the news out of the Melbourne Storm, their 5'8" Cameron Munster is expected to miss the next 2 to 3 NRL matches following surgery in Melbourne today to fix a compound fracture of his ring finger sustained in the win against Parramatta last night. Meanwhile, winger Xavier Coates is expected to be out for 1 to 2 weeks after suffering a sprain to a SC joint in attempting to make a tackle in the second half. Scans cleared Coates of any further damage. So Cam Munster out for the next 2 to 3 weeks and Xavier Coates out for the next 1 to 2 weeks. That update coming through from the Melbourne Storm. So earlier the Warriors over Newcastle 20 points to 12, and half-time here at Bluebet Stadium it's the Broncos leading the Panthers by 12 points to 6. Get in touch, let us know where you're tuning in, 0460 873 873, and you can email us via the websites 2gb.com and 4bc.com.au. Friday night football with the continuous call team. It's the Broncos 12, the Panthers 6.
NRL fans, Stan's had cameras following Master Coach Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins as they build a brand new footy club in the Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins.
I wanted the challenge, I wanted to do the job.
Stan gives you unprecedented access to history in the making.
And I know if I fail, it's going to cost a lot of people their jobs.
Witness their journey in the brand new Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins. Premieres Monday, only on Stan.
Now, it's been a long and highly publicised road for the Dolphins to make it to round 1 of the National Rugby League, and this Monday, Stan is taking you behind the scenes of what that journey really looked like in the Stan original documentary series, Dawn of the Dolphins. Dawn of the Dolphins is a rare glimpse inside the mind of Supercoach Wayne Bennett and will give you an exclusive look at the thrills and challenges ahead of the Redcliffe Dolphins' inaugural NRL season. In this 3-part series, you have unprecedented access to the Dolphins' journey from securing the successful bid to the 2023 kickoff, including the pressures and expectations facing the new club. The Stan original documentary series, Dawn of the Dolphins, premieres Monday only on Stan, so make sure you tune in. You can register now via Stan and watch Dawn of the Dolphins.
My fellow weeds, we shall fight them in the flower beds and between the pavers. We shall prevail.
Stop weeds from invading your space. Yates Zero Triple Strike penetrates, accelerates and terminates weeds.
Kick off the new season at Harvey Norman. Catch all the action with LG 65-inch OLED Evo Smart TV for $3,195 and save a massive $900. Bonus local delivery. Feel the crowd roar with Samsung True Dolby Atmos soundbar. Now under $1,400, save $600. Serve up half-time drinks with craft ice from the LG InstaView French door fridge for $4,198. Recover after the match with the Theragun Pro Percussive Massager for $698, save over $200. T's and C's apply. Kick off the new season at Harvey Norman.
The continuous coal team on 2GB. Footy's back on the menu. And with Macca's, dinner's sorted. Dine in, drive through or delivery. I'm loving it.
The start of the season here. Martin's out here on the right wing. He gets it back to Edwards. Edwards is streaking downfield. Away it goes to Crichton. Shut the gate. Crichton scores an absolutely brilliant try. That is world-class rugby league. Reynolds will go to the line. Oh, Crichton went for an intercept. And oh, guess what? He's missed it. Farnworth grabs it. Farnworth scores the easiest of tries. He managed to slip a pass away. And he's got the ball back from Billy Walters. He puts it onto the foot to Ezra Dam. It's a foot race for the corner. The ball's loose in the in-goal area. And Herbie Farnworth, I think, has got a fingers in and touched the ball to score a try. Half time, Brisbane 12, Penrith 6.
First half highlights with David Morrow, Mark Piggy Riddell and Josh Morris, the continuous call team. Brisbane 12, Penrith 6. Let's bring in the boys and have a look at that first half action. By the way, Piggy, you're getting some raps here on the text line. Really enjoying Piggy Riddell's call of the game tonight. Davey hasn't missed a beat, and Josh Morris, a nice addition on the sideline. So the listeners are enjoying the call. Piggy, I think what Davey said in the first half about the Panthers needing some WD-40 is probably right. They're looking a little rusty, but the Brisbane Broncos, they've put on a couple of nice tries as well.
Yeah, they've done well, the Broncos. You've got to give them a rap. And I know throughout our call in that first half, we talked a lot about the Penrith attack and probably not looking anywhere near the way we expected. But the Broncos have hung in there. They've defended well on their line. They've taken those kicks really well. Cleary's kicks. He's put Jesse Arthurs under all sorts of pressure. Cobbo as well at the back. They've done a good job. They manufactured a nice try through Adam Reynolds and that long ball that beat Stephen Crichton, who went for the intercept. And then off the back of not a lot happening, Billy Walters is able to find a pass to Ezra Mam, who cuts through the Penrith defence and then sums up the situation nicely, puts a kick in for Herbie Farnworth, who wins the race to the ball. So they'd be really happy, they'd be confident going into this second half. I think it was a really solid half for the Broncos.
12 points to 6, Brisbane leading Penrith. Josh Morris is down on the touchline. Jay Moz, what were your thoughts on the first 40 minutes of footy out here at Bluebet Stadium?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Piggy there. What I am thinking is, are we seeing how much of a loss Coruscant is? I'd be interested to see how long it takes them to put Sonny Luke on. He's a similar type of player to what Coruscant was, and maybe that change could spark a bit of their attack down on the try line. The Panthers are giving away too many piggybacks and letting the Broncos come down, and if you do that, teams are going to be able to score points. I mean, they've scored 2 great tries to get on the board, but for me, the Panthers look a bit clunky down on that 20, attacking 20, and that I think that can be contributed to not having Coruscant there. So I think it'll be interesting to see what kind of impact Sonny Luke will have when he comes on.
Josh, plenty of our 4BC listeners obviously support the Brisbane Broncos. I'm sure we've got some of our Queensland listeners who have jumped on the Dolphins bandwagon. Who's impressed you for the Brisbane side tonight?
Well, they're right up for it. I think Cobbo's having a great game. Adam Reynolds is steering the ship. Ezra Mam doesn't look overawed at all and come up with that brilliant play to secure their second try. Herbie Farnworth's having a great game. So you need most of your players in the team playing well against the Panthers. You pretty much need all 17 to have a good game. So there are a couple that are standing out at the moment, but in all, it's been a good team performance.
Now, Josh, I've got some good news for you. Our content manager, Luke Davis, is out here with us tonight. He's just gone down to the coffee van and bought cappuccinos.
Have a look at my feet. I've got a half-eaten donut and I've got a cappuccino at my feet.
Oh, it's already arrived, has it?
It's already arrived, mate. It's prime time service right here. They're looking after me tonight.
Things have changed, haven't they? Things have changed. Jeez.
Mate, you've got three pizza boxes behind you.
The only thing I got on the sideline was a half-eaten hot dog from one of the fans one day.
All right, Josh, we'll let you get into that donut as the rain doubles down again, and the coffee as well. I know Peter Basaldus has been on social media tonight, our colleague from 4BC, rapping Ezra Mam, saying he's growing as a footballer, Piggy. And one other aspect of the Broncos we've got to keep in mind, they're missing Reece Walsh. He's got that facial injury, so he's still got to come back into this team.
Yeah, I actually said to you boys before the game, what happens if Selwyn Cobbo has a great game over the next few weeks? And he's played really good, strong first half. He's carried the ball for over 130 metres. It's been safe at the back. Having Reece Walsh, that's going to be a luxury for them. They'll be able to put Cobbo either on the wing or in the centres somewhere. So it's going to be interesting just to see how they work out what's going to be the best 17 for them.
12 points to 6, the Brisbane Broncos leading the Penrith Panthers. I'll get you a score as well on the Sydney Kings because they've kicked off their National Basketball League Grand Final series tonight against the New Zealand Breakers, and I know plenty of our 2GB listeners will be interested in all of that. Boys, just an update from the big man who's back with us Saturdays and Sundays in 2023. He says, boys, what time are you guys on air till tonight? I'm going to bed soon, good night. To which I replied, we miss you, big man. Night, mate, see you tomorrow. We'll still be gibbering at 11 when you're
Gonskis.
To which he replied, good night.
How could he be going to bed when there's a game like this in the balance?
Exactly right. Third quarter in the National Basketball League, New Zealand up 72-65 over the Sydney Kings, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. We've got Super Rugby on Stan Sport right across the weekend, and hey, if you're interested in your podcasts as well, we've launched a couple of new podcasts this week as well, 9 Radio and Wide World of Sports. I'm hosting a podcast with Billy Slater, the Billy Slater podcast, each and every Monday to review the round. You've got the Six Tackles with Gus podcast as well. All of the information where you download your podcast from. You can log on to the websites or you can go onto the Wide World of Sports website as well. It's fantastic stuff. And Billy Slater, he got a bit emotional on Monday talking about the Origin series last year and the day that he had to knock on Tom Dearden's door and tell him he was playing State of Origin. So you're going to get the behind the scenes of rugby league from some of the biggest names in the game, and they don't come any bigger and better than Billy Slater. Brisbane Broncos leading Penrith by 12 points to 6. We'll take a break on the other side of this. David Morrow for the second half.
NRL fans, Stan's had cameras following Master Coach Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins as they build a brand new footy club in the Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins.
I wanted the challenge, I wanted to do the job.
Stan gives you unprecedented access to history in the making.
And I know if I fail, it's going to cost a lot of people their jobs.
Witness their journey in the brand new Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins. Premieres Monday, only on Stan.
This Monday, Stan is taking you behind the scenes of the NRL's newest club in the Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins. Dawn of the Dolphins will give you an exclusive look at the thrills and challenges ahead of the Redcliffe Dolphins' inaugural NRL season. It'll also give you a rare glimpse inside the mind of Supercoach Wayne Bennett. In this 3-part series, you have unprecedented access to the Dolphins' journey from securing the successful bid to the 2023 kickoff, which is happening, of course, on Sunday when they take on the Roosters at Suncorp Stadium, including the pressures and expectations facing the brand new club. The Stan original documentary series Dawn of the Dolphins premieres Monday, only on Stan, and of course the NRL's last new team was the Titans in 2007. It's a brand new era.
Party on, big man. Oh, party on, Zero. It's party season. So it's time to get the party started with party shirts. At Lowe's, party shirts are this summer's new hit and in store now. There's so many designs to choose from in bright and fun prints. Like my favourite, Hawaiian party shirts. There's unisex party shirts. Plus matchy party shirts and shorts. Get the party started with party shirts. Available in store and online. At Lowe's. Yeah. I love a party. Woo.
Not all traffic is bad, especially web traffic. If yours is at a standstill, let Supple help. We're a Google partner agency offering SEO and Facebook marketing. To get more traffic, leads and customers, Google Supple. That's SUPPLE.
You're listening to the Continuous Call Team on Sydney's 2GB. Thanks to Macca's, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Friday night football as we do it from Bluebet Stadium. And, at half-time, a few people have managed to take the opportunity to get some cover. I was about to say not our man Josh Morris. He's where's he? He's run.
Is he up the tunnel somewhere?
He's run for cover, has he?
Is he getting news?
There he is with his brand new umbrella. You're right down there, Joshy boy?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some inside scoops.
Nice.
Mate, you'd be the first sideline in the history of the continuous call team to go to the tunnel.
Josh, I always had a glass cup in my jacket. And I would go and put it up against the dressing room door.
Hey, Piggy, when you were talking about the fans giving you hot dogs, I reckon they were giving you scooters.
I wouldn't have said no.
Well, I won't name this particular member of the continuous call team, but I think the venue will give it away. We did a game down at Shark Park, and I'm reliably informed that board members of the Cronulla Sharks were delivering what looked to be glasses of Coca-Cola to a sideline eye, and just maybe there may have been something a little bit stronger in one or two of his drinks. Yes, that man is you, Paul Gallen, who's back with us tomorrow. Looking forward to his company, and we've spent a bit of quality time together in the off-season, and boy, have I got some dirt to dish on the great man tomorrow. 2gb.com, 4bc.com.au, click onto the feedback icon, and just a reminder, tomorrow we're on air with you from 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in Queensland as well. If you want to listen to our first hour, 4BC listeners, you'll have to listen to us via the 2GB app, and that's the same on Sunday. We'll bring you the action at 5:30 between the Cowboys and the Raiders, and that's followed by the Sharks and the Rabbitohs. And we'll be broadcasting the 4 o'clock game on Sundays this year, so David Morrow in the chair for the Dolphins and the Roosters. It's the Broncos to get us back underway. They lead 12 points to 6 over the Panthers. David Morrow, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mark, and I just called out to my sister who's on the Queen Mary, somewhere between Darwin and Airlie Beach, and seeing a few people are listening to us on the radio.
You know who else is on there? Kenny Sutcliffe.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, my daughter moved. Sister's been on it since London. I don't know how long ago it was. Seems forever.
She a big drinker too, is she?
No, she isn't. Doesn't drink. Well, Paul Kalina, former touch judge, great bloke. Super bloke, actually. He's very much part of the New South Wales Rugby League referees.
3 minutes into the second half.
He and a group of people are listening to us in Fiji. Anyway, here they come, the Panthers, bringing it back. Well, you told us where people are listening. I just thought I'd let you know. Dylan Edwards runs one way, then runs the other.
187 years in the business.
Good to be back, Thirsty.
And he's not even here. He drops the ball. Dylan Edwards has lost the ball. What? So you didn't really miss anything anyway. Now, just about... They kicked off.
It's a foot from the Brisbane Broncos, just trying to untangle to play the ball and knock the football out. So poor start for the Penrith side.
So and Edwards didn't realise that either, so they didn't challenge it. They've got a challenge left, haven't they?
Yeah, they haven't used it.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think we've had one tonight.
I'm just trying to think, sometimes in the heat of the day you forget that there might have been one at some stage, but I don't remember one at all. That's unusual. Normally players know whether they've dropped it or not. Ball is sent back. Anyway, here they come. As the Broncos now in a great attacking position after the mistake made by the Panthers in the opening set of the second half. Ball fed across field, and it comes across and bringing the ball down the centre of the park is the big fella, Palacia, and he's tackled. He's tackled around about 25 metres out in the goal line. Reynolds has the ball. Offloads to Flegler. And Flegler's going to be tackled. 20 metres out. 15 in touch. Plays the ball. Pakes goes to the short side. He gets it away to Mam. Mam runs into a couple of defenders. One of whom is Leota. There's another defender across there as well. And they'll play 6 more as he was pushed around at the last moment. Flegler away to Reynolds. They go back to the right side. He throws a dummy, throws another dummy. He offloads to Staggs. Staggs tries to get away from a couple of defenders. He turns, he swivels, and he's still going, Staggs, and he's tackled only 5 or 6 metres out. He'll play it to Reynolds. Reynolds gets it away. Ricky charges the line. Good tackle brings him down about 5 metres out on the goal line. Here they come again, the Broncos. Pakes out of acting half. Big Payne Haas. He runs at the line. He bounces out of the line. He comes and has another crack. He's tackled a few metres out on the southern goal line. They're under siege here, the Penrith Panthers. Pakes goes back to the right, to the left. The dummy is thrown in through the hands and finishes with Flegler. Flegler charging the line. Can he get there? He swung around and swung around. The Roy Leach is not far away. Ball goes back to the right side. The ball fenced through the hands. Palacia tries to go through and over the top of a couple. He's tackled about 8 metres out. Last tackle. Pakes. He'll go back the right side to Reynolds. Reynolds. Reynolds, little grubber kick in and getting back and saving the day. The Panthers have just got back there through Tungo, and he forces the ball and concedes the line dropout.
Yeah, smart kick on the last play there from Adam Reynolds. We spoke about the kicking games of him and Cleary. On this occasion, just gets it in behind the line. Tago's got to clean up. And the Penrith Panthers, they're under the pump to start this second half.
And there's the dropout, and it's a wobbly old one, but it's probably the best one in these conditions. Making it bounce in the play, if it gets an awkward bounce, might knock it on. He didn't. As Staggs picked it up and offload. Scott Sorensen. I think he might have clashed heads here. He's not well. In fact, can't see any claret, which would suggest that...
Oh, just gets his head in the wrong place, Thirsty. I just had a look at the Harvey Norman replay. As he goes to bend down and make a tackle, just cops the hip with the Brisbane Bronco player. I think it's Palacia. So he's going to go off for the HIA for sure.
He has to. You have to. If there's any sign of concussion, the referee saw it straight away. The trainer's got him. Sorensen going off for an HIA. And it's still the Broncos leading 12.6, and they got the ball 30 out from the Penrith line. And this all came because of a tangle of legs, and Edwards was deemed to have lost the ball when perhaps there's a case that he didn't. But anyway, if there was any case that he didn't, they would have known. So obviously both the Penrith Panthers didn't know. So here they go, the Broncos. A great opportunity from 20 metres out. Pakes goes back to the left, and he goes to Ezra Rammer, throws a dummy, goes on his own, and he's tackled. He's around about 6 or 7 metres out. He's 20 in from touch. Open side, it's fed to Flegler. In turn, it goes to Pass, and Big Payne Haas goes one way. Then he goes another. He flicks it back to Palacia. He goes to the line. He gets it away to Rand. Ezra Man puts a grubber kick in. It's loose in the in-goal area, and in the end, it's fallen on the far side. And getting back there with Doyle, who forces the ball to concede another line dropout.
No, they're controlling things nicely, aren't they? On this occasion, Ezra Mam just finds a nice little deft kick in behind the line. Brian To'o's got to clean up there, but he slides in the in-goal. The Broncos chasers are there, and Corey Oates to pin him in his own in-goal, get that line dropout. So another set of 6 for the Penrith Panthers to defend.
Well, we've had almost 5 minutes play in the second half, and there's another one of those stabbing grubber kicks, and Ezra Mam allows it to run up his chest and chests it as if he's getting ready to play the round ball game. And the ball ran down, he picked it up, and they've got the ball, the Broncos 30 metres out. Bring the ball back as Flegler, and Flegler's tackle. 20 metres out in the goalpost. Howell Oval end of the field, the southern end. They'll go back the right side, and Palacia, this big, tall, strong fellow, he's tackled. You've got a big forward pack, this mob, and they're only about 25, I should say 15 metres out, 20 in from touch. Left side they go again. Payne Haas gets the ball away to Edwards to Mam, and Mam is going to be knocked over. He tried to go through the gap, and it was sandwiched between 3 defenders. He'll play the ball about 9 metres out. They'll come back the open side again. Flegler tries to force his way through and around a couple. He's going to be waltzed into the ground. He's put down a few metres out on the goalpost, southern end of the field. They'll play the ball back the right side. On it goes into Reynolds. Reynolds offloads the ball. Oh, he had it, Cobbo, and then he decided to kick it. And he kicked it dead, or has he kicked it into touch?
I think he's lucky just to get kicked it into touch, so he hasn't conceded the 7-tackle restart. On the last play, they decide to run it on this occasion. Adam Reynolds played out the back to Cobbo. Cobbo juggled the ball before he got it under control, puts a kick in. It was far too strong, went straight over the touchline, didn't give his chasers a chance, and the Penrith Panthers, they hold on. They had to defend 3 or 4 sets there, and they've done well.
Well, one of his chasers would have been ruled about a mile offside had he got there, Staggs. I mean, so, in the end, but it was just it was a bit like what Penrith did in the first half. Had some opportunities, didn't know how to put it to bed.
Just a bit of a nothing finish to the set, wasn't it? When we'd seen Adam Reynolds and Ezra Mam on the previous 2 sets build the pressure, they just let all the pressure off there with that kick from Cobbo.
So Leota charges ahead back towards the halfway line. He gets the ball away to Luai. Luai down the centre. He's tackled around about 39 metres out. Where's Cleary? He's got the ball because it's the last play. Up goes a bomb. The bomb's coming down towards Corey Oates. He comes for the ball and takes it superbly. And then he hits the deck. There was just a little bit of thought whether the defender across there in Martin had actually taken him while in the air, but really I think he just stood his ground and Coates came down on top of him and then landed heavily on the ground.
Yeah, I think you've described that perfectly, Thirsty. Liam Martin, he chased really hard to put pressure on Corey Oates, but Corey Oates, he had a running leap. It got over the top of Martin. It was a heavy thud, but he was back to his feet, played the football for the Broncos.
Broncos work it back down the left side. Then they go back to the centre to Flegler, and Flegler takes it over the halfway. The Broncos lead 12-6, and that's on the low scoreboard. 8 minutes gone on the Makita clock in the second half. They'll play the ball. They'll go back the open side. Reynolds on the last play. He stabs the ball towards the touchline, and I reckon they'll go very close to letting this go into touch. No, he doesn't. Taruba says, I'll pick this up. This is good fun playing in wet weather.
He did well. He had to sort of juggle that, didn't he? He was so close to the sideline. He had the right edge of the Brisbane Broncos chasing down. He did a good job, the young fella.
Well, he loved the young Fijians. They get out there when it rains in the afternoon, the torrential rainstorms, and you see them, they're all playing footy all over the place.
You get out there with them sometimes?
No, turn it up. I enjoy watching them, though. They love it so much as the ball brought back to the centre of the field again by the Penrith Panthers. They're trailing by 6, and there's again, that's 6 more. To'o did really well. He fought, he rolled over. Then he rolled over again and to say, ref, I can't get up, but he got inside. 6 more tackles. Ball fed to Luai on the left side. Garner goes straight through. Oh, great tackle. And a magnificent tackle. And it was made by Staggs. I tell you what, I reckon it might have been a try-saver, because if he gets through that gap, there's support left and right, they'd score. Ball played, they go back the right side. Kenny goes on his own, he sends it back to Luai. Luai puts a grubber kick in, they're coming from everywhere. Did Cobbo knock it dead? No, he didn't. The kick was too deep.
Yeah, they're going to go out to the 20. It was a huge play there. Kick in behind the line for the Penrith Chasers from Jerome Luai. Cobbo did extremely well, just shepherded the football over the dead ball line, got his team a 7-tackle restart. Big play there from the young Broncos fullback.
I think, Josh, there we saw the difference between Penrith Panthers the last 3 years and this year. Luai would have stopped that on a 6-man short of the dead ball line.
Yeah, they got away with that one. Brisbane, he's done extremely well there, Cobbo, to shield that ball. But, yeah, you're right, they probably would have iced that. And, yeah, like we said, they're just a little bit off tonight. I want to see Katoni Staggs get the ball. He's been pretty quiet. If he can get the ball, he can bust this game wide open.
Well, we'll see what happens. He's playing out here in the right centre, and he's up against Tungo as they move the ball back to the left. And here's Topo. Yeah, he used to be called Tapau, but he prefers to be called Topo this year. Martin Topo. Ball fed back now. It goes across to Reynolds. Reynolds runs across field. He flicks the ball out the back door. It dribbles across the ground. It beats 1, beats 2, and beats the sideline. And so Penrith will get the ball about 10 out from their own goal line.
Yeah, it just wasn't happening, was it, on that right edge there for the Brisbane Broncos? Just couldn't find the right player. The ball went out the back. Just dribbled over the sideline. So poor finish again for the Brisbane Broncos. Just some shots here on the sideline. Looks like Sonny Luke, he's warming up. We wondered when they would inject him into the game. I don't think it'll be too long.
And it'll be interesting to see how the young kid goes on a Sunday afternoon. I'm really looking forward to seeing young Katoa make his debut. He's the guy that was most likely here at Penrith, played a starring role in their reserve grade New South Wales Cup winning side team last year. And, of course, now he's been given the reins, and now another knock-on by the Panthers.
Yeah, Liam Martin this time. A little lost ball there into contact. He's not happy. Both sides really struggling in the last 5 to 10 minutes just to control the ball.
I think they're challenging.
It's a challenge.
Penrith are challenging the ruling of the knock-on.
Well, it's our first captain's challenge for Harvey Norman tonight, Thursday.
It's a big call if you're wrong.
See how the ball comes out. Heavy Farnsworth is making a tackle. It's a loose carry from Liam Martin. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful, boys. It's a scrum.
I think it deserved a second look.
Well, I thought he played at the ball, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got to say, the way that he came over the top of that football from Liam Martin, I thought they may have had a closer look at that one, but they think that he should have better ball control. So we're going to move on. It's going to be a Brisbane Broncos scrum in the centre of the field, 30 out from the try line.
Right in centre field. Here they come, the Broncos leading 12 points to 6. We've had a pretty lacklustre second half so far, but it is game one, and he's being played in trying conditions, although the rain has stopped, I noticed. And now the ball goes to Cobbo, and look at them prowling, attacking. They got the Cobbo, and not for the first time tonight. They've thrown him over the touchline.
Yeah, it's second time, haven't they? The Penrith Panthers. Dylan Edwards, he's just picked the football up. He wants to play on. He wants to move on with this game. Have a look at the replay. They just hold him up, get their troops in, carry him. 4 or 5 Penrith Panthers players there. Carry him straight over the sideline. Penrith ball.
Gee, that's a huge play again from the Panthers to get them out of a little bit of froth and bubble, but they just need to start. Well, I don't know. It's not the Panther we've seen over the last 3 seasons at the moment.
I think they've just got to start controlling the football. They've got to complete some sets. They've got to try and earn some field position and attack this Brisbane Broncos side. At the moment, they're turning over possession too cheaply, and it's hurting them. It's draining their energy.
Salmon's out there now. As the ball goes across then to quickly, it went to Cleary. Cleary was going to pass the ball, and at the moment he received it, he was virtually enveloped in a great tackle then from Ezra Mann as they go one way, back the other. Leota gets it and says, I only know one way to go. He gets it back to the halfway. Ball goes back to the right side. Cleary has it. Up goes the kick. It's a kick that's not a bad one. It goes over the top of one, then it bounces another way, then it bounces again. It comes to Corey Oates, and Oates goes straight past 3 of them, and he's knocked over in a good kick return, 25 out from his own goal line as they bring the ball back to the halfway line, or 40 metres out from their own goal line.
Oh, 1-on-1, Leota, Penrith ball.
Leota, he came in and stole it 1-on-1, as Piggy said, and he's given them a great opportunity to go on the attack. But has he done a hamstring here, Luai? Luai ran across field. He's either got a cramp or done a hammy, and considering it's a wet weather and haven't played much, you wouldn't know which one it is. But I know one thing, he stopped as if he'd been shot. Salmon has the ball. He's tackled. He's staying out there, so it's not a hamstring, Pig.
No, he looks okay. I think he's going to be all right.
Ball is fed here. Here comes Spencer Lenieux, and he is a very good runner of the football. He'll play the ball 20 metres out. They'll go back the right side. It comes away to Cleary. Cleary gets it away through the hands to Crichton. Crichton puts a grubber kick in for what reason I do not know. And in the end, it's quite easily cleaned up by Corey Oates.
Yeah, I don't think that was the play. I think if he had his time against Stephen Crichton, he would have threatened the line, really taken them on. And we have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. Just tries to put a kick in behind the line for Brian Toto. I don't think it was on. The defence were retreating from the Brisbane side. A disappointing end of the set again for Penrith.
Wasn't the last play, was it?
No, it wasn't the last play.
That's what. It's almost like they're playing one-out football. We've got a score on this play. The score's only 12-6 at the moment in favour of the Broncos. It's not as if they... And now another player in back play stretching and pushing as if he's got a bit of a cramp. I think it's Tony Staggs. A kick downfield that she's wobbling around in the air. That wasn't an easy one to catch. And the ball brought back now 30-odd metres out on their own goal line. Torto it is going to play the ball. You can see that moving in the air. I thought, I don't think I'd like to be on this. Ball goes back to the right side. Going for a gallop now is Edwards. And Edwards is just about... I shouldn't say just about. He's been Penrith's best player.
He's earned his side a penalty as well, Dylan Edwards. He's just been everywhere. And we were talking during the break, Thursday. This is his first game of the season. He didn't feature in the World Club Challenge. They kept him out of that. He's just under 200 metres he's carried the football for tonight. He already had that try assist for the one try, finding a pass to Stephen Crichton. It's been a big night for the number one for the Panthers.
The McDelivery.
The McDelivery. Beautiful delivery it was.
You love a McDelivery.
Oh, yeah, the old knock on the door. The Nuggets have arrived.
Here they come, the Panthers, on the back of the penalty. Doing very few penalties in the game. And Big Leota, a good run from him. Gets it back over the 30-metre line. Broncos into the field. The game very much, I think it's stagnated a little bit. Both sides are obviously tied. And out of backing half, little Sonny Luke's just come on and he almost went straight through them all. He's tackled only 12 metres out. Ball goes back the right side. It goes one way, then back the other. An attempted intercept. Ball goes to ground. It's going to be a knock-on by the Broncos. And then a knock-on by the Panthers.
Yeah, I think they're saying a double knock-on.
Got a comms issue. It's Panthers speed.
Oh, I've got a comms issue here.
Oh, no. Oh.
He's going to take his shirt off here.
His gear
Hold
off.
on.
Jared's going to take... Oh. We've got a comms issue. Surround him, please. That was attempted intercept by Cobbo.
And then Dylan Edwards tries to regather. I think
he's hit the ball, I think, into Cobbo, and then the ball's rebounded back down the other. See, can we help him?
Yeah, the comm situation's being sorted, so he's good to go.
You know, there's a lot of people in the crowd who wished it wouldn't work for the rest of the game.
Just let him ref.
Wait, get in. Time on.
Well, it's another opportunity though for the Panthers. And Cleary goes straight through. He's almost all the way through his tackle. He's only a metre or two out from the goal line. He'll play the ball to Luke. It's 6 more again. Luke gets it away. Through the hands it goes. Big Leota charges. Leota's tackle underneath the northern goalpost. There's 24 minutes to go on the Makita clock. Ball played to Sonny Luke. He'll send it back the right side. On going hard onto the ball is Yo. Yo's tackled. 5 metres out. About almost underneath the goalpost. Luke will go back the open side. It's fed to Cleary. Goes through the hands. Away it goes. Going for the corner then is... He was going to go to the corner, Turuvu, but look at the cover they got there. Reynolds was there, and then there were a couple of others. Staggs was there, so too was the other winger Arthurs. Ball goes back the open side. A little tap on. They're really at 6s and 7s in attack at the moment, the Panthers. They lost 25 metres in that play, as Crichton will pick the ball up. 25 metres out on the goal line. Comes back the left side. Luai decides to go for a run. He goes one way, then he goes the other. He gets it back to Cleary, and Cleary gets it away. And they're tackled. Tackle only about 15 metres out on the goal line. They want to get up and play it. Crichton will play the ball back the left side. It's fed to Cleary. Cleary puts a kick over the top. It's going to go into the in-goal area. No, it's not. Staggs gets a beautiful bounce, falls on it, and because he's a big body, they can't put him back into the in-goal area. Good work from the Broncos. But again, I must admit, not much enterprise from the Panthers.
Yeah, and I want to give a rap to the Broncos' defence there. I thought on a couple of occasions they really got off their line and took the space off the Penrith attack. They didn't allow them to play. They got up on their edges as well, defended outside in, and really pressured the Penrith side. They kept turning up for each other. Looked like Taruva was going to go over in the corner. 3 defenders there for the Broncos. They really worked hard that set. Well done.
Good work from the Broncos to get it out into their own 30, but equally good defence from the Panthers to restrict them. A kick from Reynolds goes straight down the centre of the field, picking it up on the bounce. I'll get down to Josh Morris in a moment as the ball is fed to Edwards. Edwards offloads. Taruva goes one way. Taruva goes the other. He spun, got around one defender, can't get around the next. There's a lot of Panthers taking forever to get back on side at the moment. That little passage of play exhausted them, Josh Morris, but again, there's just something missing at the moment.
Yeah, I'd like to see Penrith do a couple more drop plays. That was one thing that they've done so successfully the last couple of years. Their middles interchanging and dropping each other under and creating space for the outside man. It seems that anyone that goes too close to the sideline tonight is going straight over it, so a change of angle may be a point of difference tonight.
As the Yo gets the ball away to Cleary. Cleary offloads the ball. Quickly it goes back to Edwards. Edwards goes from the right side of the field back to the left, back to the centre. He found a little hole. The crowd got excited for a moment. He's tackled 15 metres out. Last play. Where's Cleary? He's got the ball now. He offloads the ball to Luai. Luai keeps it alive. Back it goes to Luai. He's on his hands and knees. Little grubber kick into the in-goal area. And would you believe the ball will have to be knocked dead by Staggs? He had it. He lost it. And then he almost completely lost it as the Panthers were flying to put a bit of pressure on Taruva and Cleary, and at the last moment he did well to knock it dead before the 2 Panthers arrived.
Yeah, no, it was lucky there from the Penrith side just to manufacture a repeat set here for the Penrith Panthers. They're just quickly thirsty. Scott Sorensen, we saw him go off with that HIA. He won't return, so he's out for the match. Scott Sorensen for the Panthers. Let's have a look. Let's see what they can come up with on this set of 6, Penrith.
Well, it's a long dropout taken, and here he comes. This fella's had a big second half so far. Leota. He just charges down the middle. He got that one-on-one strip. At the end of the day, those little things might be the difference between winning and losing, because the last 10 minutes or so, the Broncos have had to do a lot of tackling in the last 10 or 15 minutes or so. It just might tire them out. Might not too. Ball goes to Yo. Away goes to Cleary. Cleary short ball to Martin. Martin gets it away to Edwards. Edwards is taken in great defence on the far side. What a tackle from Capewell. Ball fed the open, so that's a horrible pass. Picked up on the bounce by Yo. It comes across field and they work it down the centre of the park. They've got it about 12 metres out, the Panthers. 20 minutes to go, 20 minutes gone in the second half. The ball played. They'll go one way. Luke throws a little dummy. Luke goes on his own. He swivels around. He's tackled 5 metres out. Last play. Kenny's back out there as well. It's fed to Cleary. Cleary puts a grubber kick in. It's knocked down, knocked on, offside or knock on. Referee's going to rule it's a knock on.
He could have gone either way there, Thirsty. It came off a Brisbane Broncos play. I think was it Ricky that dived on it? Yeah.
He was in front of the man who touched it last week, was Cobbo.
They're going to get a scrum feed, it looks like, 10 metres out centre field. So another opportunity for Penrith. But I've got to say, other than the Dylan Edwards half break on the far side of the field, still not a lot threatening this Broncos defence.
Piggy, I look at it and think, first game of the year, they're using up a bit of petrol in defence, though, the Bronx, aren't they?
Yep.
But in saying that, so are the Penrith using up petrol in attack, as they've got the ball back the right side again. Cleary goes one way, goes another. Was he taken high? A couple of the Panthers thought he was. The ball goes, here goes Luke again, he gets it away. Martin charges the line, Martin for the line. Will he get there? No. Gee, I thought he was going to pull out of that tackle and score at the last moment. He's not far away. He's made a bit of a difference, Sonny Luke. There's, again, great defence from the Broncos as they charged out of the line to put pressure on Liu, and he's tackled about 9 metres out. They'll go one way, go the other. Back it goes then to Isaiah, to Yo. Away it goes. Quick hands then. Away it went. It was a forward pass in the end from Crichton. To'o was in, but Crichton's pass was an absolute shocker.
Yeah, again, this just getting flustered, I would say. The word is there. Stephen Crichton probably didn't need to throw that pass at that point in time, or it had to be much better. It was a nice play. They got on the outside of the Broncos on this occasion. He looks for his winger. Probably didn't look enough to see where To'o was on that right wing. They turn it over. Well done, the Brisbane Broncos. They hang on again.
It's become a frustrating game at times to watch here, Josh, but gee, the Broncos' defence has been unbelievable.
Yeah, that last pass just seems to be evading the Panthers at the moment. But you put it down to the pressure defence that the Broncos are coming up with. We had Corey Oates jamming in there along with the centre Farnworth, and they're just putting pressure on the Panthers, and they're coming up with errors from that.
You mentioned Sonny Luke, Thirsty. He's been great. He's a threat from dummy half. So, that takes a little bit more pressure off Cleary and Luai, because the Broncos players now are worried about Sonny Luke at dummy half, and if he's going to run or if he's holding up the markers. It's been good from him so far.
Good work from Topo as he got it back to Billy Walters, who's back out there, and he kept it alive back to the halfway line. Just for a moment I thought he was in a bit of space as the ball fed back the right side to Reynolds. Reynolds holds it up. They've got the ball to Cobbo. Cobbo is going to be upended in a very heavy tackle. Wasn't over the horizontal, but certainly enough pressure on him. Ball fed to Reynolds on the last play. He's kicking for touch here on this western side of the field, and he'll find it. And now Edwards goes chasing after it. So all that pressure at this northern end, and now all of a sudden Penrith have got the ball at the southern end, 10 out in their own goal, and they've got to go 90 metres to get back to where they were, Pete.
Just such a smart kick from Adam Reynolds again. Just summing up the situation. He realises his team have been under the pump. They worked their way off their own goal line. He just beautiful kick down into the corner. Finds touch, gives them a breather. Well done.
And Crichton gets away from one, gets away from two. Good run from Crichton, trying to redeem himself with the forward pass. He did score a wow of a try in the first half as the ball comes back to the left side of the field. And here they go again, Tungo. And Tungo takes the ball back to the 11 of the halfway line. 12 in from touch. Makita Cox says there's 16 minutes to go. The low scoreboard says the Broncos lead 12-6, which was the score at half time. There's another Bronco down in back players. It's Staggs again looking as he got a cramp. And now they take the ball back to the centre of the park. And a good run. A little push of a leg nut. Referee's going to rule a knock on.
I think he's going to say that Sonny Luke didn't get to his feet when he played the ball.
Hasn't brought the ball back into play correctly. It's a scrum.
Hasn't brought the ball back into play correctly.
Scrum.
Crowd tonight's Thirsty, 17,125.
17,125.
Understand that. But, mate, that's what it is, I say.
The crowd aren't too happy about it, are they?
No, they've just seen the Harvey Norman replay. You can hear the boos.
You've got to play the ball. He's got to bring it up, mate. That's the answer. Right, other line.
Oh, well. It's a 50-50, I think, Pick.
Yeah. All you hear the referee there, he's got to pick the ball up and then play it. So
other referees could have penalised the Bronco. A lot of referees would have said play on. It's just, you can't. You only have one look at it.
Poor old Katoni Staggs, he's really struggling with the calf cramps at the moment, the hemi cramps.
You've had a few of those in your day, Josh?
No, mate. I went my whole career without cramps. It's called water. Drink plenty of it the day of the game, and you don't get them. But he's certainly battling the cramps at the moment. He's stretching at every break he can get. If I'm the Panthers, I'm attacking him.
I was thinking of the game you played a couple of weeks ago when you said your next day you couldn't really get up at all.
Yeah, that's after my career had finished, not during.
I'm only joking.
And there were a few beers drank the night before, not waters.
Actually, I'd just like to say I hope that Brad French is recovering well after an operation on Thursday. Big Brad played about 1,000 first-grade games in Sydney and Rugby Union for Uni and Eastwood. And he found out not long ago he had a hamstring because his doctor told him he'd torn it off the bone.
Oh.
So he had to have
not nice.
He had to have an operation. And anyway, hope everything went well on Thursday, Big Brad. And he's a man who knows his way around a schooner on a hot day too. And a cold day, I must admit. Ball goes back to the left. Great bloke. Hope everything's okay.
Super
bloke. Salmon works it back. Luke goes back the open side through the middle of the ruck, and here's a good run from Fisher Harris, and he's tackled. Haven't seen a lot of that today, have we, from them? It's just been one of those nights that it's been an unusual performance, and yet they still might get out of trouble. As Cleary goes one way, Cleary goes the other. Cleary puts on the accelerator. He almost got away. Great tackle from Ricky. Ricky's the one that stopped that from being scored. Luke gets it away. On it goes through the hands. It went to Fisher Harris. He's tackled close to the goal line. He'll play the ball. And again, the little dummy half. It's in the in-goal area. Getting back as Ezra Mann. Can he get back in the in-goal area? No, he can't. Or out of the in-goal area. He's pushed into one of the hoardings or
sponsor pads,
call them what you like. He gave him a soft landing. And let's go around the grounds. You got a basketball score?
Well, I certainly do. The New Zealand Breakers have beaten the Sydney Kings 95-87 in Game 1, thanks to Andy from the Central Coast, who's been watching that and listening to your call of the footy. So the Breakers beating the Kings 95-87.
That's a huge win when you think they played 5 games, and of course 3 in Sydney, 2 over there. There's a short line dropout taken. The ball knocked back by the Broncos, and guess who was roving, to use an AFL term, behind them? A young bloke called Liam Martin, who might have played a bit of Aussie rules when he was younger, considering where he comes from. Anyway, he did a good job to save the day for the Panthers. Here they go. The ball goes back to the right side. Broad brought back down the centre by Fisher Harris. Fisher Harris tries to get through. The ball is free here by Cobbo. That is a penalty. And, you know, there's some that... see, he's not going to put 10 in the bin. But he deliberately got that ball loose. It's easy to sit here. I mean, if they do it again, there'll be someone in the bin.
There's 2 in the tackle. There's just no need for it.
Fisher Harris charging the line. He's tackled 2 or 3 metres out from the goal line. There's 11.5 to go on the Makita clock. 12-6 the score line. The Broncos lead the Panthers. Luai has it on the left side. He got away from Reynolds. He goes back to the centre. He goes back to the right side. He's tackled only 9 metres out. Here they come again, the Panthers. As Sonny Luke's interacting half. He goes to the right. He goes on his own. He throws a dummy. Great tackle. Great tackle over there. And it's Cobbo that made it, close to the goal line. Long pass comes to Cleary. Cleary decides to have a crack on his own. He's tackled close to the goalpost. Penrith on the attack again. Last play, left side. Luai. Luai gets it away. That's a shocking pass. And the Budger believe, I think it's been knocked on by Arthurs, or has it? No, says the referee. Falling on the loose ball of Staggs. And there had to be some doubt whether Arthurs actually knocked that ball on, but he may not have. He may have just gone over the top of the ball and knocked it with his body, and then fallen on by Staggs, but it came on the back of a shocking Panthers pass.
Yeah, Jerome Luai went to the line on the last play, played out the back, tried to find his winger in Taruva, but it just didn't find the mark. And I think, just having a look at the Harvey Norman replay, Arthurs just goes over the top of it. He doesn't touch it with his hands. And that enables Katoni Staggs to dive on it, who he just can't get going, Staggs. He's got these cramps in his calves, and Alfie Langer's working on it at the moment, but he's in all sorts of agony.
If Alfie offers you a drink, don't have it. For heaven's
He's
sake.
speaking from experience.
Oh, dear.
Go 3.
As the Broncos, well, that was good defence from them, and again they're forced an error. Hut back towards the halfway. Broncos have got the ball. They come back right side. Carrigan takes a good carry back to within 41 metres of the Panthers line. 10 to go, and that's on the Makita clock, and still the Broncos lead 12-6 as a little grubber kick finds touch.
They're going to ask the question here if it was played at. Adam Reynolds is challenging it. Yep.
The ball came off.
Brisbane are challenging, but the ball has been played at by Penrith prior to going to the touch.
Well, before that, let's go down to Josh Morris.
Yeah, mate, looks like Staggs is done for the night. He tried to get up 3 or 4 times, and his calves they look like rocks in his socks, mate. The big boulders. He's in a lot of pain, and I think the physio's called it. He's off. He won't be coming back.
Well, he won't be back. Now we're going to wait now for
Zach Tago. He makes contact. He's blocking the path of the ball. This is playing on at this stage. Tackle can is reset.
He's going to win it, Reynolds.
The ball then goes into touch. The challenge is successful. Brisbane play the ball.
Huge call. Huge call. Well done to Adam Reynolds. He's had a good night tonight, Adam Reynolds. Kicked extremely well. And a pass for a try, and on this occasion he challenged the call. He's got it right, and his team, the Brisbane Broncos, they're going to get a set of 6, 20 out in the middle of the field.
Well, here they come. This is where they can put the game to bed with 10 to go on the Makita clock as Haas comes back, and Haas is going to be tackled.
Do they think 1 point?
Well, you know one thing about him, if they get down to the last tackle, I reckon he'll think that way. He's a smart man. Remember one day when he kicked those field goals against the Dragons? It was 1, 2, 3.
Yes, in the finals.
In the finals. Was it in extra time when he kicked one? I think he might have kicked one in extra time. Kicked a couple in the main time. Here he goes. Reynolds is going to have a shot at field goal from in front, and he bangs it straight over the black dot, and they lead 13-6.
I thought so, Thirsty. I thought it was coming. The Adam Reynolds field goal. He's just been too smart tonight. The way he's controlled things, his kicking game. I mentioned earlier he had that beautiful pass for Herbie Farnworth in the first half for a try. On this occasion, he gets the challenge call right, earns his side a set of 6 attacking Penrith's line, takes it early, slots the 1-pointer. They go out 13-6. What do we got remaining? How much? We got 9 minutes remaining on the clock.
There's the kick-off. And Penrith with a lot of work to do as Walters takes the ball, offloads the ball to Jensen and he's tackled 12 metres out from his own goal line. 8 minutes 52 on the Makita clock. It's 13-6 in favour of the Broncos. The only point in the second half, that field goal just kicked by Adam Reynolds. And now the Bronco is down, Billy Walters. He's obviously thinking that...
Capewell.
Is it Capewell? Sorry.
I think. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Capewell has moved to right centre, I think, to accommodate Staggs again.
I think he said he's had pressure on the neck.
They're checking his neck.
Just got a replay here of the kick. It was just, it wasn't at the end of the tackle. He just got him, when he got into the best position, he said, I'm ready now, fellas.
Yeah, too smart. He's just been great tonight. The experience of Adam Reynolds. He's going to go off Capewell. Looks for a HIA. So they're going to lose him now for the rest of the game, the Broncos. Looks like Palissy is getting ready to come back on.
So they're down really to a 15-man rotation for 8.5 minutes. The thing about it is, Piggy, as you know, is that all of a sudden, if they happen to fluke a try here or something, or even a penalty goal, the work that the Broncos have done in the second half has been amazing. And they might run out of gas. I mean, that's tough, that, when you this end of the game. Anyway, it's Haas who plays the ball to Walters, who offloads the ball to Farnworth, and he's tackled. He's hardly seen the ball in the second half, but they haven't had much ball in the second half. Walters offloads now to Carrigan. Carrigan takes it back to within 7 metres of the halfway line. Last tackle coming up. Walters, where's Reynolds? He's out here. Reynolds has got it. There's the kick. Goes straight down the throat. No, it doesn't. Well, it does on the bounce. I thought Toro was going to come and take it on the full, but he elected to come and just watch it bounce, and now he's going to play it 30 out from his own goal line. Taruva decides to go for a gallop, and he runs into some solid defence about 40 metres out from his own goal line. Luai is an acting half, and Tungo works the ball back to the halfway, 20 in from the western touchline. 7.5 to go. Crowd not happy about Ricky's tackle. Fisher Harris, good strong run. Fisher Harris, he's still going. He's put down around about 38 metres out now from the Broncos line. He'll play the ball. They go back to left side, and Cleary, he sends it away. Sonny Luke's got the ball. Sonny Luke throws a dummy. He runs into a solid tackle. Gee, Carrigan's a strong man. He puts him down about 18 metres out. Last tackle. It's fed now to Cleary. Cleary offers it up to Luai. Luai throws a dummy. Luai goes to the line. Did he get there? I think he's short.
What a tackle. What a tackle. Adam Reynolds involved again. You thought Jerome Luai was going to score for all money when he cut back off that left foot step. But the Broncos defenders somehow get there and pull him down short. Huge play there for the Broncos.
And there's another member of the Broncos out here stretching with cramp too, I think. Is it Jesse Arthurs?
Ricky.
Or is it Ricky? It's Ricky. There's a Flegler works the ball back, and he's tackled 12 metres out, 6.5 to go in the game. And they're leading 13-6, the Broncos. The ball comes back to the right side, and Palacia is tackled. Palacia, 22 metres out from his own goal line, 20 in from touch. Pass comes away to Jensen. Jensen, good strong run. They needed that, the Broncos. They're going to play at 15 shy of the halfway line. Now Carrigan, he works it back to within the shadows of the halfway. He'll play the ball in the centre of the park. Now where's Reynolds? He'll probably want to kick for touch again. Well, I thought he might kick for touch if only because he's got so many players that are out injured at the moment, just to try and buy some time, but he didn't. He kicked a wobbly kick in the direction of Toro, who got a difficult bounce and did well to gather it in, 30 out on their own goal line. You think they've just about got a score here, haven't they, Penrith?
Yeah, 6 minutes to go, just under 6 minutes remaining in this game. They need a try. They've got to get a try now to give themselves any sort of hope of coming back into this contest.
Ball fed to Yo, and Turner goes away to Cleary. He plays the front man, which is Salmon, and Salmon's tackled 35 metres out now from the Broncos line. The Broncos lead 13 points to 6. It's fed back the open side to Cleary. Cleary runs to the line, offloads the ball to Martin. Martin is held up, then he's tackled in good tackle. 32 metres out. Last tackle, Crichton. He feeds it to Cleary. Then Cleary sends it high in the air. It's coming down 10 metres out, going to the ball and taking it superbly as Jesse Arthurs, and he'll play the ball 8 metres out from his own goalpost.
Yeah, you think they'd be able to close it out now, the Broncos side?
Nice. Corey Oates in tackle one, hammered, loses the ball, 12 out from the goalpost.
Just when you think they've done enough, Brisbane. Play 2, Corey Oates, who's been good for the Broncos, just a hit on the ball, and as he goes to ground, the ball just pops out.
Commentators curse there, Josh. Yeah. Bring the big man back with it.
Absolutely giving him the mock right there, and just on cue, gives them a chance, and the Panthers, can they capitalise?
Well, we'll wait and see. They're trying to get 6 into the scrum, the Broncos. They're trying to find someone who's available. Anyway, they've got a chance here, the Panthers, as Cleary gets it away to Luai. Luai gets it on to Taruva. Taruva goes one way, goes the other, and then the ball is stripped, and the ball is stripped by Reynolds. He said the strip's okay, but he's dragged it towards the opposition goal line, which means it's a knock-on, time off, pushing and shoving from both teams, and as Penrith will get the ball again, but 10 metres out, 4:20 to go on the Makita clock, 13 points to 6.
Yeah, they're going to challenge.
Challenging the ruling of a one-on-one strip and a knock-on by Brisbane.
Well, the ball's gone from Reynolds forward to the other end of the field. He's just trying to buy time.
Yeah, well, I would too. There's 4 minutes to go. Your team needs a breather before they defend this set of 6. You've still got a challenge remaining. You're leading by 7. I think it's a smart play.
At the point the ball stripped, just checking to see which direction it goes.
Oh, geez, actually, it's not hard.
All these forwards are getting a great opportunity to get their breath back and get set for this defence.
Adam Reynolds' hands pulls the ball towards the opponent's dead ball line, which constitutes a knock-on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Well done, guys. It's great to be back.
He's only 3 metres upfield with the ball alongside him. But We all knew what Adam Reynolds was trying to do, buy himself some time. Luai gets the ball off the back of the scrum. He goes one way, he goes the other, back towards the goalpost. They're not far away here. 4 minutes to go on the... Now it's a penalty. A penalty for hand on the ball.
Do they take the 2?
No, and they haven't. I'm not sure whether there was any contemplation what they do, but Leota's got the ball and he just went straight and hard at the line. He plays the ball and Sonny Luke gets it away. It comes away to Cleary. Cleary goes one way. Cleary goes back the other. And Cleary's tackle a few metres out on the goal line. 3 minutes 50 to go on the Makita clock. Ball played to Luke. Luke goes on his own. He's there. Try. Next to the left uprights. And it's 13-10 with a kick to come. 3 minutes 40 on the Makita clock to go. Penrith aren't dead yet.
Yeah, still time, isn't there? 3.5 minutes remaining. Sonny Luke does it all himself from dummy half. They've been looking for a way through this defence all night, the Penrith Panthers, and it comes from their interchange hooker in between defenders, gets over for the try, next to the uprights. Nathan Cleary, he quickly lines up this conversion. They're going to be chasing the Penrith Panthers. Can they do it?
So here's Cleary from right in front of the sticks. Moves in. There's the kick. It's 13-12. And that's 13-12 on the low scoreboard. Broncos lead. 3 minutes 21 to go on the Makita clock. And don't you go anywhere.
Don't you steal it.
No, I wouldn't. Because you're listening to a continuous call team.
Using your boat is so much more enjoyable when you've got cover to protect it. So cover it with Yui. Yui. You insured.
Out of all the people this year that I thought wouldn't get us in trouble, it was you, Davey.
Round
one, first game of the season. Don't you go anywhere. No.
Here come the Panthers.
Well, let's see what happens. You know, we had a golden point thriller last night. The game was in the balance of the last few minutes in New Zealand tonight, where the Warriors proved to be too good for the Knights. They're taking forever to get a kicking tee out there. They've got to go back to the crowd to find the one he gave for the kid in the crowd.
You think 3:21, Penrith are probably going to have 2 sets of 6, you would think.
Under the normal set of things, isn't it? 1 minute a set.
Yep.
There should be 3 sets left in the game, and Penrith should have 2 of them. Wow. Reynolds. See, it waits and waits. Then puts the kick in. See, that might go out in the full. No, it won't. It's a perfect kick. Absolutely perfect kick-off that came down, 30 centimetres inside the dead ball line.
The hang time he got on it. The amount of time it hung up in the air allowed all of his chasers to get downfield and put pressure on the Panthers.
So here they go, the Panthers. They're behind by 1, 13-12 in favour of the Broncos as the ball's fed away to Salmon. Salmon onto Tungo, and Tungo is taken, and he's almost dragged into across the touchline. He's 10 shy of the halfway line. 2.5 to go in the game. Coming up with the ball now is Taruva. He's tackled just near the halfway line. He'll play the ball, and Salmon's at acting half. He sends it on to Yo. Yo takes it up the centre. He gives it away then. No, he's not. He's still going, Yo. He's still going. He's tackled only 32 metres out. There's 2.5 to go in the game. Cleary's going to have a long-range shot at field goal. It's away from the right. It's away from the post. The ball, will it go dead? It won't go dead. Look at the chase from Martin. Martin's down there. It's picked up by Cobbo. Cobbo's got it.
He's lost it.
Cobbo's lost the ball. Cobbo's lost the ball. And then would you believe the Panthers had a chance to score? The referee's going to go up and check. I don't think the Panthers have got it.
Leave it, Ezra. Confirming that we don't have a grounding here from Penrith, mate, and also looking at Jerome Luai and where he becomes involved in play.
So we're looking at everything here. Just say to Ashley, look at everything and tell me how I restart the action.
So Cleary has...
Luai is offside at the point of the kick. Just checking to see whether he has any impact on Silwan Cobbo's ability to get out of the in-goal area. Jerome Luai is encroached inside 10 metres, which denies Silwan Cobbo the chance to run straight. And he becomes involved. We have a decision.
Penalty to the Broncos. Penalty to the Broncos. So what do we got remaining? We've got 2 minutes.
It's here where Jerome has an influence on play.
Yeah, so it's going to be, 2 or 3 metres off the Broncos try line. They're going to get this penalty. Penrith will still get a set of 6. They've got to put a big set of D in here. Adam Reynolds, he'll take his time finding the sideline.
Well, the big thing is that they decided to have a shot at field goal from 45 metres out.
Yeah.
I thought that they'd probably just put up a bomb that time.
Well, Cleary, he was going for the win. Outside the 40, that's a 2-point field goal.
2-point one, yeah. Yeah, and of course the man who kicked the first one happens to be on the other side. The 2-point one, Adam. So they've got the ball here, the Broncos, and they've got it about 31 out on their own goal line as they line up in defence here. And it's Ricky who's driven backwards. He plays it to Walters. A false start there. The crowd thought that perhaps there should have been a penalty, but there isn't. See, the crowd's on edge. The players are on edge. Ball goes back to the left, and Corey Oates has tackled. Good run from the winger. Come in and take a bit of pressure off these forwards who've done an enormous amount of work in the second half. Ball fed to Walters. Big Payne Haas takes it over the halfway line. Maybe Adam Reynolds will have a shot from outside the 40-metre line and make it impossible. Ball fed to Carrigan. Carrigan takes it ahead. He's 32 metres out on the southern goalpost. The Broncos lead 13-12. 1 minute to go on the Makita clock. Here's the last play for the Broncos. Reynolds, he puts it up high in the air. It's coming down towards Edwards. Edwards goes for the ball. It's knocked back by Ricky. It's picked up by Reynolds. Reynolds puts a grubber kick in. It's loose on the ground. And then it's ruled a knock on by Cleary. And so the Broncos will win the game.
Yeah, it's a huge play there. Adam Reynolds or Selwyn Cobbo, he goes up. It was a great chase from Cobbo on the initial Reynolds kick. He taps it back. Reynolds is there, sums up the situation nicely, puts a kick in behind the line. Cleary plays at it. The referee's deemed it a knock on, and this should be game. Just having a look at the Harvey Norman replay. Yeah, I can't really argue too much with it. I think he got it right, the referee.
Oh, I think you got it right too.
Panthers fans wouldn't be used to this. The team's going to go down in round 1 of the 2023 season.
And at home.
Yeah, I think they'd won 25 of 27 here. I think it was something like that.
As the Broncos have the ball close to the goal line, Flegler taking his time to get up. He's had a very big second half, these Broncos forwards. They really have. They've had no ball. They've had to do most of the defending, and the Panthers haven't been good enough to score the points that are needed to win the game. They lead by 13 points to 12. There's the siren. There it is. And the Broncos, meritorious in victory, win 13-12 thanks to a lesson from Adam Reynolds. He was absolutely brilliant tonight, and the field goal that he took with about 10 to go in the game put them in front 13-6. And in the end, he kicked for touch and found it. He kicked, even then, it was a bomb from him and then a regather from him. Anyway, he did so many things tonight. There's a lot of things a lot of people could learn from that, but they won the game thanks to 2 tries to Farnworth. Adam Reynolds kicked 2 goals in the vital field goal for the Panthers. Steve Crichton scored a try that will go down as one of the tries of the year, no doubt, but it wasn't enough to win. Sonny Luke scored a try. Cleary, 2 goals from 2 attempts.
Thank you very much, Davey. Josh Morris wandering out there to catch up with a few of the players. We'll get down to Josh when he's got a few of them. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. Actually, I thought it was a really decent game of football. We've gone back-to-back. Golden Point last night and a terrific game tonight. Let's get downstairs. Josh Morris has got one of the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm here with Kurt Capewell. First win here since 2009. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Was that the talk during the week?
Yeah, mate, Penrith, they're the top team at the moment, so we knew we had to put in an effort like we did, and I'm just so proud of the boys, the way we stood up in defence tonight.
Yeah, and you finished with 15 players. Of course, the defensive resolve tonight, that was on display. The amount of times you boys covered each other, that must be pleasing round 1.
Yeah, mate, great. As you said, we had, I don't know how many sets on our line. Everyone just kept showing up. Yeah, big pre-season, so it's good to see it pay off. And we went good in round 1. We can build on that.
And for yourself, you just played about everywhere there tonight again. You just got that ability to just fill in any position. Do you love doing that, or do you prefer playing where you start the game?
Mate, I do prefer probably staying in the back row, but when I get a crack in the centres, I don't mind it because you're a chance of scoring a try, and that don't come around too often. So.
Well, there wasn't a chip on Chase on display tonight, but it was a great win, Cape.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Well done, Kurt Capel with Josh Morris. He's going to round up a few more players and we'll get some more reactions. So the two games tonight, earlier tonight, Warriors beat Newcastle by 20 points to 12. And Piggy, the Brisbane Broncos, they held on in the end, 13 points to 12 over the Penrith Panthers.
Oh, that's a huge win for the Broncos. They should be extremely proud of themselves. Defensively, they were outstanding. There was a number of occasions where the Penrith Panthers had opportunities, but they just found a way to keep turning this Penrith side away. It was a great job from them tonight, something that they can launch their season off in round one.
Let's get back downstairs. Here's Pat Carrigan with Josh Morris.
Yeah, Pat, first win here since 2009. That must be a great win. Start the season too against the Premiers.
Yeah, it's good, mate. I think everyone kind of said it during the week. That's probably the best way to start the year. You're going against the best team in the comp, and kind of shows you where you're at leading into the year. So we've always started the year good, to be honest, but we just got to kind of build momentum, and it's a good starting point for us.
Yeah, well, it would have been a long pre-season for you guys after what happened towards the back end of the year. That defensive result tonight was some of the best defence I've seen from you guys for a long time. Was that spoken about during the week as well?
Yeah, mate, I think we're taking a lesson from the guys we played against. They turn up for each other week in, week out, and we've got a few premierships on our coaching staff, and they keep drilling into us that the best sides win comps. So we're not there yet, but we're building on it.
Well, like I said, it's first win here since 2009. You get the season off to a great start. You must be very happy and excited for the rest of the year ahead.
Yeah, mate, I'm keen. Probably the way that last year ended, a little bit of a fire in not only myself but everyone, and we've got a few boys leaving the club, and it hits home a bit that footy's a business. So I want to send them out on a good note, and we started here pretty good tonight.
You've certainly done that, Paddy. I thought you were outstanding tonight. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Mark.
Pat Carrigan with Josh Morris down on the touchline after a 13-12 win to Brisbane over the Penrith Panthers. Grab one more if you can, Josh, and then we'll wind things up. There he is down there with Paul Gallen. Oh, the G-Train. You just prepare yourself for tomorrow, G-Train. Player of the match competition, thanks to Harvey Norman. Shortly, three players. When you hear them, be one of the first three callers through on the prize line. 1300 722 873. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman. Shop furniture, bedding, electrical, computers in-store or online. Those players in a sec. Back downstairs to Josh.
Yeah, I've got the Clive Churchill winner here, Dylan Edwards. Tough loss to start the season. Some positive signs there. What do you think went wrong in that second half?
Yeah, we obviously come out there and I dropped the ball early on, put us under a bit of pressure. I think we created some chances, didn't execute well enough. And a bit clunky down on the goal line, I think, but it'll take time and we'll get better. Yeah,
we said that. It was kind of a little bit clunky. I thought when Sonny Luke came on, he sparked your attack a bit. Do you feel the same way there?
Yeah, I think so. He got to have a bit of work in some tight middles and that, and he's pretty crafty. So, I mean, when he come on with that 25 to go, injected a bit of life into us.
For yourself, you didn't play in the trials. How is the body going?
Yeah, good. I was a bit tired out there towards the back end of the game, but it was good.
Well, you're tired because you carry the ball for about 300 metres every week, mate. You're one of the Panthers' best tonight again, and best of luck for the rest of the season, mate.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Dylan Edwards with Josh Morris. Well done, J Moz. You can rejoin us up here in the broadcast box. We've got weekend winners to find. Piggy's going to give our listeners the chance to win an exclusive continuous call team show bag. But Piggy, I need the three players off you in the running for the player of the match. The winning caller will get the $200 Harvey Norman gift card. Who are the three players in the running tonight?
Yeah, the three players tonight for that Man of the Match award: Payne Haas, Adam Reynolds, and the man we just heard from, Dylan Edwards.
Payne Haas, Adam Reynolds and Dylan Edwards. First three callers through right now. 1300 722 873. 1300 722 873. First three callers through right now. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman. Shop furniture, bedding, electrical and computers in-store or online. And the open line is open for business as well on 131873. You Brisbane Broncos supporters, I keep thinking about what an enormous win that is here at Panthers Stadium, Piggy. You touched on that stat. 25 of the last 27 games at home the Panthers have won. This has become a fortress for the Penrith Panthers, and for the Brisbane Broncos, still no Reece Walsh, to come down to Sydney week one and knock over the reigning premiers. Talk about a confidence booster.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, Levy. It's something like this you can launch your season off the back of. The confidence, as you said, that they're going to get out of this game. Some of their players, the fact that they've started the season this way and they believe in themselves that they are able to compete with the top sides in this competition It's huge. It was a really tough, gutsy win from them. They did extremely well. I keep wrapping their defence. You know, they kept turning up for each other. They kept finding a way. Sometimes it didn't look pretty, but they got there and they cleaned it up, or they forced the Penrith Panthers into errors. I just thought it was a really tough, gutsy performance from them.
All right, 131873 is that number. If you're heading home from the footy, you're tuning in via 4BC in Brisbane. What did you think of that game of footy and the start of the season? Golden point last night with Melbourne beating Parramatta 16-12. Harry Grant scoring the match winner. Earlier tonight, the Warriors beating Newcastle by 20 points to 12. We talk about coaches under pressure. Adam O'Brien starts 2023 with a defeat, and the Brisbane Broncos tonight under Kevy Walters, a 13-12 win over Penrith, the barest possible margins. 1 point, 13-12 Brisbane over Penrith. Broncos fans jump on the line, and Panthers supporters. We asked the question prior to the game, is there cause for concern off the back of the loss to St Helens? You've now lost back-to-back games, World Club Challenge and your season opener. Is there cause for concern moving forward, or are you confident this side will get things back on track? I know it's early days and there's a long season to come, Piggy, but I agree with what you boys were saying in the call. They seemed, when Sonny Luke came onto the field, something seemed to spark the Panthers. No disrespect to Mitch Kenny, but Sonny Luke, what a player.
Yeah, that's what he did. He sparked them. He was actually a genuine threat from dummy half. He had the Broncos on the back foot whenever he got out and over the advantage line. He had players coming off him. He scored the try to get him back in the game. He just has that. He's got that pace out of dummy half, and you know when you've got a threat out of dummy half, that can do a real good job on the markers and those A defenders, just holding that little bit longer when you're passing to the likes of Cleary and Luai. So I'm sure he might see a few more minutes, Sonny Luke. It was a good performance from him.
All right, well, let's get to your calls next year on the continuous call team. That number 131873. Email us via the websites where you click onto the feedback icon, and you can text us as well, 0460 873 873. 13 points to 12, Brisbane over Penrith. We'll take a break, come back and announce our player of the match. In fact, let's do it right now. Piggy, Lynn from Riverwood went with Payne Haas, Charlie from Georges Hall, Adam Reynolds, and Andrew from Concord, Dylan Edwards. Who is your player of the match, thanks to Harvey Norman?
Yeah, player of the match tonight, Adam Reynolds for the Brisbane Broncos. The number 7, he was outstanding. He had a hand in their tries. His kicking game was phenomenal. He turned up everywhere he needed to be. He made some big calls for his team. Adam Reynolds, man of the match.
All right, so congratulations to Charlie at Georges Hall, who nominated Adam Reynolds, who is the continuous call team's player of the match. Thanks to Harvey Norman, and you, Charlie, at Georges Hall, have won the $200 Harvey Norman gift card. Stay listening for the next game. We'll call for another chance to win, all thanks to Harvey Norman, and those next two games that you'll get a chance to win, 5:30 tomorrow and 7:30 tomorrow night. We're off to a break. We'll come back with plenty more Friday night football. Congratulations to the Broncos and the Warriors, our winners tonight. The Warriors beating Newcastle 20 points to 12, and Brisbane over Penrith 13-12.
Congratulations on another delicious meal, hun.
Yeah, look, it's a great result and full credit to the bok choice.
You put a lot into meal prep.
Yeah.
How do you think that affected tonight's performance?
Oh, we always give 110%, both on and off the stove. I guess we were just the hungrier side tonight.
Thanks for chatting, and good luck with the rest of the seasoning.
Yeah, cheers, babe.
Get 12 months of KO Basic with a new Telstra home internet plan. It could change your life. For Telstra personal customers taking up a new home internet service, roll on to KO Basic standard month-to-month fees after offer, unless you change or cancel. Must sign up via Telstra.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
Have you suffered an injury at work? Having problems with the insurance company? Not sure what you can do next? Do not delay. With 50 years of experience in workers' compensation claims, Bryden's lawyers are the lawyers who will guide you every step of the way. Go with the lawyers that you know and trust. Call 1-800-848-848 or visit brydens.com.au. Bryden's Lawyers, we do support you in your claim for workers' compensation.
Kick off the new season at Harvey Norman. Catch all the action with LG 65-inch OLED Evo Smart TV for $3,195 and save a massive $900. Bonus local delivery. Feel the crowd roar with Samsung True Dolby Atmos soundbar. Now under $1,400, save $600. Serve up half-time drinks with craft ice from the LG InstaView French door fridge for $4,198. Recover after the match with the Theragun Pro Percussive Massager for $698, save over $200. T's and C's apply. Kick off the new season at Harvey Norman.
My fellow weeds, we shall fight them in the flower beds and between the pavers. We shall prevail.
Stop weeds from invading your space. Yates Zero Triple Strike penetrates, accelerates and terminates weeds.
You're listening to the Continuous Call Team on Sydney's 2GB. Thanks to Macca's, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Yeah, great to have you with us. Friday night football here at Bluebet Stadium as the last few players head towards the tunnel and up the tunnel into the dressing rooms for a shower. It got a little bit wet during that game of football. Josh Morris has rejoined us in the commentary box as well. You didn't get wet, champion?
No, that umbrella was very good. There was very little rain that touched me. I've actually come up into this, and it's quite warm in here.
It is warm in here.
It's very warm in here.
It is warm.
Actually, I prefer it out there at the moment.
Renault should... it was only a matter of time, Steve. Renault should still be at the Bunnies here, South Sydney.
Come on. Let it go.
Steve, I'm like you, mate. I can never get over it. And I'm friends with the Reynolds family, and his old man Mark just sent me a message, you beauty. I said, geez, gone are the days where I thought you would be supporting other teams. But full credit to him. I mean, Adam Reynolds has gone to the Brisbane Broncos. He had his injury problems last year, didn't he, Josh? But you can just see the experience, the direction, the guidance that he gives the Broncos, and whenever he's on the football field, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it was a real captain's knock. Just the calming influence he has on them, knowing where and when to put the ball with his kicking game, which is one of the best in there. And then he had the captain's calls at the right times, and they were right calls. So he's come up trumps tonight, and they're going to need him to play like that week in, week out. I thought defensively he come up with some great tackles as well on the try line. So when he's on defensively, you know his attack's going to be on anyway. And I thought, he led from the start of the game, and Broncos need him to do that week in, week out if they're going to be in the top 8.
If you're heading home from the footy or you're listening to us in Brisbane and you'd like to have your say, that number to call 131873. You can email us via the websites or shoot through a text 0460 873 873. One for you, Piggy, from Tony. He says, can we start putting respect on the Broncos and consider them a top 8 or even a top 4 team?
Yeah, well, there's no reason why we can't with the top 8 because they featured in it for such a long period of time last season. It was just that horrendous back end of the year that they had where they really struggled to keep themselves in the 8. And, I can't wrap them enough tonight. I've already said this is a beautiful springboard for the start of the year to beat the Premiers and launch your season, going into round 2, 3 and 4.
Well, Adam Reynolds, our player of the match tonight, thanks to Harvey Norman. Here he is with the crew on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
One of the stars of the evening, Adam Reynolds. Congratulations, 13-12 over the Panthers in Penrith in the opening round. Doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. We knew it was going to be a tough game. Obviously, conditions going to be tough. But it's credit to our defence, something we've worked on all off-season, or pre-season, I should say. And that was something that let us down at the back end of last year. And Kevy and the coaching staff been drilling it into us and paid off tonight.
The result might surprise a few, but I noticed when the bell went, looking at your blokes, they all look pretty confident. I think obviously over the pre-season, there's been a real build there. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that belief has been instilled through the coaching staff. And we've had a tough pre-season, a good one. We've worked extremely hard, and as you've probably seen through the trials, our defence is getting better and better and better. And it was a great test tonight against Penrith, probably one of the best attacking teams in the comp, and withstood a lot of their attack on our try line.
The boys are obviously 12 months older. They look really composed out there. There was a few errors coming out of your own end, but you just didn't panic. You defended sets and turned them away.
Yeah, that's the confidence that we've got through the training. We've spoken about if we do have errors, it's not about compelling that and building bigger things from that. It's about staying composed and working together. And if we do that, we can hold teams out.
Ezra Mann, he's an interesting looking player. Not only he's got that wonderful, the footwork and the speed, but also in defence, come up with a couple of big shots. What's he like?
an interesting character, like you said. Gets around with his fingers painted, touches his shirt, he pulls his pants right up high. No, he's a good kid, tough kid. He knew he was going to get plenty of attack coming down his edge. Obviously a small bloke, he holds his own, he's a tough fella, and he's running games up there with the best in the comp as well.
Selwyn Cobbo, obviously a quiet kid. First NRL game at fullback. How was his talk defensively? Because your line looked really structured, especially on your try line.
Yeah, he's obviously still learning that role. Look, we got confidence in him. We knew he was going to be at the fullback position this week. He worked pretty good throughout the week. He doesn't have a big voice, but he's got a big presence on the field. Obviously, you feel that big body jump in the line, and I thought he was magnificent again tonight.
All right, we'll leave it there. Adam Reynolds with the crew on Nine's Wide World of Sports. I'm just having a look at Katoni Staggs in front of us as he makes his way back to the tunnel. Gee, he was struggling with the cramps, wasn't he, Josh?
They were trying for about 2 minutes to get one out, and he went to stand up, and it just tightened straight back up. The poor bloke, he would have been in so much pain. I don't think any amount of pickle juice would have uncramped those things.
Did you say, and I was doing something else when you when Davey crossed down to you on the touchline, did you say that you never suffered cramps throughout your illustrious rugby league career because you drank lots of water?
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
So the more hydrated you are,
very hydrated. Well, there's salt as well.
I get cramps in bed these days.
I beg your pardon.
You bloke.
Carly said that's a nice change.
He got me earlier. He's got one back on him.
You still sleeping in bed by yourself?
No. Never.
Okay, just checking.
Please.
Just checking.
It's never been better.
Hey, Harry's here somewhere. Behave. 0460 873 873. Oh, Amy at Kelso's listening. Hi, team. The Panthers have had the shortest off-season due to all the rep players, but still looking fit. Mitch Kenny's going to have to work hard to retain his spot. They look clunky with him, and I noticed he was barely dummy half. Still a long season to go from Amy at Kelso. Mark, Piggy, Josh and Thirsty, just remember it's only week one, which doesn't make a winter. Piggy and Josh, you did good, and Thirsty, the ultimate professional. One of the messages there from Richard. And another one here, the Broncos defence is getting better for their season. Good bunch, young, strong players this year. And the other one, David, we've got to remember, is that Selwyn Cobbo, yes, played fullback tonight, but Reece Walsh, he waltzes back into this side once he's declared fit and overcomes his facial injury he's got.
Yeah, all of that, but you've got to have a look at that side. I thought Jesse Arthurs was outstanding tonight. He was the bloke basically there because Cobbo would normally play there and Walsh would normally play fullback. So it's a nice, Kevin Walters would say, it's a nice position to be in.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with having too many players to fill one position. I thought Arthurs was outstanding. They peppered him in the first half, and he took some very high balls and difficult balls under enormous pressure and came up trumps every time.
Well, it doesn't matter how far you win by, a win's a win, whether it's 1 point, whether it's 50 points. I mentioned Katoni Staggs. Here he is with Danica Mason on 9.
So, Tony, you've just beaten the reigning premiers. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Obviously, give credit to them. We knew they were going to come out firing there after last week's game. They didn't have a really good performance, but our boys, we've been waiting for this round one, and we just wanted to prove everyone wrong that they didn't have anything against us boys, and they didn't think we could do it, and just prove the point then.
What was going through your mind when Penrith scored that late try?
Yeah, it was just a lazy marker there, but all the boys didn't drop their heads, and they just went to the next job and defending that the kick-off set, and we got the ball back, and we really deserved that win there.
What kind of message do you feel like that sends to the rest of the competition starting the season with a win like this?
Yeah, it's just it's for ourselves as well, good confidence going into this season, but to everyone else that was writing us off and didn't think we could do it, and we just came out tonight and proved the point, and we're not going to go nowhere this year.
Well done. We're looking forward to seeing what you have for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to them. The Brisbane Broncos winners tonight, 13 points to 12 over the Penrith Panthers. Good crowd too, 17,125. I think midway through the second half it got down to about 10,000 because of the rain and the scoreline, and then all of a sudden it became very interesting. The Warriors earlier tonight beat Newcastle by 20 points to 12, and we'll get some reaction from that game a little later on in the night. While last night, Melbourne Storm beating Parramatta 16-12 in Golden Point extra time. That open line number, 131873. Email us via the website websites. You can text us as well, 0460 873 873. A couple of people pointing out, boys, in particular Sue, that Penrith really missed Appy Coruscant and Viliami Kikau. Sue asking you, Piggy, do you agree?
Yeah, look, for round one, look, they're two of their best players that they've lost. So, you know, I understand that it is going to take time. Look, the guys that they've brought in there, Garner and Mitch Kenny to start with, Sonny Luke taking Kenny's position, it's going to take time for them. They can't replace those players as such, and they're just going to have to do their role in this team. So it'll be tough for them. I'm willing to give them more time than just tonight. Let's
round one.
Let's see how things pan out. Let's let Penrith, play a few more football games together and just see how it all goes.
The other point to make here, and Rob says on the text line, I'd probably say the same thing to Rob, who says, Mark, the Warriors are ahead of both last year's grand finalists. It's going to be a belter of a season. Enjoying having you blokes back. It wouldn't be the same without the continuous call team. Well, thank you very much for that, Rob. But yeah, like the boys have said, it's round one, and it happens every year. We get carried away. Even in the trials, I had mates of mine like, the Panthers, I said, please, it's trial games, it's the World Club Challenge. These things happen.
Dragons are too.
Turn yourself there on, Davey.
The Dragons are too.
What do you mean?
They get 2 points for the bye.
Oh, yeah. Anthony Griffith's cheering.
Yes.
You're a little beauty.
I'm going to take a photo of the competition table on Monday morning.
All right. Now, boys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to launch into Friday night full time. And believe it or not, I'm going to hand the reins over to Mark Piggy Riddell because... Oh. Piggy, we've got a continuous call team show bag to give away tonight. Yeah, I know. Take the pulse. And I've said to you in the off season, you're to come up with some sort of game we can play in the last hour that our listeners can get involved in. I have no idea what you're going to do. I've got a little opener here that says Riddell's special opener. So we'll take a break. Are you ready for this particular game that you're going to play with our listeners?
I can't wait.
Really?
To unleash this, Levy.
Does this need to be run past management?
No, I've cleared it with all management. They're okay with it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Luke was here. He's left. He's not going to drive on over the M5.
We're bringing it back, so to speak.
We're bringing what back?
I don't want to give too much away.
All right.
I'm teasing, Levy.
All right.
I'm teasing. It's what we call it in radio.
It's got nothing to do with gears.
Listen. The day I take tips off you on radio will be the day I give it away. I've been doing it quite successfully for 16 years. Leave me alone, okay? It's a tease. It's what we call in radio. Please. Mate, stick to your child cares and everything. Well, but actually, before we take the break...
take the break.
What are the business ventures that you're now in? Because if you follow Piggy Riddell on social media, there's some sports active thing you're doing. What's all that about?
Oh, look, if any parents are listening and they don't have anything to do for their children through these next April school holidays, just Google Motivate Sports, in particular South Coast, which I own. And
which I own.
And book your children in for the biggest, the best school holiday camps you will ever see, my friends. And also, we do birthday parties. We do after school sports clinics as well. So if your primary school's looking for
you got those kids out with the jumping castle again.
Now I've changed them. I've brought them over with me. No more jumping castle.
And have you still got the 13 childcare centres as well?
No, I've sold the last childcare centre. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, no, it's gone broke.
No,
it's in receivership. You've sold it.
Trust me, it didn't.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Is that why you bought the coffees, is it? We'll take a break. When we come back, Friday night full time. And yes, Piggy Riddell taking to the airwaves with his very own segment. I don't know why we're doing it, but hey, we've got to try these things. Quick break. Back with more.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
As a worker, you would be right across your responsibilities. But are you familiar with your rights if injured? If you've been injured at work, even if working at home, you may be entitled to claim valuable compensation. With 50 years of experience, Bryden's lawyers are the lawyers you need for your workers' compensation claim. Time can run out. Don't delay. Call Bryden's lawyers today on 1800 848 848 or visit brydens.com.au. Bryden's Lawyers. We do support you in your claim for workers' compensation.
Kick off the new season at Harvey Norman. Upsize the action with Samsung 65-inch QLED TV, now under $1,500 while stocks last. Score points with the impressive Sony 55-inch OLED Google TV, now $1,895, save $600. Get the big stadium sound with LG Dolby Atmos soundbar, now under $500, save $300. Or get the Bose Smart Soundbar 900 and feel the crowd roar for $1,195, save $200. Kick off the new season at Harvey Norman.
This station endorses the Commercial Radio Code of Practice, which has been registered by the Australian Communications and Media Authority. Content on this station is regulated by the code. The code covers areas such as material not suitable for broadcast, news and current affairs, Australian music, live hosted entertainment, and the promotion of gambling during live sports. You can obtain a copy of the code by contacting this station or from the Commercial Radio Australia website, commercialradio.com.au.
My fellow weeds, we shall fight them in the flower beds and between the pavers. We shall prevail.
Stop weeds from invading your space. Yates Zero Triple Strike penetrates, accelerates and terminates weeds.
The continuous cold team on 2GB. Footy's back on the menu. And with Macca's, dinner's sorted. Dine in, drive through or delivery. I'm loving it.
Yeah, great to have you with us. Friday night football, the continuous call team. Paul says howdy. So how many childcare centres does Piggy own now? Well, he's just revealed that he sold them. So... Oh, hang on, there's more breaking news.
Yeah, no. That's true. But I'm working away in the background. Got some things in the pipeline.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That sounds very ASIO again. From
No.
Now, have you still got one or you sold them all?
No, they're gone, and I'm looking at purchasing some new ones. So.
Do we need to workshop like a name for the childcare centres?
No.
I reckon Piggy's Pen.
No, we don't. We don't need to do anything like that.
There's a lot of hard work in them, I know that.
There is. There's a lot of hard work in them.
I do
How are you thinking about investing, are you, Davey?
I was, 5 or 10 years ago, yeah.
Imagine Uncle Davey coming into the childcare centre. No, kids, story time with Davey.
No. I was certainly not going to be setting foot.
Changing nappies?
No, I won't be. But I would do all the bookwork.
Yes. Davey would walk in and go, champion, buddy, mate, good to see you. All right, boys, let's get into Friday night full time.
And now, on the continuous call team, Friday night full time.
Yeah, so if you haven't caught up with the results tonight, the Warriors beat Newcastle by 20 points to 12. We'll get some reaction from Kalen Ponga and Andrew Webster. Congratulations to Andrew Webster, of course, the former assistant here at Penrith. He's secured his first win as an NRL coach, so congratulations to him. Admittedly, he was an interim coach at the West Tigers, but this is his first full-time gig as an NRL coach. While here at Bluebet Stadium, the Brisbane Broncos beat Penrith by 13 points to 12. And for the followers of the National Basketball League, the New Zealand Breakers have shocked the Sydney Kings 95-87 in Game 1 of the Best of 5 Championship Series at Kudos Bank Arena. Game 2 is played on Sunday in New Zealand. Adam Reynolds, too, was our player of the match thanks to Harvey Norman in this game at the foot of the mountains. All right, Piggy, you ready to take over?
Throw to the opener, thanks, Levy.
Please.
Please.
Riddle me this.
What? Riddle me this.
Riddle me this. What the hell? And now, on the continuous call team, I have a riddle for you.
What? Is you a quest? I don't know what you're talking about.
Riddell's Riddles.
Yours is the greatest riddle of all. Well, what do you say?
Yes, Levy. Riddell's Riddles are back.
Oh, no.
We're bringing it back. We had such a success with Riddell's Riddles back in the day on the other station that
we destroyed.
We're bringing Riddell's Riddles back tonight for this year on a Friday night. And look, you've got to understand the listeners at this time of night as well, I think.
They've been on the Jibber Juice.
They've been on the Jibber Juice.
There's no chance.
They've had a big night watching the footy. Some of them are happy that their teams won, especially up listening on 4BC in Brisbane tonight.
Yep.
Some of them here will be leaving the ground at Penrith. They'll be disappointed. So I'm going to make it easy. tonight, the first
So
one.
hang on. So, Piggy, let me just give you a little tip about radio, right?
Yeah.
So
Here we
there
go.
may be a lot of people that are listening that don't understand what Riddell's Riddles actually is.
Right.
So what I'm assuming is going to happen, because we've got a continuous call team show bag to give away, thanks to our mates at mysportstape.com, supporting rugby league and sport clubs throughout Australia. They sell sports tape, sports medical, sports kit and first aid. Ask how we can support your club, mysportstape.com, and GDK Signs and Graphics. Cooler bag, 2 stubby holders, 2 hats, 4 stickers, including a buckle-up bumper sticker.
Is this segment already sponsored?
No, it's not.
We're attracting sponsors.
No, it's not sponsored yet, you fool. I'm just saying this is the prize you're giving
Right,
away.
okay.
So I'm assuming you're going to give out a riddle and we need a winner.
So I'm going to give out a riddle tonight's one. I'm going to go easy on you. It's not going to be too difficult. But we want you to ring. Which line are they ringing, Levy?
131873.
Okay.
Great Spiro's answering the calls tonight.
Spiro. Spiro's on tomorrow night, isn't he? I saw the roster.
Is he?
I think so. He's doing stats.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's doing stats. 7:30. Thank you. Thanks for backing me up there.
Best newcomer off air too.
Yes, he is. Yep. So ring Spiro, have a chat with him. He'll tell you all about the Parramatta Eels.
Listen, we're off air at 11. Can you give us a
Okay,
bloody
are you
riddle?
ready? Do I get a drum roll?
No, you don't get a drum roll. Just do your stupid riddle.
Okay. Listeners.
So, folks, if you know the answer, 131873, you win a continuous call team show bag.
What is it that's always coming?
I beg your pardon?
But never.
It's our first week. You're going to get us taken off air.
No. What is it that's always coming but never arrives?
Davey, they're making story questions about you.
131873. If you know the answer, give us a ring. I'll repeat it again.
Right.
What is it that's always coming but never arrives? Can we have some music or something here? Some thinking music?
You know what? You've actually made me think.
Look, Thirsty's thinking.
Have you stumped the great man?
I think so at the moment.
So 131873 if you know the answer, and you'll be winning a continuous call team cooler bag, a show bag. You get the bag, 2 stubby holders, 2 hats, the buckle up with the continuous call team bumper stickers, all thanks to mysportstape.com and GDK Signs and Graphics. Don't give away the answer because this is for listeners. Josh, do you know what it is? He doesn't know what it is. This man was sitting in the passenger seat with me on the way out here tonight. He's doing crosswords and Sudokus in the passenger seat.
Really?
And critiquing my driving.
Be right up your alley then if you like all that sort of stuff.
Piggy, the board's lit up.
Oh, Christmas tree.
It's lit up.
Christmas tree.
It's lit up like a Christmas tree. Now, hang on now, Davey.
Hey, we haven't had a topic like that on a Friday night for a while.
Yeah, see?
I've got to get to the WD-40 in a sec. But do you know the answer? Don't give it away.
No, I'm...
Hang on, stop it.
No.
You don't know the answer?
I think I do, but I don't. No, I'm not going to...
I think I do, but I don't.
Well, there's something in my mind, but I don't know how Piggy's mind works.
No.
All right.
A lot of people would like to know.
Look, the board's lit up here, right? We're going to go to... I'm just going to have a look down here. I'm going to go to... You know what? I'm going to go to Brisbane because the Broncos have won tonight. Margaret on line 5 in Brisbane listening to us on 4BC. Are you there, Margaret?
Yes, I'm here, boys.
Hello, Margaret. Now, Margaret, before you give us the answer, I'm going to get Piggy to ask the question one more time, and then you can follow it up with the answer, okay? Piggy, you give away Riddell's riddle.
Yep, good evening, Margaret. The question is, what is it that's always coming but never arrives?
Tomorrow.
Is she
ding,
right?
ding, 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 we got a winner!
Well done, Margaret. Congratulations. You've won the 4BC continuous call team show bag. So you get the cooler bag, the 2 stubby holders, the 2 hats, and the stickers, including the buckle up with the continuous call team. Well done, Margaret. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, Margaret, before you go, can I ask you a very important question? Do you think Riddell's Riddles stays, or do we get rid of it next week? Do you like Riddell's Riddles?
Oh, no, it should stay.
Thanks, Margaret. Thank you, Margaret.
Executive decision has been made. Thank you, Margaret. Appreciate the call. Well, there you go. Was that the answer you were thinking of, Davey?
Yeah. Well, I thought I think originally I said Christmas. No, David, it can't be Christmas. No, tomorrow. In fact, I said me.
What about our rugby league?
I've got a nickname
tomorrow. What about our rugby league? Wonderful listeners.
Yes.
Always coming but never arrives. A Parramatta Premiership.
That was a better answer, wasn't it?
Brilliant. 131873, the number, 2gb.com. Click onto the feedback icon and 4bc.com.au. Let's get downstairs. The Brisbane Broncos coach and captain, Kevin Walters and Adam Reynolds, speaking to the media.
Kevin, a lot of people will call that an upset, but what did you think coming down here? You thought you could pull that off and upset the defending premiers at home?
I wouldn't say an upset, but it's a really good win for us to start our year. Penrith been a great side for a long time, and everyone's chasing them. St Helens, us. So but it was a tight game. We're fortunate we're in front at the back end, but there wasn't much in it, so we won't get carried away. We'll just take the win and get on with next week.
The defence, obviously a big talking point. Like, how much work's gone into that to defend like you did tonight?
Yeah, I think every club will. I don't know, but I know our club, that was one of our things from last year that we wanted to be better at. Certainly, we made some good improvements tonight. Still a couple of tries that we probably could have avoided. But as a whole, the effort there was really good, particularly our try-line defence. I haven't seen a Broncos team defend like that for a long. That's the best defence since I've been back at the club in the last 3 years. So something to really build on, but also not to get too carried away with. We've got, big season ahead, and this is one game of many, but it's a good start for us to start the year, and a nice positive start with our defence.
What does that do to the playing group to knock off the Premiers round one? Like, what kind of confidence does that give you?
Well, it gives us a bit of confidence, but we came into the game with a lot of confidence too, so probably just reassures us that we're doing the right thing at training. Kevy and the coaching staff have done a fantastic job in prepping us for the season. Like Kev said, it's only round one, so can't get carried away yet.
All right, we'll leave it there, folks. We'll leave it there. That's the press conference involving the Brisbane Broncos coach Kevin Walters and Adam Reynolds after the 13-12 win over Penrith. Earlier, the Warriors beat Newcastle by 20-12. Levy tried to call but couldn't get through. Is the answer Davy's tips? No, but Davy's tips have been widened this year because we're all going to have a crack, because Bluebet is actually sponsoring our Weekend Winners segment, which we'll do after the break. Few more messages coming through as well, 0460 873 873. In fact, there's a question coming through from our colleague Clinton Maynard, who's back in our Sydney studios warming up to do overnights, the overnight program on 2GB and 4BC. He wants to know whether any other great segments from Macquarie Sports Radio will be making a comeback, because he has an idea. Well, one thing that will not be making a return is karaoke with Maynard. Remember this?
Waiting, watching the clock. It's 4 o'clock and I can't sing to save my life.
I think
that was the best day that was.
The irony of that last lyric that he sang, I can't sing to save my life. Yes, that's correct, Clinton.
Clinton's karaoke.
Oh, I don't know, you murdered horses.
Yeah, but see, I couldn't hit the notes at horses. Geez, I tell you what, I nailed Tribute by Tenacious D down the South Coast after a few sherbets.
Oh, really?
Put on a bit of a show for the locals. When the band's at a pub, the bloke on the guitar, I said, step aside, champion.
Really?
Yeah, Tribute Tenacious
like
D.
on our Mad Monday.
Oh, pretty much.
The bear, Jimmy the Bear.
Oh, Jimmy the Bear. Hasn't he become a punish on social media? Every second day there's a message. Jimmy, drop off. We'll take a break. We'll come back with plenty more here at Bluebet Stadium. Speaking of Bluebet, Weekend Winners comes up next.
Hey, big man, nice Hawaiian shirt. You look ready for summer. I sure am, champion, with the summer big men's range available now at Lowe's. There's everything big men need for summer, and it's in-store and online now, like big men's polos and shorts. There's my favourite, big men's Hawaiian shirts. There's a great range of big men's essentials, plus big men's fashion polos, shorts and shirts. We've got big men covered and ready for summer. So check out the summer big men's range in-store and online at Lowe's.
West End Motor Group. Secure an amazing deal on Mazda's SUV range, advanced technology, unbelievable features, fresh stock arriving. West End Motor Group, now incorporating Parramatta Mazda and Blacktown Mazda. DL14862.
Applications are now open for Westbourne College 2024, offering a fresh, future-focused approach for the best, brightest and most globally ambitious Year 11 and 12s. STEM-centric, IB only and co-educational. Westbourne College students already rank within the top 2% worldwide for results. If you want best-in-class career development for your child, visit westbournecollege.com.au. Don't miss out. Scholarships available. Westbourne College. Be future ready.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. For 43 years, National Tiles has consistently given our customers the best value for money tiles in Australia. Here's proof. Magnificent polished Verona floor tiles. National Tiles' best value price of $39 is over 20% below the market. That's right, 20% below the market every day of the year. Yes, I personally guarantee you National Tiles has the best value for money tiles in Australia every day of the year.
Oreo fans, imagine your favourite things about an Oreo. Supersized and deliciously frozen. Oreo cookie sandwich with Oreo cookie pieces. The ultimate frozen treat. What more could an Oreo fan want? Grab one from the ice cream freezer today.
You're listening to the Continuous Call Team on Sydney's 2GB. Thanks to Macca's, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Mark Levy, David Morrow, Mark Riddell and Josh Morris, the Continuous Call Team after a Brisbane victory over Penrith, 13 points to 12 earlier. Warriors, too good for Newcastle by 20 points to 12. All right, fellas, I've challenged you all to find a winner for the listeners. This segment brought to you by Bluebet. Get around the true blue Aussie bookie. Bluebet. Download the Bluebet app today. Let's do this.
I'd like to win that. Yes, I really would. I would like to win that.
And now...
I can't believe it.
On the Continuous Call Team.
It's going to be me because I'm a winner.
Weekend winners.
It's all right, you win.
Rightio, boys, the challenge is on. We've got to find a winner for the punters on the races tomorrow. Huge day in Sydney at Royal Randwick, equally in Melbourne at Flemington with the running of the Australian Guineas. And our man Duncan McRae, fresh from picking his daughter up from the Harry Styles concert. In fact, it's probably still going. Duncan McRae's online from bluebet.com.au. Hello, Dunk.
Good evening, Mark. Yeah, I've done the pickup. Just pulled over to the side of the road to talk to you champions before I tuck into bed.
Now, how was the Harry Styles concert? Bit of a review from the McRae household?
Yeah, my daughter's got plenty of video here, so she's been showing. She said one of the best shows she's ever seen. So double tick for Harry.
Beautiful.
Duncan, you would have bought her front row tickets, yeah?
Oh, I think we had a box out there, Mark, didn't we, surely?
Even better.
Too good.
Just joking,
all right.
Steve, just joking.
All right, Dunky. Well, let's get into it, mate. Huge days of mention tomorrow in Sydney and Melbourne. I reckon maybe if you can run us through a few of the market movers to sort of let the punters know where the money's been, and then we'll get the boys to weigh in with their weekend winners.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Kick it off in race 2, the Todman, where cylinder for the Godolphin team's been 360 to 265. Good money there. I must admit, race 4, a horse called Athabaskan, Mark. I've got a small share in it. It's been 9 in the 550 for John O'Shea. And the best back run on the program is in the Canterbury Stakes. Race 7, number 8, Imperatives, over from New Zealand with all this rain around. Bet as much as $3.20, now $1.90. I think it'll start even shorter tomorrow. So Imperatives, the best back runner at Bluebet over the weekend, boys.
All right, beautiful, Duncan. And Davey, we might start with you, just firstly on the racing. This is a great time of year. We're seeing some of the champion horses. I mean, Jacquino in the Australian Guineas tomorrow. What's your winner tomorrow on the program, be it in Sydney, Melbourne? You run us through your best bets.
Well, I'm a big Jacquino fan. I backed it to win the big race in Rosehill last year and had a nice little collect, thank you. But I'm going to back it. I'm going to tip something to beat it tomorrow.
Ooh.
Number 14, Attrition, each way. I saw it run the other day. Should have won by panels. Just got held up. No, I just think it's a huge chance at big odds. And go to the last in Sydney tomorrow. And don't you say anything. But number 2, Roots, is the best bet anywhere all day.
All right, race 9, number 2, Roots. It's not named after Chris Roots, the great racing rider from the Herald, is it?
No, I don't know.
If it runs like him, it's got Buckley.
Well, I'm about to say, it's got no chance if it's like Chris. but it was the one that won during the carnival. It's last year in Melbourne. it's very, very handy. I think it'll win tomorrow.
All right, Piggy, are you sticking with the tip you gave Ray this morning?
Yeah,
or?
I am. I'm going to stick with Sydney race 5, number 3, Economics.
All right, Economics. And Josh Morris, you have a thing called the Black Bookers. Every time I'm with Josh, he goes, Levy, I've got a black booker. I said, mate, it's the 4th at Toowoomba. He goes, it's a black booker. So what are you tipping tomorrow, J-Mos?
I do have a black booker running tomorrow, and if you can forgive its last performance, its form is excellent. Murray Bridge, race 2, number 3. It's called My Khalifa. It's sitting at 460 at the moment.
So. My Khalifa. All right, fantastic.
Khalifa.
And Duncan.
My Khalifa.
And Duncan, I mean, bluebet.com.au is the website. If you want to have a bet on the footy, the racing, I mean, even if you like your American sports, all the markets there at bluebet.com.au.
Even at 11 p.m, Mark, we're ready to roll.
Good on you, mate. You get home safely. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Thank you, team. Take care. Have a great night.
Good on you, buddy. Duncan McRae from bluebet.com.au. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. And, boys, we're going to track these tips on a Friday night, so the pressure is on to try and produce a few winners in our weekend winners segment here on the Continuous Call team. Rightio, back downstairs we go. We've heard from the Broncos. Let's hear from the Panthers, Isaiah Yeo and Ivan Cleary.
Ivan, obviously not the way you wanted to start. What went wrong for the Panthers tonight?
Yeah, look, I thought we actually started the game pretty well. I thought it was a pretty high-quality start for both teams. Scored a really nice try, and then just a couple of lapses in defence, really where there was not a lot going on. And they were good enough to capitalise, so 12-6. As the game wore on, I felt like we were definitely in winning field position. We had more opportunities, definitely had a lot of opportunities. Left a couple of tries out there for sure, but a little bit disorganised at times as well, which is pretty standard for round 1. So it's a tough game, disappointing loss, but certainly a lot to build on for sure.
What do you put that disorganisation down to? Because the last couple of years you've been pretty much on the money, good starts, 8-0. This year, obviously it's one game, but there was the World Cup Challenge as well that was a bit disjointed at times as well.
Yeah, we haven't been on the money totally at the start of each year. We had a good one first up last year, but the next couple of weeks weren't that great. So it's a little bit early season rust. The team's different too, you know. We've obviously got a different dummy half. So that, short pre-season, all that kind of stuff. Both the games we've played, the weather's been pretty bad too, so that all adds up. Yeah, we've got some work to do there, but I'm sure we'll do it.
Sonny coming off the bench really gave you a lot of spark tonight. Did you be impressed with what you saw from him?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, gives us, certainly something to work with there. So that was definitely positive.
All right, we'll leave it there. Ivan Cleary having a chat to the media alongside Isaiah Yeo after the 13-12 loss to the Brisbane Broncos. And Brisbane, earlier, the coach, Kevin Walters, had a bit to say about his team's performance. Delighted, definitely wrapped with a victory here at the foot of the mountains, which has become a bit of a graveyard for opposing sides when they come and take on the Mountain Men. We'll take a break. Other side of this, we'll look ahead to the rest of the weekend, of course, which you'll hear with the Continuous Call team. Breaking back with more.
Oh, the Blind Factory! The Blind Factory Autumn Sale is on now! Well, it seems silly to run it in winter. The name wouldn't have made any sense at all. The Blind Factory! Call 13-BLINDS, because there's never been a better autumn for an autumn sale.
If you're the sort of person who's happiest on glassy waterways, who has a thing for tying knots and colourful silky shirts, a person who knows that a gunnel is not something you fire at pirates, we know you must love your boat. And if you love it, you want to protect it. So make sure you cover it with Yui. Yui. You insured. Product issued by Yui Pty Ltd. Consult our Watercraft PDS to decide if this product is right for you. TMD and PDS available at yui.com.au.
You can't go past the IGA Big Deal Sale for great specials right across the store. Like Cadbury Favourites 570-gram selected varieties, $11 each, half price. Now at your local IGA. Offer ends March 7. Participating stores only. Excludes IGA Express and local grocer.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. For 43 years, National Tiles has consistently given our customers the best value for money tiles in Australia. Here's proof. Magnificent polished Verona floor tiles. National Tiles' best value price of $39 is over 20% below the market. That's right, 20% below the market every day of the year. Yes, I personally guarantee you National Tiles has the best value for money tiles in Australia every day of the year.
Applications are now open for Westbourne College 2024, offering a fresh, future-focused approach for the best, brightest and most globally ambitious Year 11 and 12s. STEM-centric, IB-only and co-educational. Westbourne College students already rank within the top 2% worldwide for results. If you want best-in-class career development for your child, visit westbournecollege.com.au. Don't miss out. Scholarships available. Westbourne College. Be future ready.
You're listening to the Continuous Call Team on Sydney's 2GB. Thanks to Macca's, Harvey Norman, Lowe's, Huey and Ram Trucks.
Just before we get the boys' tips on the rest of the games this weekend, let's get some reaction from that earlier game. The Warriors beating Newcastle by 20 points to 12 off the back of his first win as a full-time NRL coach with the Warriors. Andrew Webster said he was pleased with the performance.
To work as hard as they have, and if you don't get the result tonight, you feel gutted for them, don't you? So I think the relief and more probably excitement for them. We aren't going to leave here tonight celebrating like we're the best team in the world, because we've got so much to work on. We can't do that to ourselves every week. But just super proud of them getting the result. I'm happy for them. So relief and celebration.
Yeah, Andrew Webster, the new coach of the Warriors, and on the flip side, not an ideal start to the season for the Knights. Their 5'8" Kalen Ponga gave his take on the new-look Newcastle spine.
Yeah, it was different for me, obviously playing 6, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Jacko and Lockie out the back. I think there's so much footy there for us to play with. Obviously, it's still getting really used to each other's style, I guess. Even like some of my calls, Lockie was sort of questioning a little bit, but not questioning, but like I called Renault instead of something else, blah blah blah. But I mean, there's a lot of good signs. It's our first game as a spine together. Like, it's only going to get better. It's only going to grow, and I'm excited for that.
There he is, Kalen Ponga. 20 points to 12. Warriors beat Newcastle, and Brisbane holding on to beat Penrith 13-12 here at Bluebet Stadium. All right, fellas, let's get your tips for the rest of the round. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, 4 Pines Park. Tom Trbojevic, he's back for the Manly Seagulls, and they're up against the new-look Bulldogs. Piggy?
Yeah, looking forward to having a look at this one. We all know the signings, the key signings the Bulldogs made in the off-season. Trbojevic, as you said, he's playing. I'm tipping Manly to get home in that one.
All right, Josh, 5:30 game, the Cowboys and the Raiders in Townsville.
Well, yeah, you can't go past the Cowboys there. It's going to be nice and hot. Raiders' trial form was pretty poor. Can't see Cowboys losing.
And James Tarmo back in a Cowboys jumper. 7:35 tomorrow night at PointsBet Stadium, Davey. No Nico Hines, the Sharks and the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, I think that's a huge loss. Last year's Dally M winner, and of course the Rabbitohs still very cock-a-hoop after thrashing the Sharks to make it through to the preliminary final last season. Even though they're down at Shark Park, I just got to tip South because I just think Nico Hines might be too big an obstacle to overcome.
Give me some knuckles on that tip. Thank you, Davey. Dolphins and your Roosters, Piggy, 4:05 on Sunday. And just for our listeners' information too, we'll be calling the 4 o'clock games this year to marry up with our, of course, colleagues, Nine's Wide World of Sports, the Dolphins and the Roosters, this one at Suncorp.
Yeah, tipping the Roosters. I just think they've got too much class early on in this season. We've all sort of spoken about how we think the Dolphins' season will pan out. Roosters to win.
Twin brother Brett Morrison, assistant coach at the Chooks again this year. Josh, what's he told you? Good pre-season? I know they're missing a few for Sunday, aren't they?
I think they'll be right. I think after last year's round 1 loss to the Knights, where everyone thought they'd come out and win, they're not going to make that mistake again, and they'll be ready to go.
Paul Gallen's ringing my mobile phone. Hang on. Gal, we're still on air. Your chances tomorrow, champion. Thank you very much. Also, too, the last game is the West Tigers and the Gold Coast Titans. Josh Morris, Leichhardt Oval tomorrow night. I'm
going for the Titans to get a win. I think Kieran Foran and Sam Verrills are big additions to the Titans. You throw in Big Tino, you got David Fafita, who hopefully has a big season for the Titans, and I think they can get away with a win there at Leichhardt and upset the party. All right, Davey, Tim Sheens back as an NRL head coach. Benji and Robbie underneath him?
Well, I just think Tim's under enormous pressure, but he loves football, he lives football, he breathes football. if ever there's a bloke that can come back in his early 70s after such a long layoff from first grade in Sydney, it's Tim. But, gee, I think they've got a task in front of them. And, gee, some of the media have set them a task up. And some of the media have got them in the first four. They can make the top two. They'll certainly make the top 8. Let's give them a fair go. Let's see if they can win 5 or 6 games to start with.
If Tim Sheens and Wayne Bennett can coach in their 70s, you can just keep going calling for, the next 10 years? What do you reckon?
Yeah, good. See what happens.
Hey, boys, we're back into it. First Friday night out of the way. Well done to you, Piggy. Well done, Davey.
Well done.
And well done, Josh, our new recruit on a Friday night. You get home safely, boys, and we'll be back on air tomorrow from 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, yes, in Queensland as well. Unfortunately, you'll be missing our first hour, but if you want to have a listen to us, you can listen to us on the 2GB app. Thank you, boys.
Piggy and I'll try and listen.
Yeah. If I get a chance, I'll flick it on.
You'll be too busy looking through your bank statements. Oh, yes, another mill jumped in this week, you little beauty. We'll take one last break, come back and wrap it up from the foot of the mountains.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
Well, today is World Hearing Day, and to mark the occasion, Hearing Australia is taking a Hearing the Nation tour throughout the country. Their blue bus will be visiting 1,000 towns and cities, offering free 15-minute hearing checks. So if you think you have a hearing problem, simply log on to hearing.com.au, type in your passcode, and you'll be able to see when the Hearing Australia bus will be visiting your area. And you can book your free consultation online too. Hearing Australia will also have either a senior spokesperson available on site, or you could talk to one of their expert audiologists about hearing loss, it causes, and how we can help people along the way as well. Hearing Australia's Hearing the Nation tour all throughout March. Go to hearing.com.au to book your free 15-minute hearing check now. That's hearing.com.au.
Increasing mortgage payments, rising power bills. Now more than ever, you need solar in your home. So don't put it off another day. Sydney's own SolarAy Energy makes solar easy. SolarAy can help you take charge of your power bills with smart solar or battery storage systems. Simply go to solarmadeeasy.com.au. Click the 2GB banner to receive your exclusive discount now. solarmadeeasy.com.au. From award-winning SolarAy Energy. We do the solar, you do the saving.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. For 43 years, National Tiles has consistently given our customers the best value for money tiles in Australia. Here's proof. Magnificent polished Verona floor tiles. National Tiles' best value price of $39 is over 20% below the market. That's right, 20% below the market every day of the year. Yes, I personally guarantee you National Tiles has the best value for money tiles in Australia every day of the year.
The continuous cold team on 2GB. Footy's back on the menu. And with Macca's, dinner's sorted. Dine in, drive through or delivery. I'm loving it.
Oh, we're loving it, aren't we? The footy's back. And it is back bigger and better than ever. Just a reminder, if you're into your podcasts and you listen to all the pods and everything else, a couple for you to download. I'm sure you're familiar with the 6 Tackles with Gus podcast featuring the legendary Phil Gould and our colleague Matt Thompson, who will be with us on Saturdays to call the 5:30 game. It's available on Wednesdays on all podcast platforms, or you can watch it online every week. And we've launched a brand new podcast this year, the Billy Slater podcast, with the Queensland coach and myself every Monday throughout the footy season. We recorded our first one on Monday, and you get some terrific insights into rugby league from one of the legends of the game. So a couple of podcasts to add to the list for this year. The Billy Slater podcast out on Mondays, and 6 Tackles with Gus featuring Phil Gould and Matt Thompson, which is available on Wednesdays. You can download those on all podcast platforms, or you can watch them online each and every week. So that takes us away from Bluebet Stadium. Our winners tonight, the Warriors over Newcastle by 20 points to 12, and Brisbane held on the Broncos to beat Penrith 13-12 in front of a crowd of 17,125. We'll be back on air tomorrow from 1 o'clock. Myself, the big man Darryl Brayman, Paul Gallen and Josh Morris will be in the interactive studio. We'll call the 5:30 and 7:30 games for you before we return on Sunday to bring you that game between the Dolphins and the Roosters. Trust you've enjoyed your Friday night footy with us. We'll catch you tomorrow from 1 o'clock daylight saving time.